Nah, when I be doing the scan. Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin in this. A nigga bone. A nigga Why did y'all say goodbye? What happened? The battery must have died or something. What, just cut off?
Yeah, if it's not recording.
Oh. I thought you was recording already. I need to press live out mic jack. Boom. I be doing that before I even hit play. Yeah, I definitely do think, I'm not gonna hold you. I do think the crazy thing is at this point, I do almost feel like rap is like the WWF. I kind of don't necessarily believe everything because the way Rick Ross dropped that joint so fast, I'm like, dog, did you really have that joint in the tuck already? Like you really was that prepared? I don't believe Rick Ross was really that prepared. Just from the speed of how Rick Ross been putting out music for the last couple of years and how he ain't really been dropping crazy, I just don't think you was war ready just like that. So that makes me kind of look at this a little bit funny. But then real quick, I do too, I guess we can get into I want to get into the Lil Yachty conversation first. And of course, like I said, we're going to get into the Drake and get into everything else that happened over the weekend. I do want to say I'm very disappointed in the Mystics. I do want to say that real quick before we get into this rap stuff. For people who don't know, of course, we record on Monday, so the WNBA draft is going on right now. Caitlin Clark went number 1, the tall model-looking girl that played for Stanford. I'm not going to lie to you. And let's go crazy. I'm going to say it on mic. I think we just said it on mic before, but I'm just going to say it clear. What makes it even this group, this draft class right here, this 2024 WNBA draft class, even more palatable is because these women are actually beautiful. And I know it's hard to say that because for most men who really be into sports or voice their opinion, you're probably too old, so you kind of feel kind of crazy, like you don't want to be lusty over girls in their 20s, but it is what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. The reason why people can easily, and even our niece said it yesterday when I went over our younger brother Joan and she was watching Juju and just with the bun because she always wear her hair in the bun. So it was just like those things are you'll be so, and that's one of the reasons why I even always make sure I go out of my way to even speak about the WNBA because you never just know how the future may portray itself, and you don't realize how little girls see certain things and be like, oh, cool. I like that. I like the way this girl played. This is a pretty girl. I don't have to look like a boy. And this is something from our niece. I don't wish she like 8 or 9 or something. I don't even know how old she is right now. But hold, the point of it is an elementary school kid can sit here and say that. And I know for a fact, I know we live in the times where the world is so sensitive, so nobody really want to come out and say it. But sometimes though, these conversations need to be had because that's the only way we get to see the progression. And that's the only way you can actually get to support these women like they are. Like I said, the young lady who went number 2, she was the center for Stanford and she got drafted by the LA Sparks. Bro, she literally, go look at her picture. Just Google. I can't even remember what her name is. But just Google the WNBA draft and the number 2 pick. Dog, this girl literally looks like a goddamn supermodel. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Dog, it's for a long time. I'm sure if y'all are old enough, if you are in your 30s and you grew up watching, like, let's say if you didn't even grow up. Let's just say, matter of fact, if you are old enough to watch the episode of Martin when. And it may be a little bit different for some because I'm even trying to think of that U.S. team. A lot of them women still did, like Cynthia Cooper, Lisa Leslie's, Dawn State. They still look like women. And at that time, women weren't as super made up. So the hairdos that they had was still kind of the same. But don't get me wrong. But let's be clear. It's been a huge rough patch in the WNBA and women's basketball where a lot of them women look like dudes. So, and that's going to always kind of be a turnoff. I love the way Carmela Cardoza, like, and the crazy thing is I was watching just like the pregame and they was doing the talking. She was doing like a Sephora ad. Like she was like, yeah, whatever. So obviously she got some type of Sephora advertisement going on, but I was looking at it, John, like, dog, Rihanna is fumbling the rock. Like, I know she kind of pulled back, especially after a lot of the girls started to just say crazy stuff. So she kind of haven't been going crazy with the I'm sure most of y'all, if y'all been playing, yeah, she haven't been going OD with the marketing for the Fenty Savage. So you haven't even seen as many girls doing the brand ambassador for her anymore. But I was like, oh, who is in not in Rihanna ear? Like this to me would have been like, why not have all these girls? I would have gave all of them some NIL money. If I owned any type of damn, I'm scrambling my words up. Any type of makeup company, I would have literally had these girls wearing my brand because all of them, they was recovering them all day long. I could just
my only question is how is Kemp tied into with the WNBA too with that scams thing?
But that's just that's no. I don't think that's got nothing to do with that. Well, she do. I haven't seen none of them do no advertisement yet.
Okay, because that's what I was wondering, because you got to think about it. I feel like the WNBA marketing wise, you don't have too many brands in there. So let's say if Kim was tied to it, it might be like,
I don't think so though. I haven't seen her do, because when she went,
I
don't know. I don't think because she don't sell makeup. She only do it's like the underwear stuff. So I'm talking about. I ain't talking about lingerie. I'm not talking about putting none of the girls in lingerie. I'm talking about why not have them in. Yeah, but I'm just saying why not have them in the Fenty makeup. Like to me, Angel Reese would have been like her, the Camila Cardoso shit. Even like I'm telling you, I'm mad that I don't know this girl. I want to say her last name like Brinks or something. But the girl for Stanford that went number 2. I think it's like Cameron. Yeah, Cameron Brinks. I think that's her name. Cameron Brinks. You're absolutely right. That's it. So I would have. It's no way in hell I own a makeup company, and I didn't. And I know for a fact this is going to be the most watched WNBA draft. It makes absolutely no sense to me that you don't have these girls doing makeup advertising right now. Like it's no way in hell, dog. That to me was the biggest fumble. Like everybody loved to just talk about, oh, this person's a billionaire, this, that, and the third. But nah, let's talk about some of them fumbles sometimes, because that right there is a fumble of the bag. Like if you talking about trying to sell product placement, dog, this would have been the perfect time that I would have absolutely, because perfect.
But don't you think some of them still look like, looking at some of them pictures, they do look nice, but it's just like,
Caitlin Clark still look kind of like bulky, but that's just because she just kind of built like a little boy.
Some of them just look like, I'd rather see you in your uniform than.
Nah, you tripping. Them 3 that I'm talking about right now. I'm talking. As a matter of fact, even the young lady. Goddamn, what's her name? She got drafted by. I want to say I think it was Dallas. I think her name. I can't remember her name, but I want to say they said her mom played basketball or something. But she had like some crazy buffs on. And she looked like and she went to Tennessee. I just can't remember her name. I'm just drawing blanks on names right now. But nigga, she looked good as hell. No, but them 3 that I'm talking about, Camila Cardoso, that Brinks girl, and Angel Reese, nigga, I don't listen to what I'm telling you. And the WNBA and everybody that was marketing, of course, they know for a fact, dog. Men are men, dog. You still got 2 eyes. You ain't in your grave yet. You still got 2 eyes. You can look. And even women, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Threads before I got in here. And I seen girls was like, oh yeah, look at how good she looked. Boom. That's literally, as soon as that girl got drafted number 2, it was literally you talking about, dog. She looked like this. I seen endless women saying, dog, this girl looks like a goddamn runway model. That Brinks girl, oh my gosh, she is dropped dead.
She had that black and white dress on.
Yeah, nigga, and with the long, but that's my point. But that's again where that's somebody telling her lean into the sex appeal. Even for Angel Reese, even for Camila Cardoso, she had a blazer with like no shirt on under it. Lean into it because you want dudes to lust over you. Because guess what? Those dudes who lust over you, the same way I support Lotto and Meg Thee Stallion, and all those women. Like when we talked about Meg last week doing the 42 million, yeah, I'm pushing the product. But guess what? Even for that, think about it. All the songs that people have not even paid no attention to, they've been dropping in the last 2 weeks since this back and forth with Future and all them. Guess what? The only song that stood out outside of shit, even probably more than the Beyonce song, to be honest, is the Megan and Glorilla joke. Think about all the songs that came and went and people have not had no real conversation about it. Like Chris Brown just dropped the deluxe album. He literally only got in the conversation is because he dissed Quavo, and that lasted for like 2 seconds when Quavo came back, clapped him up, and zipped him all right on, sent him out of his business. And shout out to Quavo for standing on business extremely fast.
So now do you really? I think a lot of this is kind of just like you said before, WWE rollout type of. The market.
Oh yeah, no, but listen, the nigga, they killed me on TikTok for sitting here calling Chris Brown a clout chaser. I swear to God, you go to my TikTok right now, go through the comments. I stopped looking at my TikTok for like the whole weekend because they was dragging me to hell. Chris Brown don't need to do no goddamn clout chasing. What is Quavo gonna do for Chris Brown? Obviously, dog, this the only song. He just dropped the deluxe project. I don't even know how many songs was on there because I tried to listen to it, but I'll kind of like, with my style of R&B, of course, will be more the new Future. So I really didn't just go too crazy with it, but dog, realistically, I still got 2 eyes. I pay attention. Y'all know what I do. I stroll. I look on all the social media, see what people talking about. Nobody ain't talking about that Chris Brown song. And the sad thing is, with maybe, and we're gonna get right back to the WNBA, and then we'll move it to whatever the case, and move, I guess, back into. I wanted to talk about Lil Yachty, and I do want to give academics some flowers too. But just even for yeah, with Chris Brown, nobody else was talking about nothing else. That was it. They talked about that. That was because he was smart. He dropped that early, and Quavo response. So they kind of both dropped on Thursday. So they gave themselves a day to have before Future came with his situation. So it was just like, I do feel like it's cloud chasing. And for Chris Brown, I'm not mad at Chris Brown. I'm putting out a deluxe. Okay, the music kind of ain't really been speaking as many volumes. And if I don't want to wait on TikTok for somebody to come up with a creative dance to one of my songs, let me start up my own controversy. It was smart. I'm not mad at them because you see what is grabbing people's attention right now. And that even started from the girls at the beginning of the year, from Cat Williams, like beef, the controversy, dog, is what's going to get people attention. It's sad, but it's true. That's what happens. Even when we talk about the WNBA, we was talking about when it was the race thing, and it was Angel Reese, and it was Caitlin Clark versus all the blacks. Like, it's just, dog, people like beef, people like controversy, people going to pay attention to it. They're going to pick a side, and it's going to happen. I'm sorry, I know y'all love Chris Brown. Think Chris Brown the closest thing to Michael Jackson. I understand it. I understand the fandom for Chris Brown. But let's be clear, Chris Brown had to clout chase by, Quavo ain't talked to that girl since 2017. They dated in 2017. It's 2024, though. He's almost 7 years ago. You to diss somebody for something that a girl that he dated 7 years ago is ridiculous. So you cannot tell me that's not clout chasing. But again, going back to the WNBA draft, like I said, I know for majority of the year, of course, I've been hating on Caitlin Clark, but I'm going to give her credit, dog. That Caitlin Clark effect is ridiculous. Me and a younger brother was looking at ticket prices, dog. Perfect example. Ticket prices for a normal Mystics game. I think he just sit here and text me for the jump. So right now it's $28. You can go get you a normal average Mystics game ticket is $28. Right now, when they play their games against the Fever, the cheapest ticket is $200. That is the Caitlin Clark effect. I listen to it and say, I done hated enough. It's a new year. It's a whole new season. This is a different org. This is the WNBA. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for her. I do believe a lot of those older women are a little bit bitter, and they're going to go out their way to do what Patrick Beverly did to Alonzo Ball his first year in the
and I think you absolutely true. But then I also feel like she's that kind of player right now that's going to
that was something that popped up on your
that's going to develop with the game, going to adapt to it. I feel like she got that kind of, like how Steph Curry kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got that ability to adapt to how they playing me. Like, I feel like the first couple of games, yes, they gonna get physical with her, punch her, for sure,
like of course. So
but
giving her welcome to the
season,
WNBA
she gonna start.
Yeah, of course. I mean, let's don't get to
adapting.
Yeah, of course. I agree with you. I do think she's going to have some games, but even regardless, and to me, she gonna get her A game from everybody. And I do think you got to just take advantage of it. The same way even with Wemby. Like, niggas every time Chet get a chance to block up with Wemby, though, the first time they played, it didn't live up to the hype because both of them played like doo-doo. But then the longer the season kept going on, them games got more competitive. Chet and Wemby both started to show up. So it's going to happen. Realistically, it's going to happen. But I guess my main thing of even starting this conversation was allowing the women to figure out a way to still look appealing to the masses, not where it's just like, because I understand how loud that feminine voice, women should be able to wear cornrows and do whatever. Cool, I'm not saying that, but if we're talking about star power, when a woman can sit here and be very beautiful oh my God, I wish I would have had that, oh man, I wish I would have had this girl clip on TikTok that I follow. She was talking about tens. It was some girl on TikTok who I think she posted like a video and that joint got like 1 million something likes. And it was another girl who broke it down and was like, dog, I know that y'all don't be wanting to use the number system, but dog, some women are just tens. So anytime they get on any platform, they're going to do numbers because they're literally just that beautiful. And people, of course, because the times we live in, people don't want to be honest with those conversations. And that's really what be going on. So you kind of cannot sit here and not try to talk about it because, dog, it happens. It's the truth. And I feel like you will be doing these women a disservice if you don't compliment how good they look. We don't have nothing to do with basketball because before you even get on the court, you're going to have to be able to sell tickets. You're going to have to be able to sell jerseys. You're going to have to get people to want to follow you and lock into your thing. Matter of fact, the girl who I want to say that girl I was talking about with the glasses on, I want to say she got whatever team she got drafted to. That was one of her things. Like, oh yeah, people going to love my personality or whatever the case may be. I want to say she got, it was the Wings. So what is that? I want to say that may be Dallas. She got drafted to Dallas. But like I said, I mean, we gonna see. It's gonna be it will be a nice WNBA season. Again, I'm so disappointed in the Mystics. I didn't think the Mystics,
that you the whatchamacallit chick, Cameron or whatever.
Yeah.
That's Steph Curry's
goddaughter or something.
God sister.
Okay, God sister. Okay.
His parents is the
yeah, I did because his mother was at the draft. I remember they did say that, and a lot of people were tweeting like that. Damn, I didn't even know she had any type of no, people didn't know her and Steph Curry had any type of relations or any type.
I think I have seen them before working out. Because I want to say she might be under Armour.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I said,
I
I
want
want to
to
say the only girl that I knew that was in Under Armour was the young lady who was talking about number 12 for South Carolina. Was it Malaya Foyer? Well, I can't remember. Number 12 that played for South Carolina, the one with the dreads. She's an Under Armour player. Because matter of fact, when they won the championship, Under Armour billboards around the whole South Carolina when they was doing their parade over the weekend. So they had literally like boards all over. And again, reason why I wanted to shout out Caitlin Clark, even though State Farm did their big one for her and what is that? Not Madison Square Garden, but what is it called? In Manhattan. They had the big Times Square. They had the big billboards like the jump and right there in the middle, and they had the Caitlin Clark #1 draft pick. Like one thing, like I said, I can hate for entertainment purposes, and of course, a lot of that was a core because of the players that I root for. And the Chicago, let me go out on a limb. Chicago Sky will be my new WNBA team. I'm still got love for Asia Wilson and the Aces, but they old and they kind of like already the super team. Cool. I'm cool on them. I'm going my underdog squad that I'm going to do a lot of betting with will be the Chicago Sky, but just because they got Carmella and they got injuries, so that's a 2-for-1 for me. Like I said, we can get ready to get out of there. And my last thing is, of course, let me tell you something. That word, I don't know what it is about the word casual though. I can go past sassy. You can say a couple other things to me. If you call me sassy and then I go to your page and you look like you taking pictures on like the original iPhone, I'm going to drag you to hell. Or if you even call me a casual, I'm going to literally like I would rather not comment nothing back negative. I try to keep my positive hat on, but if you call me a casual, I'm just gonna get out of character. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'll call it niggas broke and everything, and that's just not even in my character. But it was just like I made a joke talking about the Lakers, and the thing to blow me is, for me, and I may just be a person because I just take in a lot of content, so I look at content differently. Before I even comment on our page, I may go, especially if they got a wild take, I may go look at a couple of the other jokes and see like, what do these people actually be talking about before I make just a wild comment. Now, there's a difference, like if it's Bleacher Report or ESPN, like this is just random pages, so it don't matter. It's not a person attached to these pages. But then somebody's like, oh, you a casual, because I made a joke about the Lakers playing the Grizzlies. I'm talking about betting. I ain't talking about nothing else. And that's why I sit, and because when most of the time when I make especially if it's just like a random game that it's nothing to even celebrate, like the Lakers beat the Grizzlies, I ain't supposed to celebrate that because the jump was supposed to be a -1,000. So for people who bet, like if I would have put $10 down on a jump that is -1,000, I could make nothing but 10 cents. $10 to make 10 cents. So that's how bad they were supposed to beat the Grizzlies. The spread was supposed to be, they were supposed to win by 16. Though they won by 3 points. A last minute steal from LeBron James.
And that was questionable too.
Exactly. A last minute steal. So my whole point of it is, and I was like, dog, this is the worst win of the season. Niggas like, oh, you a casual, you don't watch, what you mean? Dog, the Grizzlies literally played nobody. 13 of their players, dog. It's only 15 people to a team. So that means they literally brought players up from their G League team. You not come. What are you talking about? You don't watch no games for real. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna argue with y'all. Y'all broke and you don't, and you listening. You may be reading and you not listening. I'm talking about for people who gamble, and I say this is why. Shout outs to Ant, because me and him talk about he do a lot of sports betting. We just be damn talking about bets. And he lost yesterday with the Lakers. Because he bet with Anthony Davis. I won yesterday because I just bet a straight 20 plus with LeBron and the Lakers to win because this was against the Pelican. But I come on here and I talk about how much money I lose, or when you even be when we be watching the games together, you be hearing me like, dog, certain times, like anytime I take Austin Reeves, he don't show up. So I'm sitting here know for a fact this is a big game. Even if they blow the Pelicans out, I know how Darvin Ham be. If they start blowing people out, he'll start sitting people early, so you won't hit no type of parlay. So keep it cute, do 20, and just do for the money line. So I've talked about that, but again, like I said, people I'd be like, bro, y'all don't watch no games. You're not gonna argue me about it. If this was another random team and it wasn't the Lakers, nigga, that's all if the Lakers lose, I don't even post no content most of them days. What the hell is you talking about? But listen, so that's my whole point. That's why I'm like, dog, you can call me a casual to a lot of things, but nothing that got to do with LeBron James is absolutely ridiculous, dog. But it was cool. Like I said, that's the only time I'll really get out of my character. But I do want to give for people who are like, okay, so it was a guest today. Of course, like I said, it's Monday. So early in the morning, I guess, matter of fact, well, I ain't got to play the academic show. I could just tell y'all. So Metro Boomin was basically sent to blogs. He was trying to leak the reference track for Jumbotron. For people who don't know what Jumbotron is, that's the song off of Her Loss. Whatever how'd I go? All my dogs in the school. I can't remember. That's my favorite song on the jump. But anyway, if you listen to that song, dog, you know for a fact it sounds like Lil Yachty. So for people to I don't even understand, like, how is this the song you were trying to leak and make it seem like this was going to be like a disqualifier to Drake? I'm like, bro, every time when you listen to that song, it sounds like a Lil Yachty song. You can hear Lil Yachty through the whole entire ad-libs.
That's what I was about to ask you. With all this back and forth and even just them throwing, shade and saying, trying to expose people. Who do you personally think it will affect their career more? Like when they leaking stuff or even revealing like, oh, you got a fake body. You know what I'm saying? Like who would it hurt more?
I think the sad thing is, I guess a lot of them will learn, and I'm kind of I'm mad because Future got to be the first one to take the L. Almost realistically, if we just going off of numbers wise, he learned the hard way this weekend. Drake is such a big mega star that look at how drastically the numbers dropped off of Future's first week of the last project to this one. This one I think is saying it's going to do like 175. The last one did 250. That's a huge drop off because now what's the like? Don't get it twisted. And I think most people, like, if you're not a huge Future fan, I think some people may not been cool on the R&B stuff, like they really didn't want to hear it. And don't get me wrong, and then because you heard the last one, so people go into it more expectations on it. So you kind of like, even the casual fans want to run and see, oh, is he going to sit here and diss Drake again?
You don't want nobody calling you that.
What?
The casual.
No, I didn't say what, a casual Future fan.
Yeah,
because you can be, because Future's not a megastar. Like I don't think with certain stuff is like. With music, I think it's easier to be casuals to certain artists. Like I would call myself a casual NBA YoungBoy fan because I don't listen to every NBA YoungBoy project. Like I may glance at it, but if mine just literally about to sit here and go from one to the whatever 20-something songs and give you a dissect and a breakdown, hell no, I'm not. So I know the difference because that's why I know for a fact how them numbers dropped that dramatically. Because if it wasn't a bunch of casual Future fans or a lot of people just hate listening to try to see what the T was going to be on Drake, then it still would have done a crazy number. So if you sit here and go to the first song you cut on, the first how many songs was it? It was all R&B Jones. You talking about it was what 18 R&B songs before they got to you talking about 18 R&B songs. So if you wasn't coming in for that, you sitting here thinking, I'm about to get some more rap Future or whatever the case may be. And then the crazy thing is, and for people who was mad at me for sitting here saying, oh, the Future jump was mid, or my expectations with Future was something different. Well, obviously Future heard what I said, because guess what he did with the end of the album. I guess if you were sitting here talking about the last 6 songs, all the type of, if you're a diehard Future fan, that's what I'm looking for. If you're a Future fan from live mixtapes or whatever the case may be, that Crazy Clientele, My Life, and then shout out to Lil Baby, because Lil Baby, it's been a long time for you had one of them type of verses. One of them type of verses where I was like, yeah, this is why people was comparing you to
that's
Jeezy.
Who that was on there?
Yeah, Lil Baby.
But I couldn't figure out who the voice was. I'm like, damn, why the hell he don't got the
Lil Baby went crazy in that joint. I'm not even gonna hold you. That was the best Lil Baby verse I heard in a long
For a
time.
second, I'm like, it can't be Gunna.
Hell no.
So I was just like, but I couldn't know who. I didn't. I heard the voice, but I didn't know who voice it was.
Yeah, it's Lil Baby. So like I said, just going to that. But again, like I said, even for Metro Boomin and them, I think. And the reason why he even leaked the Jumbotron joint, and I can't really my nose in the pull up. But the thing was, I guess because of course over the weekend, the reference track for N95, and that probably hurt people. And most people don't care, because if you really just don't care. Like, all right, cool, he got a reference track. That don't still kind of like slight. But for most people, nobody would have thought Kendrick Lamar would have had a reference track. So, of course, for people don't know what N95 is, that's off of the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. But for the Drake joint, like, if you like I said, I know, and again, when I'm talking about Lil Yachty, I know even last week when I was talking about Lil Yachty, or the times I talk about Michigan Bo Boy, I know for a fact the average person, not even a casual Lil Yachty fan, so they don't listen to Lil Yachty at all. So, yeah, for some people, if you feel like that, hearing that Jumbotron and hearing the Lil Yachty version, and you couldn't hear that off the rip by just listening to the song, yeah, you just don't listen to Lil Yachty at all, because you can literally hear him through the ad-libs.
You want me to see that clip?
What that song? Because we were on the YouTube jump, so I would have been played it. But yeah, I don't. But just, I mean, everybody, y'all got a phone. You listening to this on the phone. If you that concerned about the song, go listen to it. And when you listen to it, you will hear. You can hear Lil Yachty's voice on the back of the song. Just literally go listen. You ain't got to listen to the Drake reference or the Lil Yachty when it's just Yachty by himself. You can literally go listen to the original song, and you can hear Lil Yachty through the entire. The background. So I was just kind of confused, like, why is this even a story? Like, but again, and I watch like the neighborhood talking all these, and I gotta sometimes remember, like, bro, this is blogs for girls and gays. Like, this ain't for like you. To me, if you actually listen to music, this shouldn't be like, oh my, a steaming hot take for you. Like, all right, duh, nigga, I listen to the song, I can hear the nigga in the background doing the ad libs. Drake don't do ad libs. When y'all ever heard Drake do ad libs on what song? What's a Drake ad lib? So if you're listening to a song and you hear a bunch of ad-libs in the background, obviously it got to be somebody else doing them. Like, what are we talking about? But that's, to me, now that's what I'm sitting here saying, where to me, I guess that's when you almost got to throw in the word casual. Because if you don't know common sense stuff like that, that to me would make it a little bit more of a casual listener. Like, I'm just listening, but I'm not really invested. So it's just like I get it, but I mean, like, and again, shout outs to Drake because he took the steam out of, and I told y'all I knew for a fact that's what I thought he was gonna drop on Friday because but it was even smaller because most people, okay, Friday songs come out, boom, you listen to it, you drop it Saturday morning. And then that's what I said. Again, I said I want to give academics his flowers because I do feel like a lot of people was hating. Like I'm even listening to I'm listening to Hot 97 this morning, and they was kind of like, they ain't even really want to give it up for academics. Like academics broke that song. Like, and it gave up one of those, like, it gave up one of those feelings like back in the day when you were sitting here, especially they in New York. Like that was like a Funk Master Flex joint. This was like when Funk Master Flex broke Otis live on the radio. Like, and this is, and that's why I do. And I seen people, so many people hating on academics. That to me was sad. I'm like, dog.
So what is Elliot? Elliot, he just repost stuff.
Yeah, at this point, yes. But Elliot, realistically,
no, I know he be. I get what he's doing, but that's what I'm saying. So who? So when he, because he, I think that's how I went online and the first joint where they was using the that old song. I think because I saw him, I'm following him, and I think I saw him post it, and then later on that's when I seen, I think it was Shade Room posted the whole academics.
The original leak, I don't remember the Twitter page. By the time I seen it, it was just like I seen Drake name trending, so I'm like, oh, he must have dropped the song. And then of course other pages just rip, like as soon if it's just a link, people rip it off, they put his face on there, and it don't get the plan. And it was like a 4-minute song, and he was just going crazy. And that was over, what was that? It was one of them old Bad Boy songs. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. I want to say, was it Money, Power, and Respect? Was it, or was it
Get Money?
Oh yeah, Get Money, the Junior Mafia jump. So yeah, exactly, Get Money. So that was in the crazy. I like the way he even threw that out because it was in the air. People was thinking like, oh, is this AI? So it was like people because you couldn't really tell, like, because the song wasn't mixed or mastered, and then you do get to see the real difference on the sound of music when it is mixed and mastered. So people was kind of, but I'm like, the reason why I knew it wasn't AI when I first heard it, because it was like the details of the disses was too. It was too personal. Like who know all this stuff? Like who knew that when he was throwing shots at the Weeknd and the dude Cash and all this? Like I feel like you would have to actually know Toronto business to actually know who he was talking to. So I'm like, no computer can generate up just like these detailed conversations where it's like, all right, who you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you could type it in though, right? I don't think necessarily everything.
But how are you going to type it in? Because how would you know that information?
I mean, I'm saying unless somebody know the information and they put it in.
Yeah, somebody would have to know the information to put it in. But if you don't know none of that information, that's why even the Ja Morant line, I was like, because that even had people saying, like, I'm like, damn, they dated two of the same girls. So I seen, of course, originally people was thinking, okay, now this is him confirming Lotto's sister. But then somebody was saying that the little boy that I could call him a little boy, but the little boy that went to UCLA, and Drake was dating his mother. People were saying that.
Oh, but Bailey.
Yeah, after that, I guess her and Ja was dating, or before that, her and Ja was dating. I swear to God.
Go ahead.
And that's why even when I posted the joke, I took her face off because I'm like, I don't 100% positive know if this is true, but I seen basketball pages posting that. So like the gossip pages were saying okay, this is Drake confirming him and Lotto's sister dating. But then the basketball pages were sitting here saying, no, Ja Morant used to talk to that little boy girl, a mother.
Jesus.
And that's what I was like, yikes.
She is a trained sniper.
Shit, she a sniper, but nigga, Drake is a different type of demon because I fell for Ja on that one. This nigga Ja ain't played basketball and God knows when. He just came through court. He trying to get his name back.
Hypothetically, let's say the reason why he was pulling those guns on live was towards him.
Nah, nigga, hell no. Nigga, they don't even live in the same city. Ja,
no, I'm just saying that he about that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
let the junk load up. Yeah, I don't think, hell no. I don't think, hell no, because he would have been said something. If that was the case, I think he would. That's why, to me, I think it seemed more like, all right, it was just a Lotto situation with Lotto's sister, because this was a little bit more closer to recent than, like, nobody who knew that. I mean, but again, like, nobody wouldn't realistically, I wouldn't even know Ja Morant used to date Lotto's sister if it wasn't for the time Cenat poured her up on the joint and niggas was in his comment section like, you better relax. That's Ja Morant girl. Because he was literally, I remember that when Kai was on his live stream and he was pulling up Lotto's sister, like, damn, oh my gosh, she fired. Somebody put me on with Lotto's sister, da-da-da-da-da. And that's when niggas was in the comment like, nah, you better relax, that's Ja Morant girl. So people wouldn't have realistically, that's the only reason why people even know that her and Ja Morant had anything to do with each other is because of the time Kai Cenat tried to shoot a shot at her. So like I said, again, bro, Drake is different, bro. Them shots he was taking was so crazy. But again, like, hold on, as soon as this junk load up on the podcast app, I want to give Academics his proper flowers. And I do have a question that I want to ask. Would if he was Joe Budden, matter of fact, just let this junk load up and then I'll ask it. My question would be is because I do want to give Academics his flowers. So my real question would be, if you was Joe Budden, would you kind of feel a way, because you are a prominent voice in the hip hop media space, but Drake give a jump to give it to Academics, and then Future give Charlamagne the interlude to his junk, who is kind of like, damn.
No, I don't. Because at the end of the day,
who don't want that exclusive though? Because
I hear that. I hear that who don't want the exclusive, but me personally, I'm just thinking hypothetical, because even the other day I was thinking about this. If I was Kendrick, the one thing that I could do to just fuck some shit up when Joe was going on his rant about, oh, you would need to kill him, I would clip that up, and that probably will piss even Drake off more if I'm using his clip to my new song dissing him.
No, of course I get it, but I'm talking about, I get what you're saying. The response could be, but I'm talking about right now in the moment, like that you talking about that's somewhere in the future that can go whenever the case may be. But I'm staying here saying right now, if I am supposed to be the number one guy in hip hop media, but how can Academics get to break the record?
But how can I give it to you? Well, how can you break the record? Like Joe Budden, I mean, you saying when he do it on his podcast, like how can you break the record?
Could have
what on Twitter? Because I don't think, do people follow him on Twitter or even like his stuff like that? Like, I feel like I gave it to Academics because Academics go live every day, right? Or
right. No, of course. Listen to what I'm saying. I get what you're saying, and I do. But realistically, the same thing Academics did, Joe could have did. He could have did it on Patreon.
Yeah, but then that's not breaking the news.
It wouldn't break it to everybody. So he could have found him. I guess he would have had to start him a Twitch account or whatever. I don't know how he could have did it, and I do think that's why you got to kind of give Drake some credit, because I think that was the smartest thing. Where it's like, him doing that for Academics, and I've seen a lot of people, like I said, I do real quick, I do want to give Academics his flowers, because I just, as if you try to create anything, especially something on social media, so I realistically want to say content creating on any source, or even if it's making music or whatever the case may be, if you try to do anything where the base of your promotion has to come from social media, you have to salute that moment for Academics, and you gotta salute Drake, because even remember when I was talking about it a couple of weeks ago when I was saying with Meek is like, dog, you gotta build somebody up to be able to champion you. If you don't build nobody up, so guess what? Who for Drake, the person who had never, it don't matter what it is, and it could be just some blind stand boy shit, it don't matter. Academics never has switched on Drake, and he's gave his personal opinion with certain Jones that he may have not liked as much as he did, but he's fanned out way more than he ever gave hard critique. So when he do give critique, Drake kind of could be like, okay, cool. And then even I do appreciate it because at that one time, what was that? The last album, For All the Dogs, and Drake ended up calling in and watching Cenat stream and Aiden Ross and all of them, and he kind of and made people kind of look at Academics crazy, because like he was supposed to reach out to act. So for him to give one, to sample Academics and put him towards the end of the song, and to give him so when everybody else questioning if it's the AI version or whatever case may be, and I'm literally on Twitter, because I don't even know how Academics even did it, but he was doing a live stream on he had all his apps up, so you could have watched it on YouTube, you could have watched it on Tread. So he just was sharing it on all the jumps. But I'm listening to, like, watching it and listening to it on live on Twitter, and he breaking down the version that everybody kind of debating, like, is this AI or is this real, whatever case may be. So from him to go to there, and he's like, oh, I just got a text. Like I said, of course, there's just a little bit of WWF. I don't care. To me, I'm just looking at it for Academics. I'm like, it's good. Of course, it's great for entertainment, but I'm still looking at him like, to get that moment. I'm like, dog, nobody else deserved that moment more than him. And the reason why I even say that, dog, like, it'd be like sometimes at 1 o'clock in the morning, like the same way I tell y'all about Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco is like how they be doing the sports joint off the late night. Academics do the same thing for hip hop. And it'd be some days where, dog, he got to be talking about rappers that nobody in the world care about, don't know about, besides it's a young group of people that may care. So it may be just so realistically, so for him to still put in that work, and I seen people trying to, like, I seen somebody sit here and be like, oh, but he got his start from the war on Chirac. I'm like, dog, who cares? That was like 15 years ago or however many years ago. When he was doing the war on Chirac, dog, I was outside for real. So I don't know nothing about that or don't care about it. Of course, I've done my homework and I've seen it, but it's not that deep, dog. There's so many other people who have still done the same thing, and guess what? They're still not as big as academics. You know why? Because most people aren't as consistent as he. And I hate when people try to discredit somebody and say, oh, you only had this moment because of such and such. No, he had this moment because this nigga is consistently making sure he's putting out content. And I swear to God, if you try, I guarantee you, most people will tap out, dog. There's only a handful of people, and that is why they're in that space, for them not to tap out and sit here and be like, all right, I'm tired. I'm going to take this day off. I'm going to take this holiday off. I'm going to take this moment off. Nah, he's there. He's constantly there. And for most people, even from your favorite podcaster, 9 times out of 10, they probably don't want to give him his credit. But when you really need a quick information on a backstory on whatever some breaking news is that nobody else don't got, 9 times out of 10, most of them go to academics and go watch it. You just don't want to give him the credit for it. And that to me is, even when I was listening to Hot 97 this morning, I'm like, bro, that's so corny, y'all, for not to give him some credit for that, because he built his platform up enough to sit here and say, hey, Drake trusts you enough, though. And I watched that junk go from when he was just talking about the regular, he had 260,000 people live on Twitter listening to him break the music and just him going into the details on each verse. And I'm like, this is so fire, dog, because this is Twitter. Like, nobody, I don't listen to none of them other junks. Like, even when Joe and them be talking about spaces, and I'm not listening to that shit, dog. But to watch academics do this, and there's 260,000 people in it. Think about it. Most people get happy if they get 10,000 people in there. Like, I've heard Joe talk about, like, oh, yeah, we had like 10,000 people in the spaces junk. This nigga had 260. When he came with the original version and he was running it back to back, I watched that shit triple. That shit went up to like 540 something thousand people live in the jump watching him. This is on one jump. This ain't got nothing to do with his Rumble account, his Twitch account, his YouTube account. This was literally just one of his platforms that he was literally going live for. And I'm like, dog, you have to give somebody credit when they could sit here. Dog, that's almost 500,000 people on one app watching you do your thing, dog. I had to take my hat off on him, and I made sure I kept tweeting. I'm like, bro, if you were still hating on this man, dog, I promise you, have never tried to create nothing on your own. Because if you ever try to create something on your own, you would understand how hard that is. And that moment for him, dog, he deserved it. And you couldn't tell me to give it to nobody else. Like, he literally pulled a radio move, like literally like some real DJ stuff. Play it, let the whole jump play out, bring it back, screaming, going crazy. Like, I'm like, dog, this is him. And this is why he deserved that moment. And sometimes you got to be able to sit here and say, dog, it's okay not to be a hater. Salute this man. The same way when I started this joint, y'all have heard how long I've been hating on Caitlin Clark. So for me to sit here and be able to give this girl a solid 5 or 10 minutes and salute her and give up her bigs and how she got people watching the WNBA draft, though, you can do the same thing for academics. Though he earned that. He deserved that sit here for you to get that man his flowers. He deserved that moment, because now that solidified him in hip hop history. No matter how you feel about it, because he was the one who broke the original clean version of that song where you can hear crystal clean is mixed and you heard Drake catch him endless bodies, dog. And the sad thing is, and I posted a jump, and I was like, dog, the crazy thing is, Kendrick Lamar got to hurry up, and you know what? And people like, Kendrick Lamar got to hurry up in response, and people was like, why he got to hurry up in response? Because guess what? Rick Ross will knock the air out and all the fun out of this, and y'all not even gonna care when Kendrick Lamar drop. Because him and Drake can go back and forth. Rick Ross helped steal the weekend with Drake. And that's why I do feel like the Rick Ross and Drake thing is a little bit more fixed. Because it's just like, nobody want to talk about Future junk? By the time Drake dropped his junk and then him and Rick Ross started exchanging memes and tweets, and then Drake posting the junk with his text and his mom. And let's be clear, for people like, oh, Drake, so y'all don't think that Drake knew that y'all was going to call him corny for posting that text between him and his mother? He didn't have to post that. He posted that or because he knew that people was going to sit here and go out of their body to sit here and clown him. And people did. They clowned him. Oh, you texting your mommy's boy. But he already know that's how y'all feel about him anyway. So I'm not going to lose no sleep over me posting this and y'all just calling me the same stuff you've been calling me.
But can I say, one person, please stay out of this. It's been quiet. Stay under the radar. Don't tweet nothing. Don't say nothing. It's Meek Mills.
No, but guess what?
We ain't talking about you. We ain't
no. But hold on. So let's be clear. And me and our younger brother had this. We literally had the same thought. If I was Meek Mills, I'd be pissed. Because how the hell is Rick Ross ready? In 2024, you ready to go to war with Drake over him? And you say, well, I'm just going off of what Rick Ross said. If you sitting here telling me the only reason why you jumped in this and you unfollowed him because Drake sent French Montana a cease and desist because he didn't want that verse out on Splash Brothers. So for people, of course, if y'all watched the Breakfast Club, when you heard French Montana do any interviews when he was promoting that Mac and Cheese 5, he was basically like, because that song was a song that he had for an album previously. And he was saying he was waiting on, like him and Drake already had a joint called Splash Brothers, and that verse already been done. So I don't necessarily know what the fallout between French Montana and Drake was. So because you realistically, and that's why he probably had to send a cease and desist, is because he already cleared the song. So if it's already been recorded, he already cleared it. First Montana, he could just, I'm holding it. I could drop it when I want. So now he tried to drop it, and then that's when Drake sent him the cease and desist. So Rick Ross is saying that is the reason why he's jumping out there going up against Drake right now. To me, if I'm Meek Mills, I'm like, dog, I was signed to you. I say somebody write in my comments like, it's different. Nigga, what's the difference? Meek Mills was actually signed to Rick Ross. French Montana wasn't. Like, he did a one jump, and he rapped MMG when Rick Ross had that little fake press conference, and it was Omarion and French Montana. But dog, he ain't. What are you talking about? He not signed to him. So why the hell would I sit here and think that was okay, dog? Why is it okay for Rick Ross to now to be able to jump out the window and want to diss Drake? But when it was Meek Mills versus Drake, Rick Ross was playing neutral as hell. Like, nah, I'm gonna get them to come back. That's my young brother, and this is my homeboy. I'm not gonna pick no sides. Eventually they gonna squash, which they did. But it don't matter. Rick Ross did not choose sides. He didn't jump out the window. Then somebody sitting here tries to tell me he dissed Drake before and Birdman on I think the song was called Green Money. Oh, that shit was on Black Market. That's probably Rick Ross' worst project. Worst project, numbers wise, song wise, whatever, however you want to judge somebody's project. That's Black absolutely Market.
That's the one with the black.
It's like a white background. And he got like a black top hat on and all.
Yeah,
nigga, who listened to that? I mean, it's not even one. He don't even have a hit record on that project.
He might get one.
Go look at it. I looked because
I think he might got one.
Nigga, I looked on. I said, "Dog, when the person wrote me, I said, dog, you're reaching." Like that song. This is probably realistically Rick Ross work. When Rick Ross again, when we talked about worst albums, when we judging them, and when Rick Ross go to perform, ain't not one song touching his performance playlist off of that album. So that's just my whole thing. It's like, dog, what are we talking about? But it's nowhere in hell you gonna sit here and jump out the window for French Montana, but you wouldn't jump out the window for Meek Mills. To me, that's crazy. And I seen Meek, and like Meek tweeted something to people like, damn, why you so quiet?
Just stay quiet. Just take the attention. Attention not on you. Just stay out of it.
Yeah, but to me, it would be hard for me to stay quiet, dog.
I'm just saying, you want to keep the attention off of you because it's like, then you jump out there and all they're gonna do, here come the Diddy jokes and you know what I'm saying? Like, just stay quiet, dog. You ain't got no attention on you. Like we was talking about you about the whole Wale shit. Like if I was you, there's no attention on you. Just stay quiet. Stay out of it. Just let it ride.
I hear what you're saying, but just the human. You telling me if you was Meek Mills, you wouldn't feel no type of way that Rick Ross is doing this right now?
I might feel some type of way, but I'm not gonna speak on it. Dog, you already been in heat. You've been about everybody jokes for the last
I hear what you're saying.
How many weeks?
Listen, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. And he probably even agree with what you're saying, and that's the only reason why he probably ain't saying no. But I know for a fact that phone is burning a hole in Meek Mill's soul right now. No, I know for a fact he want to go on a goddamn Twitter rant so bad because to me that's corny. There's nowhere in hell. No, I sit here and almost I got crucified. I literally got smoked by a singing nigga. Dog, in live public, my career has not been the same since then. Now, all of y'all picking sides. Y'all literally left me out to die by myself. From Future, remember when Future had that little diss with me? What he talking about? You just a battle rapping nigga. Whatever the case, whatever that little I'm a real trapping nigga. You just a battle rapper. When Future threw him that little jab, like, come on, dog. It's dog. If I'm Meek, I want to smoke with everybody. If I'm not gonna lie to you, I swear to God, I hear what you're saying. If I'm Meek Mills, I'm picking a side and I'm gonna pick Drake and I'm riding with Drake.
I mean,
if I'm Drake, if I'm Meek Mills right now, because all of y'all left me to die by myself. When I went up against Drake, and what was it, 2015, and it was just me and Drake one-on-one, and nobody wanted to help me, and everybody picked a side. It was only me and Nicki. That was it. I had no other industry friends at that time.
That's why I say, if I'm Meek, you can't really say much because let's say you did took Rick Ross' side. Drake can say the same thing he's been saying about a lot of people. I gave you your hits too.
Oh, no, for sure. But
with Meek, how do you really? Because it's like, did y'all really piece up y'all whole beef between you and Drake?
So listen to what I'm saying. But let's be clear. I think most of us, because a lot of times Meek skates out of those conversations when people be like, when he be throwing shots at the label, a lot of times he tried to sit here and say him and Rick Ross still cool. I don't believe it. I don't think 90% of the people don't believe it. And that's why that album sound the way it sounds. So if I'm Meek, I'm choosing Drake's side, and I'm going to figure out a way to insert myself, but I can't be corny and just do my own diss by itself, but I have to get on a song with Drake. Because all y'all chose sides. I remember
nasty work.
It's not nasty work because you didn't pick my side. And Future threw shots at me before.
It's still a song. You cannot do that. That is nasty.
Nigga, I don't care. Give me the nasty work award then. I wouldn't care, nigga. My career already finito. It's coded.
Charged up too, like
nigga. I got Marcus. I hear what you're saying, but it's already dog. Meek Mill's on the other side of the pillow right now. Meek Mills is on the other side of the pillow after you get off a long day of work in the summer. And you done had your AC pumping all day long, and you can't wait to get in the house. It's cool, and you got some silk pillows. You can't wait to flip that pillow over and lay your head down. If I'm Meek Mills, I'm cool. I'm already the but like you literally just said 2 seconds ago. I'm already the butter every joke. No Diddy, everything, all that is attached to me. I'm cooked out here, nigga. I'm cooked like a good glizzy on a goddamn 4th of July cookout. Like, what are you talking about, nigga? I might as well do whatever. What's the purpose? If I'm gonna crash out, I might as well crash all the way out. Nah, dog. You can't miss this moment.
Just be quiet, Meek.
And again, like I said, I guess to even again to wrap all of this up, I do sit here again. I think Future and Metro Boomin, they played their hand wrong. Because this again, like I said,
so what you saying? You should put that one out first and this one second. That's what you're saying.
No, I think you put out the right one first, but I think the second one probably just needed a lot more kick to it.
But me personally, listening to, I feel like
I like it. No, let's be clear.
No, and that's what I wanted. I was just sitting there saying, I said, damn, I wonder what side Mike he gonna be on. I'm like, you called the first album mid. And I'm just like, I wonder how he going to
So let's be clear. To be honest, because you know the thing I like about this one more, because this at least has a time frame. So even when it came out on Friday night, I'm like, all right, cool, new Future got to come out. I know for a fact I'm gonna need to make a video in the morning, so I gotta actually just listen to this project. So I'm listening to it. I'm playing 2K. It's nighttime. It's cool. It's not too hype. It's not too loud. I can turn it down a little bit and just listen to it actually, and it's just mellow. So you can play it with the game, and you're not really thinking too hard because the music is just soft sounding. And it's something you can ride to. Like on my way here, I'm just riding to it. I'm listening. It's cool. It's a mellow tone. It's not nothing too exciting. Like I said, besides those, of course, my favorite songs off of there is the last 6. But still, through that whole joint, I could just let it play out. And it just like one of them days when you're not in a mood to like, I don't feel like listening to music. Like when I was in the sauna the other day, I just played this joint and let it play out because, like I say, it's just cool. And it's not singing to the point where it's like, all right, it's putting me to sleep. It's singing still to the point where it's like a little bit of R&B swag to it. Now I'm not gonna lie, if I was a rapper, I would kind of be mad that I can go pick this project up in the rap section, because I do feel like, and that's the only thing I don't like about even when we talk about.
But even looking,
it should be on the R&B side.
No, but a lot of them do that, and that's like even with, I think it was even the Beyonce when she put out them first like the Horse and Carriage and all that. I think like she was in the R&B, but that's when she complained about it though. But I feel like,
same thing they did for Lil Nas X, and that's people had to complain and voice their opinion on it, because I still think like, what would be the difference between this Bryson Tiller project, the last Bryson Tiller project, or this Future? It's the same thing. The tone and all that is the same. So
my question is, then do you just take out the genres? Like you just, I mean, you have them in their separate, but do you really categorize it with, like when you say, all right, this is a hot top 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like even when you look at it, like with Beyonce, you say, all right, well, that was a country, but she still had rapping and she still had, you know what I'm saying, popping, you know what I'm saying? Do you still like just, all right, just forget the genres, whatever song is?
Yeah, no. I'm with you. And I mean, of course, I'm sure for most artists, they will prefer that. But then I'm sure for some artists, like if I'm trying to get the number one R&B Jones, like, yeah, I don't want Future in here because people gonna complain like he's not a real R&B singer. But nigga, that's nothing. But all he was doing on there was singing. The substance on the music was, to me, the substance on his music was more sad and more relatable and lovey-dovey or tricking on your girl more than the Bryson Tiller stuff was. Like if you listen to Bryson Tiller new project and listen to Future, we talking about just substance. We're not talking about who's a better singer or whatever. We talking about the cadence is still in the mix for both of them. They got the same type of cadence. It's like it's R&B with the hip hop on top of it. But we talking about substance, like who actually had more substance in their music. I'm going to lean more towards Future. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, but I'm sure for somebody like Bryson Tiller, I don't want Future to come back to drop. I go on Apple Music and I see Future on R&B because that shit would blow me. If I'm Chris Brown, I'm trying to chase the number one R&B album of the week or whatever, I would be sick if fucking Future name come in the R&B section because now he step on my release.
But I don't think the R&B do it is like that. Because when I look like the way on the Apple Music how mine's set up, it's more so like, all right, new music, new releases. On the R&B side, it don't showcase all. It's just like, what's the best new song? And it might say a new release, but it don't really like, all right.
It's not like the hip hop genre. So like the hip hop one is way more detailed. But I think because
I feel like R&B release more shit.
Of course, but I get that. But I think the difference is realistically for most R&B people is probably realistically they are more total body of work than singles. Where rappers is kind of like I don't know. They chasing the singles a lot more than the whole project. Like, think about it. Just even for just like, it's just more to me. It's just more. It's a more single driven thing. So I do kind of get how with R&B is like they're even like you said with their new releases, it kind of like stay the same jumps for a long time. Like they really don't go like new single every week. Like you can find something like if it's some new jumps. Like let's say if I go to the R&B jump right now, what's new R&B for new releases?
A lot of them joints go under the radar because you don't.
Well, they got new jumps, so they got hot tracks this week. So there's the first jump was Go Girlfriend, Chris Brown, Love Mine, Party Next Door, Nasty, Tinashe, Chloe Bailey, Boy Bye. So those are all new. All those came out this Friday. Runaway, Bryson Tiller, Chris Brown, Hard to Find, Papa J. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, see, and I think that's something they just did like this week.
Yeah, so it's up there, I guess. If you're looking for it, they definitely got them up there now. So, like I said, I'm not mad. Like I said, the Future project to me was cool. I like this one. This one to me was more of an easier listening. I can listen to this one way more. No, realistically, if we being honest, is he gonna have will there be any of those songs to the average? Yeah. No, listen, what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying to the average consumer would. None of those songs, I'm sure if people listen, if you compare the two, none of those songs are gonna be bigger than Like That, and none of them gonna be bigger than Type Shit. No, listen to what I'm saying. So I'm not. Listen to what I'm saying. Before you say what you say,
joint might give it some go.
Nigga, I like that. This is Sunday, John. When he redid whatever the song they said that he wrote for Drake back in the day. That niggas. I forgot what. Oh my god, whatever the song was, but it's called This Sunday, and he redid the Joe. I just like I said, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but he redid that Drake Joe. Damn, I'm mad. I can't even remember the Drake song that he redid. But basically, they were saying that he wrote that song for Drake, and that's what he was trying to show people. Yeah, it's that song. It's called This Is Sunday. So if you go back and if you go listen to This Sunday on the Future project, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're a Drake fan, you'll know exactly. It was that song was on Views. Whatever the Drake song I'm talking about, it was on Views. So, but like I said. But to me, I'm just saying, even though we're talking about charting wise, both of those songs is in the top 10 right now on the Billboard charts. Of course, number one is Like That, and I believe I believe Type Shit is like it might be like number 7 or number 8. So, like I said, I don't necessarily know if anything off that new project will even crack the Billboard. What's because you got them? He got two weekend songs, and I don't necessarily know if any of them Jones gonna sit here and cross over.
I think those gonna be the ones that get them there.
And the crazy thing is that weekend shot, like that's you gotta think again when we talking about how big Drake is, pause. No Diddy. Why you gotta think about because dog, that weekend shot in that ASAP Rocky, like the ASAP Rocky jump wasn't like crazy. And it to me is like everything ASAP Rocky said about Drake, you kind of could put it to yourself because I get it. I understand for people who don't know, allegedly Drake and ASAP Rocky, I guess, was running a train, or they call it a threesome. That to me ain't no threesome. If it's 2 niggas and 1 girl, that's a train. So Drake baby got born off of the train. Allegedly, that's what they saying. So that's the rumor. That's the word on the word on the internet is that ASAP Rocky and Drake was running a train on this girl, or it may have been another girl involved. I don't know because nobody never heard of no girl. But the way the people are painting the story is ASAP Rocky and it was Drake. I'm sure. I mean, if there's them 2 niggas, I'm sure it was another girl besides Drake baby mother because she ain't. Of course, we all got 2 eyes. She ain't the fire. So I'm sure them 2 niggas that wasn't the girl of their choice. It's just gonna be them. So let's just say if it was a menage a trois, just a big old freak off, whatever the case may be, and she ended up getting pregnant, and that's why both of them had to take DNA tests for that. So if that was his shot, he was throwing it at Drake. I mean, of course, you stumbled up. I mean, I tell y'all all the time. That's why a lot of y'all niggas need to get married, especially or wear rubbers. Do something. Slow down. You can kind of eliminate a lot of these things. So if that happened, I do feel like I guess it's a hard bar, but still for me, if I'm Drake, nigga, I still had your baby moms. You got 2 kids with Rihanna, nigga. I had her before, and we was public. We were public. Like out of Rihanna, like Rihanna done dealt a lot of niggas, but the 3 niggas that everybody gonna remember off the top of their head is Chris Brown, Drake, and ASAP Rocky. And ASAP Rocky the only one that got kids with her. So like it's like I hear that shot you saying that shot can hit, and I'm sure for realistically,
but that's a big difference, nigga. My baby mama is Rihanna, your baby mama's whoever.
But listen, I get that. So what's the what? So okay, so no. So what's the bigger bragging right?
I got Rihanna.
So no, you're missing my point. My question is, what's the bigger bragging right? Is it more? You hit my baby moms this a porn star? Wow, nigga, I hit your baby moms as a billionaire. That's a more of an accomplishment. What are you talking about? Hitting a porn star ain't an accomplishment.
Okay, when you put it that way, but I'm just saying that's my wife. I mean, well, that's my baby mom.
But I had her first. I can hit the Ray J on you. So it's just so that's
I'd rather Rihanna be my baby
no,
mama.
no. Listen, no. We're not. We listen to what I'm saying. I think anybody with common sense and a brain cell of 2 ears will want Rihanna to be their baby mother over whatever baby mama Drake stuck with. But what I'm sitting here saying is, I get the joke, and I would be sick if that was the case. If that's how I came across having my kid is in the midst of a threesome or orgy or whatever case may be, I would be sick to my stomach. Mm-hmm. I'm sure everybody would be sick to their stomach. And if that is the real scenario, I can't never be mad why Drake keeps shooting at A$AP Rocky and Rihanna then. Because that's what really happened. Then, nigga, every time I get pissed off, I think about this. Why I got this goddamn kid, nigga, I'm going to shoot shots at you. So it's like, I mean, I get it. Like I said, again, the original even starting all of this is shout outs to Academics. To me, he was one of the biggest winners of the weekend. Kendrick Lamar is on the clock because Kendrick Lamar, like I said, Rick Ross is going to knock literally all the air out of this because y'all got to remember, though, Rick Ross went up against 50 Cent, prime 50 Cent. And he came out with BMF after that. So trust and believe, Rick Ross can see that he see this momentum. Like, though, I ain't had real conversation. You got that, but him and Meek Mills put out a whole album. Nobody talked about it. Nobody cared about it. This is the most traction and motion he didn't have outside of dating that girl who can't make beef, whatever that shit was that she was making. Hamburger helper. Yeah, hamburger helper. Like, what are we talking about? Like, think about this stuff.
And his baby mother.
And his baby, guess what? Listen to the same thing. Is at one point in time, I'm sure his baby mother was getting booked for more shows than he was. And I don't want to call her a baby mother, Tia Kemp, because I hate when they keep trying to down, like, even when other, like the Breakfast Club or Joe Budden, any of them pick, like, don't say her name. That girl she got more followers and more motion right now on social media than all of y'all. So say her name. Stop trying to disrespect her like, oh, that's just Rick Ross' baby mother. No, that's Tia Kemp. Nigga, she's lit. Let's be clear. And a shout out to Lil Meech, because Lil Meech is absolutely smart. If I'm Drake and I really want to take it to the floor and take it to hell with you, one, I'm going to call Tia Kemp. I'm going to, next time I dish you or address you, you should absolutely let Tia Kemp do the intro. The intro to the song and the outro to the song. And put her in the video.
No, I'm about putting in a video, but
shit, nigga, you want that video to go viral, right? Nigga, she sneezes, she go one. When you talking about, and we
just put her voice in there. I don't think we need to see her.
I want to see her. I want her to go crazy. I want her to do something silly. Nigga, I'm putting her in the video. But again, like I said, to me, right now, Rick Ross he has helped give his career extreme CPR. Cause just think about the time, like, no, we talking about at one point in time, what was like last summer, no, it was him going back and forth with DJ Envy. Like, let's be clear, Rick Ross ain't been lit for music in a long time. And to be honest, like, that diss track was cool. Like, it sounded like a regular Rick. It sounded like a good Rick Ross song. Now we talking about diss because people looking, because let's be clear, the same thing we were upset with J. Cole about because the tempo of the beat wasn't the same as the Like That Joan. So I appreciate Drake for keeping that tempo. It's like, okay, you diss me on a high up tempo song, I'm going to address you on a high up tempo song as well. So you gotta kind of like, I'm cool. I like that part. Like, that to me is fire. So let's keep it there.
All right, so what do you think Drake is waiting on to put the actual
the Kendrick Lamar joint? Cause nigga, you know that I can drop music faster than you. So that's what you ball in your court.
That's what you think he waiting on?
Yeah, the ball in your court.
Okay.
I don't have to what I'm rushing for. The ball is absolutely in your court now. I put the ball, and the crazy thing is the drop and give me 50. I didn't even know that meant he was saying because it's a 50-50 split. So basically 50% of Kendrick Lamar music he wasn't getting profiting off of. So that's why he kept saying drop and give me 50, or you got to ask Top, or you got to do this, that, and the third, because they were getting the percentages of the music. So I'm like, dang, he was just going crazy. And then even I'm sure people was like, oh, why you sitting here saying the big three? And he was probably saying, like, who make more money for Interscope? All of them sound Interscope. And he was saying, nigga, it's Travis, it's 21, and SZA, which is the truth.
Damn.
And that's why he threw that Interscope line at the end.
Damn.
When he called them through the big three and he threw that. So that's just like, and I get it. I understand there's a lot of people who just love music and you just, Kendrick Lamar's a pure artist. But a lot of these other things, the stats and numbers have to come up as well. And I'm sorry, it's just some of them boxes he just don't check off.
But that's why I just asked, like, with this going back and forth, if a real blow is thrown, who career would it hurt more? Like, if let's just say if Kendrick comes out and he reveals some, because even like the whole Pusha T shit when he bought out the whole son, like that was, like, damn, you got a whole kid. So I'm just like, if anything more because like even with the battle, and I feel like that's probably main reason why J. Cole might have backed out of it. It's just like, you don't want to get in there where we throwing real shots and then now something.
Yeah, I think to me, for Drake, probably the only type of crazy shot that can really hurt him that he can't bounce back from is if like he was on some Fruit Boy shit. Like, if he come out and say he was like gay or he was on some like, yeah, that would be a tough one for him. Let that John load up. Today the 15th.
It was on, but it ain't.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, this was close. Does it get cool?
Is you like that? What you say?
No, I was saying I got my charger back thing.
Is you, all right.
Agree with the strong seven argument. Now, I'll tell you why.
vehemently what?
I vehemently agree
Agree.
that the strong seven is best positioned. I'll go further. She's vehemently agree with the strong seven argument. Now, I'll tell you why.
vehemently what?
I vehemently agree
Agree.
that the strong seven is best positioned. I'll go further. She's vehemently agree with the strong seven argument. Now, I'll tell you why.
vehemently what?
So for people who don't know what that is, that was Ebony K. Williams and Stephen A. Smith having, I guess Stephen A. Smith, basically he had a take saying that he believes that if you date a woman that's a strong seven or under, they are more faithful in a marriage or a long-term relationship compared to if you date an 8 or better, because it's basically saying an 8 or better got too many options. And I get it. Of course, I know with some women right now, you're rolling your eyes because you're using numbers or whatever the case may be. But sometimes you got to. For everybody who kind of like be blind to certain things and you kind of just want to make the conversation. Sometimes you realistically you got to. You don't have no other choice. You just got to call it out. It is what it is. Like I don't know what to tell you. I mean, and I agree. I honestly agree. I really, and don't get it twisted. I know the day and age we live in now, especially the social media age days that we live in, it's a lot harder to sit here and say that, because I feel like, dog, a strong 7 can, dog, her DMs can kind of go crazy. And I feel like more dudes, I think we even talked about this, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago, I feel like more dudes is probably even a little bit more empty to shoot their shot at a strong 7. Because I think it's clear as day, you can kind of see the days when she just at work and she really don't care. And then when she kind of because let's be clear, a strong 7 can go to a 10 with a good beat and the weave and the lashes and all that.
But is it also who you with, though?
What you mean?
Like, because if you saying with an unattractive guy, bro, let's say an ugly nigga,
mm-hmm.
if he got a strong 7, is that to come up? I mean, like when you say she's a strong 7, like is she just a strong 7, just straight out flat, or is this like she a strong 7 to you? Because that's what I'm saying. Because some of them could be a, you know what I'm saying, to me, to somebody else, she might be a 10. So how do you really go off? I
think to me, to be honest, I think that's what makes a strong 7 a strong 7. Like to some people, you're absolutely right. She may be a 10. To some people, to a lot of people, she may even be a 10. But a strong 7 is one of them.
That's why I say that.
I think a strong 7 is you have your days. With some days you're just like drop dead gorgeous, and then some days you may be like, all right, cool. Like some days you can kind of be like, I'm gonna say a strong 7. Sometimes you could post something on Instagram. Let's just use social media for example. Some days you can post stuff on Instagram and it may not do numbers, and then some days your shit may just go crazy. I feel like that even for dudes. Like if you a dude and people probably judge you on a scale to a 7 or a 10. All right, you may go to a 10 when you got that haircut, you got that fresh lineup, you got your Beijing and all that hitting hard, and you look presentable. And then some days you just look rough. I feel like most days I may be a strong 7 because if I'm just I ain't got no haircut and God knows how long. I feel like a girl looked at me the other day and I felt almost offended. It was like, bro, you just randomly called me on a FaceTime and you thought I'm in the gym. Who did you thought I was gonna look like? She was just like. I felt like she was playing with me. That's how I felt like she was coming off. I felt like she thought I was catfish. I was like, it's cool. I don't care. I'm like, and the crazy thing is, and this is random, and then we can get it back into some regular topics. I swear to God, sometimes I be feeling like anytime and I'm gonna just use religious purposes. Anytime the devil send me a distraction, and I feel like a distraction is just a woman trying to throw me some cheeks or just trying to have text conversations, whatever the case may be. It's just a distraction in general. Anytime one of them Jones don't work, I swear. And then I'm like, I'm not stressing. I'm not paying no attention. It's just cool. It didn't work. I'm kind of happy. I swear to God, I be dog. That next couple of days I post on social media, bro, them numbers just be so ridiculous. And I'd be like, bro, I get on my knees and I really be thanking God. Because I'd be like, bro, I don't even know how and why. Like that Allen Iverson joke, I swear to God, I did not think that Allen Iverson joke was going to go that crazy. Oh my God, that Allen Iverson joke. Listen to him tell you, 176s. I get it. And for people who seen the video or you seen the pictures floating around Allen Iverson revealing his statue in front of the Philadelphia practice facility. And of course, this is something that they do. But let's be clear, for most people,
if you didn't know, that's what
it fits. So that's what they do. So real quick, I guess backstory. Of course, when people originally, when the videos and the pictures started floating around social media, everybody was dragging the 76ers to hell. I even seen Matt Barnes, you're a pussy because you should have stood. Whatever you said, you should have stood on it. He deleted it because I guess people reached out to him and was like, "Dog, you out of pocket," because this is how they do all their statues. Because I'm sure everybody original reaction when you seen it, you just like, "Nah, what y'all doing? You disrespecting Allen Iverson."
You thinking of the Rocky statue? That's what you thinking of.
I'm still listen to Marcus. Let's be clear. I don't care what you originally do. I'm still thinking of the Rocky statue. I'm still know for a fact, and that's why all you Kobe Bryant dick suckers and lovers, and I mean this with all due respect. Remember who won the Rookie of the Year that year. So I'm thinking about this Kobe Bryant statue because if that draft class is 1996, I'm sure wherever Kevin Garnett, if he ever get a statue, they ain't gonna give him no pint-sized junk like that. So my thing of it is for Allen Iverson, the answer. Allen Iverson, there's no way in hell he's supposed to be. Listen to what I'm saying. And I don't mean this in no disrespect to Dr. J because I understand, nigga, I grew up in the day and age when you had to watch VHS VHS tapes on basketball to learn how to play basketball, and Dr. J was one of them niggas until probably 1996. Like even in 1996, they were still showing Dr. J highlight clips. So I understand who Dr. J is and what Dr. J was, but I don't care. I mean this respectfully. Dr. J ain't Allen Iverson, dog. I'm sorry. Allen Iverson to the rest of the world means more than every other nigga in front of that Philadelphia facility that got a statue. I don't care what you talking about. More than Charles Barkley, more than Dr. J, and all them other random people. Oh, and of course, my older cousin said, you can't forget about Moses Malone. So no disrespect to Moses Malone, Dr. J, or Charles Barkley, but all the rest of them miscellaneous niggas, and including them, ain't Allen Iverson to Sixers. Because when most people, if you do not live in Philadelphia and you are not a diehard 76ers fan, when you think of the 76ers, you think of Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson went and played for 5 more other teams, and nobody cared about none of them. You may only remember Denver because Melo was on that team, but most people don't remember none of them other teams he played for outside of Allen Iverson. Outside of Philadelphia. Allen Iverson caught a body. He put Michael Jordan on skates in a Philadelphia 76ers jersey. That statue in front of Philadelphia is no way in hell a fictional character got a bigger statue than Allen the Answer Iverson, dog. What the hell are we talking about? Rocky is not a real fucking person, dog. He's a movie, dog. This nigga got a bigger statue than Allen Iverson is nuts. People even go to Philly to run up at that goddamn statue. There's no, come on, dog. What are we talking about? Like, we got to be serious at some point. Like, come on, dog. I'm not even gonna hold you.
That's why I said that outsider looking in it is, as you would say, casual, don't know nobody, never been to Philly. When you look at that first what's name, you like, what the fuck is that? You're absolutely right. But then when you see the rest of how it is,
but I know the backstory, and I'm still, what the F is that? This is Iverson, dog. This ain't the rest of them, dog.
No,
Marcus, okay, no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because like when we do when we look at the jerseys and you look at however many who's the top 10 selling jerseys or this, that, and the third, guess what? I'm 100% positive. If you can still buy Allen Iverson jerseys, I'm gonna go out on the limb and sit here and say more people in Philadelphia got more Allen Iverson jerseys than they got any nigga from Joel Embiid to Iguodala, Barkley. So what are we talking about? So you can't treat me the same way as you treat the rest of these niggas because I'm not the same.
No. I hear your argument. 2K gave him a bigger statue in the damn game. I hear your argument.
Nigga, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you how 2K did it. Nigga, when I went to my because every day, like days I know I'm not gonna run every day, I just delete the Nike app off my phone and then I just re-upload it every time I feel like I'm about to go outside for a run. So when I was uploading the Nike app today, I seen the 2K joke, and guess what they did? Because sometimes when I'm talking about great marketing, you know what's the hot topic right now? Allen Iverson. So guess what cover they had for the 2024 jump that they were showing? The Allen Iverson version. I guess on your phone, it's the Allen Iverson version. I'm like, dog, shout out to 2K for being smart because they understand. Oh, come on. This is Iverson, dog. What are we talking about? Like, he's not the no. They had like names like Bill Collington. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't care who that is. Dog, this is Allen Iverson. What are we talking about, dog? Sometimes you just got to be serious. I understand what everybody else get, but dog, if I'm the 76ers, and especially even if you want to keep Joel Embiid, because if I'm Embiid, dog, I don't want to sit here in my statue. One, y'all ain't gonna never go nowhere because this nigga and it's a young lady I follow and she on Twitter. I know she from Philly and she like a huge, like her and Jill Scott are like, I mean not Jill Scott, Jasmine Sullivan are like best friends. And so like she like super popular from Philly. She got a podcast or whatever case may be. But I just know she from Philly. So I always like certain times I catch her like under this. Like it'd be rare when it'd be like you catch pretty women like under like Bleacher Report. So you recognize or remember, besides from where I know her from, I just when I see her on these blogs, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I might troll her. And I sit here and say, I'm like, dog, you don't think that the Sixers should trade Embiid? And the reason I'm to the average, not even to the average, any fan, if you watch basketball, that probably sounds crazy. But if we being honest, though, Joel Embiid get injured every season. What am I really going to keep him there for? Every season, we was talking yesterday, and I said the best example to use for Joel Embiid is like going to the strip club and getting blue balls. You literally go get a bunch of lap dances. Now you brick hard and you got to get, dog. You don't get no type of cheeks. You don't want to sit here and pay to get finished off. No Diddy. Dog, that's what Joel Embiid is. Every regular season, he's going to look like the greatest center of all times. And then guess what he'll end up doing? Before the season is over, he's going to get hurt. And then in the playoff time, he's going to get hurt again. Because guess what he's going to do? He's going to get hurt during the regular season. He's going to force himself to come back to play during the playoffs. And he's going to get hurt again. Because he came back, I think, like 2 weeks ago. Through that 2 week span, I think maybe they played 4 games. Then he got injured in 2 of them. What am I going to keep him for? Because if I know if his ceiling is out, he'll give me a flash in the pan. He's going to give me blue balls on the regular season. And then the playoffs, he's going to tap out. What the fuck am I keeping him for?
And he probably older than what he really is.
So, I mean, It is what it is. I'm not a Sixers fan, but I just feel like for the black culture, Allen Iverson, me.
I know, and I hear what you say when you say about the whole Embiid, but I feel like he the reason why we traded everybody else away. So now if I sit here and trade, like the process is fucking over.
It is, but that's what I'm saying. If you know that the process is over, and you know for a fact the Maxey thing is cool. Like you see, whatever little pieces you got around him, they kind of work. You still, I mean, you're an 8th seed now, but still, you still made the playoffs. So my only thing of it is, at least if you can see, if I can get rid of Embiid and I can get something respectable back for him.
I don't think you get them respect back from him because he stay hurt.
Yeah, but some teams,
make that move.
Some teams be so thirsty that they will make that trade.
But you ain't gonna get the talent back.
You might.
Nah. I can't see nobody right now giving up a bunch for him. A decline. I mean, not gonna say declining, but an older player who stay hurt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would do this if I was the Sixers, but you don't think that the Knicks will try to offer Julius Randle?
What's the difference? The same type of player. Stay hurt. Don't show up. Julius Randle been hurt. Last year he was hurt. This year
yeah, I'm trying to think. If I'm trying to think what team would, if I'm any of the teams, can't see
nobody else can make that move.
I wouldn't. Like, and the hurt thing, like, before the season started, everybody was saying if I was the Lakers, I would try to get rid of Anthony Davis and get Embiid. But now, hell no, this is the most games he played since he been a Laker. Ain't no way in hell
most games he played his whole career.
Oh, see, I ain't know that. I thought it was just as the Lakers. Yeah, so I wouldn't do it. Ain't no way in hell I would do it. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a little bit of sports mixed in a little bit. Because we've been talking about Tyler the Creator. Let me play this clip.
Probably see my homie try to fuck me on camera. Oh, it was terrible. I told the nigga no, and he said, but what about if we filmed it? Terrible. Probably see my homie try to fuck me on camera.
Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Tyler for one, able to make a joke out of it. And that's why, again, when we talked about it a couple weeks ago, I was like, dog, he's such a troll, dog. And
I hear you, but I don't know.
I be okay. I'm gonna tell. Okay,
because we just
no. Nope. I'm glad. Yep. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it right now.
Because even that video.
So for people who don't know what we talking about, I'm sure most of y'all, especially if you follow the Shade Room, you've seen the picture, and this is crazy because Justin Bieber is married. No, you've seen the picture of fucking Jaden Smith kissing.
Justin Bieber kiss.
Well, it don't matter. They kissed each other.
Behind him. He came up behind Jaden
Smith came up behind him and was humping him like this was a girl. And then Justin Bieber turned around and gave him a kiss
on the neck, on the cheek, on the neck.
But so my point of what I said 2 weeks ago, you have never in your life seen nothing of Tyler the Creator do nothing that yay. Actually, something besides words.
Him though, right? He played.
So it don't matter.
Marcus, it don't matter that much.
Yeah, you don't. But guess what they call it? That's like white boy games. White people play like that all the time.
Okay.
That's why even for the Justin Bieber joint, I was like, damn, ain't this nigga married? That's kind of crazy. But I mean, his wife not as famous as him, so I'm sure she can't really say too much. But that to me would be nuts. Like if I'm sure her text messages was going crazy, and people was like, no, what's up with your husband? Why is this nigga like?
And he was already attached to Diddy shit too.
And then the crazy thing is Justin Bieber's supposed to be super religious. Like super religious.
Those be the worst ones.
So I don't necessarily like, again, that's why I said to me the Tyler the Creator, that's him trolling. Because you don't got no hardcore evidence like that. It's no way in hell I could defend Tyler the Creator or sit here and say he was trolling if it was a video or something out of or like that of Tyler the Creator out here kissing another man. Like, because there ain't no comeback for that one. Tyler, like that, Jaden Smith out of pocket. Him and Justin Bieber. Let that jump load up, bro.
Was it to start this brand?
You ready? I'm about to play this clip, and I hugely disagree with it, but I want to play it just because it was going viral.
I'll call it the Meg Thee Stallion challenge, but to be honest, I think it's just yet another way for women to devalue themselves. And ladies, I'm not gonna hold y'all. At this point, it's given tacky and it's given classless. I think I speak for pretty much everybody when I say we're tired of seeing it. It's played out. There is no reason why we should log onto social media and at the top part where it says stories, there's nothing but a bunch of naked women, half-naked women, thongs, panties, short shorts, twerking and showing their ass. For what? What is y'all doing this for? Likes? Attention? Validation? If I'm not mistaken, y'all just did this a few months ago. Y'all had a whole challenge where y'all called it the ceiling challenge, where y'all was taping y'all phones to the ceiling and y'all was twerking upside down. We done seen y'all ass from every single angle possible. We get it. Then y'all say, oh, it's just the internet. It's not a real place. This is a real place. Y'all don't care how y'all perceive yourselves. Y'all don't care that what y'all look like. You know what this looks like? It looks classless and it looks tacky as hell. Most of y'all are moms. Y'all don't care what y'all kids think. Y'all don't care what y'all kids might look like. Y'all don't care about y'all image to them. Y'all talking about a challenge. Challenge yourself to be a better mom. Challenge yourself to be a better woman. Challenge yourself to be a better sister, a better auntie. Go challenge yourself to read a book. Challenge yourself in ways that's healthy for you. Y'all want to keep getting up here selling yourselves short for likes and attention for what? I'm not saying you got to be a nun, baby. I show skin. I'm not a nun. I still have fun with my girls. I still be outside. I do all of that. But it's never been about what you do. It's how you do it. Men used to have to go to a strip club to see stuff like this, to fantasize about stuff like this, to desire women to move in certain ways like this. But now all they got to do, the whole world is a stage at this point. All they got to do is log on to social media and it's a million girls shaking their ass, doing all type of stuff, trying to outdo each other. Because who y'all doing it for? Bing bong. Oh, we ain't doing this for the man. Who you doing it for then? Y'all got to stop and think, man. Because it's not giving what y'all think is giving. It's given very low quality. No man of high quality, the man that y'all desire, the man that y'all swear y'all want, I promise you, he gonna treat you nothing like what you want to be treated like, because no man wants to see a woman up there or a woman up there that he looking at to pursue in a serious way, shaking her ass 24/7 on the internet like that. Y'all want to be quick to say we're not doing it for the men, but baby, one day you gonna want a man and he not gonna want you. Because in 2024, you up there shaking your ass for likes and attention. It's not that deep, man. I don't know if y'all lacking some type of self-esteem or what, man. But y'all gonna have to pull back and reevaluate some stuff. It's not cute no more, y'all. It's played out. Stop.
So I mean, of course, realistically, if y'all know for a fact the Meg challenge, I'm just, because realistically, I don't.
We still here for it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But she smoked the hell out of that conversation. So I listen to it because two things can be absolutely true. Am I not tired of the Meg? And realistic, if I'm keeping it a buck, no. Hold on, time on. I'm not even saying I'm not tired of it. I realistically, I only want it from a certain group of women. Like when we was talking about sevens and tens, like bro, I know it's clear as day. We all know who we here for the women who actually do get paid for it. From the Megs, from the Lottos, from the Glorillas, even Coyle Ray with her little cheeks. Like I'm cool. Like give me that. Give me the women who are actually can realistically benefit from it. I don't realistically
don't put a rate number on it because it is some joints where you don't want to see their face.
No, but the crazy thing is though, and of course because let's be clear, because we dudes and everybody, people share you clips and everything. I've seen women who it just looked dirt. The video looked dirty. I didn't want to see it. I'm not. If you are a butterhead and we all know what a butterhead is.
My question for you then, if you're Sexy Red, are you mad because they kind of stepped?
Yeah, they stepped on it. But guess what? This is what I'm telling you. Sometimes you need somebody to show you, like even when we talk about the Drake and Future thing, and that's what happened for Sexy Red. So you're absolutely right. For people who don't, just a little bit of backstory. Maybe what was it, 2 weeks ago, or maybe two or three weeks ago at this point, because the Meg song like 2 weeks ago now. So let's say like 3 weeks ago. The week right before Meg and Glorilla started their challenge, Sexy Red and Young Miami had their little going back and forth, like who could twerk better, whatever the case may be, and they tagged in like Ruby Rose or something, whatever the case may be. So it started off with it was Sexy Red versus Young Miami, whatever the case may be, and literally a week later, Meg and Glow said, "Oh, I see what y'all trying to do. Let me show you how it'll work if a bigger celebrity do it." And guess what it did? It worked to listen, what I tell you, I told you I charted at number 11 on the Billboard charts this week. It is song number 11, and it charted in the week when all we talking about is hip hop beef, Drake, Cole, Kendrick, Future. Like, you got them. So that's again why you have to give them a whole bunch of credit, because that song still charted in the midst of everything else when everybody else didn't care about nothing. So that is sometimes where it's like using your girl power and using your beauty and your sex appeal to your advantage. Because imagine if you didn't have that challenge, that song would have fell to the wayside.
Remember, they put the snippet out before they even put the song out, and it wasn't even. It caught a little bit of legs. Everybody was anticipating, but then it was like, all right, damn. When it came out, it was like, it ain't hitting the same as now that the challenge came out. I feel like it gave more legs. But
the challenge gave the song more attention, and I told y'all this maybe a couple months ago. Realistically, the new version of the radio is social media. It's clips. The more I keep seeing people do it, so I understand for the artists, nobody gonna want to hear that. This is a part of my marketing, because the more I keep seeing more, like even the girls who shouldn't be doing this challenge, like the ones that she was talking about, who are eventually going to want to settle down. And of course, I do think we live in a day and age where most people don't look past the next day. You don't look no past the next 24 hours. What I got going on in the next 24 hours, or maybe what I got going on the weekend, if you got a big weekend coming up ahead of you. Most people aren't planning into that. But I do agree with a lot of stuff she's saying, because you're absolutely right. As a man, when I'm on social media and I see all these things, like again, like if I sit on Twitter off the late night, I'm looking for topics, but I just keep seeing back-to-back naked jumps, half naked girls promoting their OnlyFans. All of those things realistically help me do is be more like it's easier for me to detach from not having the physical form. Like, it's easier for me to sit here and say, okay, I ain't had no cheeks in God knows how long. I haven't even talked to a woman in God knows how long. And it makes it okay because virtually, like she just said, though, I can see a woman's every up and down of her body from every different angle, because she's trying to get likes and views. So if I'm on social media enough, it may not be a bunch of different angles from every girl, but if I see this one girl busting it open this way, then I get on Twitter off the late night. Now I can see you giving head, you could be showing off your coochie, you could be taking shower Jones. Like, bro, don't you think about like what she said? Most of those things were supposed to be, you only see this in a strip club, or this was something you were supposed to be personally sending somebody a text. So now that desire for me to book a new girl and be able to sit here and like, damn, let me see if I can, I can smash, or I can get the nudes, or whatever the case may be. I don't even have no desire for that, because every night I can just go on my phone and I can get nudes, and I don't even have to have a conversation with these women. Don't know them from Adam and Eve. I can just scroll on my timeline.
But like you say, in this day and age, they are getting more, or even making more than being in the strip club. So I can't knock you for, damn, you found a niche and that's what you're using. Because like I said, yeah, the strip club was a thing. It was a secret. It wasn't too many people know. You didn't want people to know. But it's like, damn, now, all right, well, I know your uncle nasty. I know your pastor nasty. I can put up on, and
no. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's more money on social media, but I don't think realistically what will get lost in between is every girl ain't monetizing being a freak on the internet. Every girl don't got OnlyFans. Every girl ain't sitting here saying, hey, my Cash App. Some girls are literally doing it just for likes and views. Like, there are some women out here who did the challenge and ain't getting nothing out of it. You probably got some dudes that slide in your DM. And let's be clear, what I do disagree with her is, and I think because most women right now may not care about getting married or not even care about looking for a boyfriend, I'm just looking for a new trick. So guess what these videos do, which I will say.
Oh, you ain't got to dance, baby.
No. You don't got to dance. A nigga thirsty enough and horny enough. You see here, I've seen videos where I know for a fact I catch myself from sliding in the DM. Like, if I personally don't know you and I see, and I catch myself, I see, oh my, Top sent me this trainer girl, Joan. Oh my God. She was busting it open in a literally, I'm talking about like a shoestring thong. Nigga, now she's fat as I'm talking about. You couldn't see, like, you watch this video of her, she was shaking her joint, nigga. You couldn't even see, all you could see is the top part that sit over top of the crack. You couldn't see nothing else but cheeks. I caught myself from sending a DM, but I know for a fact she even showed how many dudes was in her DM after that video. So guess what it's gonna be, dude? It's gonna be dudes like, and we're gonna talk about this in 2 seconds. Cenat. It's gonna be dudes who out here who tricking. So listen to what I'm saying. It's like it's a 50-50 thing, because most women, if I don't care about getting married or I'm not looking for a boyfriend, and I'm just looking for a dinner date, I'm looking for baby to go out this weekend and not have to spend no money. Those videos will open that door, because it's gonna be if 100 dudes shoot a shot at you, at least 5 of those dudes are willing to trick. And if I'm a girl and I just don't want to spend no money this weekend, all I need is 5 of them. I can go out on 2 different dates and don't never have to spend no money this weekend. I can literally go out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with 3 different dudes and don't gotta let none of them smash, because guess what it was? It was just the first date for all of them.
Yo, see you, Mike.
So that's the times that we live in. So like I said, I do agree with her, but at the same time, I do understand the finesse out here. And we, like I said, we can tie that into Cenat. And this is again when I sit here and say,
you should just stay humble.
No, not even stay humble. He shouldn't even stay humble, but he's just young. He's so young that he think tricking is a bad thing.
No, but I'm just saying stay humble. You could have just kept it quiet, didn't even respond to it. But the whole, oh, I see you in court. I feel like that's when it's just like, all right, you nigga, you did what you did. Like it is what it is. I feel like you ain't had to take it there. And that makes it even worse because now you about to sit here and take her to court. If you spent the money, you spent the money.
No, I mean, but again, you're missing the point though. I think it's because he's young. Because he's so young, and for people who don't know who we're talking about, let me see if did I send you? I made it. I ain't probably even send a voice, and it sound crazy anyway, so it don't matter. Nobody don't want to hear that shit. But the girl, so basically, for people who don't know, Cenat must have been some girl he was on live stream with before, whatever the case may be. She was fat as all. And again, when I talked about this with the Diddy situation, I know it sounds crazy when I say certain things because everybody live in a day and age where nobody want to get married, and most people would, if you was in Cenat's shoes and you was young, rich, and super famous, you wouldn't want to be in no relationship, and that will be your downfall. And for Kai, this not the first time some allegation, and the thing that probably sent them over the top is because the girl played with him and called him like Diddy Jr. So I get it. I understand because of that anything affiliated with Diddy or you trying to play around with those even alleging to that, I would have sent me over the top too. But the way you kind of eliminate all of that is, hey, if you got some guaranteed in the house cheeks, guess what you won't be? You won't be lusty, sending and allowing random women to pull up to your crib. That's one of his things. I mean, I don't know if he got security. I'm sure he do because I mean he got too many rappers and stuff coming in and out of his junk. So I'm sure he got some form of security there. But him and his could he have a steady? I mean, could he be in a steady relationship right now? Him being who he is and him having all this different traffic coming in and out of there, could he really have a steady relationship right now? Of course he can. To me that would make more sense.
But how would that play? It's just like, all right, my girl here, like y'all gotta chill out. Y'all can't be,
nigga, Marcus. I'm sure he ain't in a 1-bedroom apartment.
I'm not saying necessary pop, but I'm just saying like because he's on there all the time. So how can you sit here and date somebody or even be with somebody like, all right, well, damn, he always on the stream. He always got people in and out of here. Like, are you okay with?
I'm that's what I'm saying. He still have days where he don't stream.
Oh, okay. See, I thought he was always
on. No. He still got days. I mean, let's be clear. When he streamed for a long time. He do them little challenges where he makes stream for 72 hours and then he'll take a break. He'll take a day off. That could be the day when you dating your girl.
Okay. See, I thought he was like one of the ones.
Like because you gotta think about it. Let's be real. For the average person, how many dates are you going on? Like if you work every day and you working 9 to 5 and you working, even if you working extra more than the regular 40 hours and you pushing 50, 60 hours a week, you probably still realistically only going on a date, if that, or just even have one day a week where you can kind of spend it with your girl. So he just like any regular nigga. Okay, this one day a week, yeah, my girl can get this. So he may even have 2 days a week where he can give her. But what I'm saying is two things that somebody should have texted him and said, bro, it's nothing wrong with tricking. He was livid and wanted to go out of his way because that's again young. That's why sometimes when people be like, oh, 21, you're grown. No, because his audience is that young. They're young as he is. I think he like 20 something. I know he ain't older than 25. He's younger than 25 and his audience is younger than that. So guess what? All of them think tricking is like having AIDS. No, dog, it's okay. You tricked on a girl who gives a fuck. You got the bread, nigga. Most people don't got $5,000 to spend, period. So for even if that was an allegation, guess again, if he was older and he understood, nigga, guess who flourished in that space knowing they tricked that bag? Rick Ross, Future, Drake, everybody, their mother. Oh, like that is almost damn near the go-to thing for, I forgot who was that I was watching. And the other day they had a video and they had and they were showing off like a bunch of Birkin purses that they had. Oh, it was Boston Richie. Like nigga, matter of fact, when NBA YoungBoy slid into Boston Richie and Finesse 2 times, both of their baby mothers' DMs, or he posted them in their Insta story and telling them, come and mess with me, I got some real money. Again, he led with money. So I think that's for Cat, and maybe because he's I want to say he like Trini or something. So maybe in their I can't even say that because nigga, African niggas is the biggest tricks in the world. So I can't even sit here and say, oh, it's not a foreign thing. Foreign niggas trick that bag. So that's just I think that's just an age thing. I think he's so young, and I did because of course I'm on Twitter, so I seen a bunch of his people who I call himself his fans or in the same age group as him was clowning him for tricking. Bro, it's a part of life. And the girl even tweeted out like, dog, grown men trick. Like grown men pay for box. Like what are we talking about? But again, because his audience is young, he's young. He acted young and childish over a nigga. She didn't say you are worder. She said you paid for it. What the hell are you losing your mind for, nigga? I didn't know. But this again, we talk about kids because for older men, like the older you get, you laugh. You have your stories about that. Remember that time I paid? I got me some box for $40. Like yeah, of course you don't want to pay $5,000. $5,000, you sound like a sucker. But because it is people out here paying $40 to get some box. And don't get me wrong, that girl she was trash. I'm not gonna hold you. That girl, two
That's
girls.
why I said with him, I would have just let that shit just fly by.
It was hard to let fly by because people seen when you booked her, because you did it on live stream.
I still would have just let it fly by. All this Drake Future and all that nonsense, let it keep flowing. For you to just to entertain is just like, damn, you giving her light, you giving her name.
Yeah,
I would just let it fly.
And that's all she realistically.
At the end of the day, all right, you paid for it, cool. Let's let it be. But then you talking about, oh, I'm gonna see you in court and all that. You bringing more attention to yourself, and nobody even really paid it no mind.
Sure.
You could have just let it go under the radar.
Sure.
That's why I say stay humble. I wouldn't have said nothing. I would just, all right, cool, let it be.
The crazy thing is, I seen a girl tweet and was sitting here saying, "Oh, these young girls are so stupid." You sitting here exposing a millionaire trick that you had for some Twitter clout is retarded. And which it is. You're gonna get your little 15, 20 minutes of fame, and then it's gonna vanish, and people gonna be like, all right, now what's next?
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna forget about you, because like you said, if the smart thing for Cal was be like, all right, let me just be quiet. Like, you don't have to really talk about nothing, because like you said, most of the media attention right now is gonna be Rick Ross versus Drake and Kendrick, or who when they gonna respond. Like, that's gonna take up the media space.
Shit, it wasn't he used in the whatchamacallit in the song?
Oh yeah, Drake shouted him out in the song.
Yeah, so I would have let that shit fly right over.
Yeah, I would have let it fly. But and the crazy thing is, like, the NBA play-in is coming up. It's coming up Tuesday. Matter of fact, come up today. When y'all listening to it, it will the 7:30 game. The Western Conference. It will be. Can't believe that Lakers game so early. That shit is kind of annoying.
They're first.
Yeah, they first. That's
great because it's the West Coast. You can't have two late games.
But that's what I'm saying. Why not do one East Coast game that day and then do the next West Coast game the next day? Why would
you got to play the next game?
What you mean?
You got to play. So they probably trying to get it out the way. Where it's like, all right, let's get the West out. Then come Friday, they play. I mean,
whoever
Thursday,
lose,
they play again. Both of them, I think, both of them games are that either Friday or Thursday, and then Saturday we start. The regular playoffs. So yeah, for you to flip flop back and forth, it'd probably be more.
No, but what I'm saying is, why couldn't you do? Why you couldn't just do one Eastern Conference game tomorrow and then do one Western and then do one Eastern, one West tomorrow, instead of doing two West today and then two East tomorrow on Wednesday?
Because when the second game come about, I think that's when it's both of them. East and West.
I mean, I guess, but that just kind of to me, it didn't make no sense, especially for the Lakers to be a 7:30 game. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, it is what it is. Let that jump load up. I'll go bet it.
Do you feel? Do you feel that?
I did for a second, then it before you stop.
Putting you zest.
I don't get it. Okay, because I mean, earlier we talking about viral moments that I had with the Sixers. Another video, and it's still going right now. I just looked at my mentions, and they were still kind of going crazy. Now, this is sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, the difference between having a viral moment when you're talking to women and when you're talking to men. When you're talking to women, it will equal followers. When you're talking to men, they'll just say whatever and they won't even hit the follow button. And I'm a dude, so I get it. And that's why even creating content, you got to kind of understand. And I do understand, like, that's why I always say, to me, the low hanging fruit thing is like the relationship stuff. Like that to me is always easy. So that's why I kind of just like, I know for a fact you can always run to that. Like worst case scenario, if you couldn't get no numbers off of nothing else, you could always break that glass and do it. And I do realistically feel like that is only a social media thing. I don't necessarily know, unless you become super big like Kevin Samuels, it don't kind of turn over to the YouTube numbers until you get to that level of like popping for real. But anyway, so for long story short, it was a clip that I seen. I was on Twitter, like I said, most days, and I'm just like, and probably off the early in the morning. I seen a clip. It was, man, Dissing and Yandy. If people don't know who that, Yandy used to be Jim Jones' manager, like prime Jim Jones, like balling. I remember, like, of course, I've talked about this before. My first show ever, like spending some actual money to throw a party, was Jim Jones balling. I think that show cost like $10,000. It was Jim Jones at TCB. And we did it, and it was the first time Jim Jones ever came and played with a go-go band and all that. And you see the video, it's on YouTube. The joint was jam-packed.
That's the one that was the D2s?
Yeah, D2s, yeah. So I guess for people who don't know what D2s is, it used to be Fragro's, a strip club. But anyway, long story short, so this was his manager this time, like giving the money to Yandy. That's my first original even knowing who Yandy was. She was still always at that time pretty woman, fat as all outdoors. So anyway, Mandisi and Jim Jones, they had their little beef and their little scuffles that they didn't got into it before, whatever the case may be, over the strength of Yandy and Jim going their separate ways. So they kind of had, of course, that was at the time Jim Jones and Chrissy was still on Love and Hip Hop. So that was their storylines kind of entangled through that. So long story short, I think DC ended up getting locked up doing like 4 years. And so again,
he was locked up longer than that.
Nah, he was locked up for 4 years. I mean, he might have did like pre-trial, like how Young Thug and stuff going through right now. He probably had trial before.
Yeah, see, I thought he was locked up for a while.
That may have been the case, but I'm just going off of what people, because I don't watch the show. I've been stopped watching the show. So I'm just giving people the backstory because I personally know that I seen Yandy getting money from being somebody, not somebody's girlfriend. So that's even why I even wanted to paint that picture. So like I said, she held him down. Let's just say, we're just going to go off the number that they say. I don't necessarily know the real facts. I'm going off the numbers that people were saying in the comment section. So she held him down while he was in jail for 4 years. So he's sitting here telling her, like, because I mean, he home now, and I feel like he been home for like at least like a year or two.
Shit, more than that.
Oh, so okay, he been home for a minute, but she basically still saying, he come to her and was like, I feel like I'm a single father. Again, now listen to what I'm telling you. He had kids before that relationship. I think him and her got 2 kids together. He had maybe 2 kids of his own before that. So he's sitting here saying 4 kids that this girl was holding down, like, and he was going. I do remember her having her moments when she was going back and forth with his moms and his baby mother. You know, whatever kids. You know how people do when people either die or go to jail. People do the most and they overstep their boundaries
outside the jails.
Oh, yeah. So during
the pandemic.
Yeah, during the pandemic, she definitely was out there with Tamika Mallory and my son getting locked up and whatever case may be. I want to say she got locked up in Kentucky when was it Breonna Taylor passed away? Yeah. So she got locked up doing that one, and she went into the where did she go into the jails that they went somewhere and like people was, I want to say it might have been like, was it Jersey? I can't remember. They went into the jail somewhere like, and they was having horrible, it might have been Memphis, because I think Yo Gotti got involved in that one. Like the jail treatment was like horrible. It might be Memphis or Mississippi. I can't remember what time it is. But yes, she's one of those people. Like that's what I'm saying. She's a very active, very ambitious woman. She do stuff on TV and she do a lot of philanthropy work as well. So him telling her like, you just be ripping and running too much. You be trying to do too much. You be trying to open up this business this week and this business and that week and this and the third. And I'm watching it like this video. It was like a 5-minute clip. And I'm like, time out though. Are you crazy? Somebody, you got to think, you are gone. You ain't know whatever he got. I think he got locked up. I can't even remember what it was. But this
what was he before he got locked up? Was he somebody?
I seen people,
right?
I mean, I know him from that show. I don't know him from nothing else. I seen people in the comments saying he used to be trying to be a rapper before or something, and it didn't work. I don't know. I only know him from that show.
He was like streets, like he had some clout.
He may have maybe in New York City, but he ain't had no clout to the point where listen to what I'm saying. He didn't have enough clout where she could stop working for 4 years while he was in jail.
Gotcha.
He didn't have enough money put away where he was okay. Him, his baby mother, and okay. No, Yandy was still holding it down. So you have the audacity, and then niggas was getting mad, like, oh, you a sassy nigga. You talking about some man got all. No, listen to what I'm saying. I know some buzzwords for some of y'all, and y'all think it's cool because you learned them. And people was like, you in their relationship. I said, one, slow down. This is a TV show. The same way I would review BMF, nigga, this is a TV show. You talking about like I personally know these people, and I sit here and found I'm leaking out their text messages, their personal text messages. Nigga, this is on TV. You can watch it in the same way with any other TV show. The same way I watch a basketball game, I'm gonna give my opinion on it. Nigga, this ain't no secret. Shut up and get your. And people who normally say that be people who like literally got 2 posts and got like 40 fucking followers. Like, nigga, suck my dick. Anyway, so going back into it, I'm like, dog, how do you want her to slow down? Let's just say she took a slight of a break for 4 years. She, of course, like we said, she was still doing stuff, but maybe she wasn't reaching her full potential because she had to be a full-time parent to 4 kids. You were in jail. Why do you want to come? When you met me, I was ambitious. I was always goal-driven. Why are you trying to water me down now? You saying that you feel like you're not a single parent. Nigga, you may feel like a single parent for a couple weeks, a couple days when I may be in and out of town doing certain stuff. Like, why? And he was like, man, we don't do. And then I guess they had some trip they was playing together and she wanted him to come and he ended up not coming. Maybe because his bread was funny or something. I don't know. But she was like, no, I had this trip planned. You were supposed to come. You were the one who backing out. But my whole thing of it is like, one,
me looking at a lot of some of these clips, I think is the way she moving might be the one that's upsetting them. Like she's moving like you single kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of like clips and videos I have do see like she be partying and you know.
So, but guess what?
So
though?
I think that might be.
I'm with you on that one. I get it. And but guess what though? Some things he got to realize what he said. That one of the videos that went viral when he first came home was when they was getting interviewed and a lady asked him, "Do you think you would have held Yandy down if the roles was reversed?" And he said, "No." You absolutely right. Am I moving around like my single? Am I still looking like a baddie when I pop out? Yes. Yandy still look good as shit when she jump out. So is she moving around? But guess what? I feel like I get what you're saying, but it's kind of like I can't say she's moving like she's single. She's moving like she's in the industry, and she's always been in the industry. So people, even if you're in a relationship, you're gonna still kind of, unless your partner is right there beside you, you're gonna kind of always look like you're single. You're going to always be mixing and mingle. You're going to always be people in your face. You'll always be drinking or doing whatever the case may be, unless you just out and you really not in the club scene, but you're on Love and Hip Hop. Like, you got to promote yourself as a brand. When we was talking about the WNBA women,
do I still question you? Because like, all right, well, you ain't got no damn clients. Why the hell you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what
I don't think I don't think she wants to manage no more. I'm sure she still wanted to be.
Because when you say she's still in the industry, I thought.
No, when I say in the industry, she's still in. I mean, you on Love and Hip Hop. That's the music industry. Okay. Love and Hip Hop is supposed to be. I mean, it's still circled around people in the music business. So you still in the industry. Like
that's why I thought you were saying she's still like managing or whatever.
No. You just in the industry. You still affiliated with the industry. Your friends are still industry people. Yeah. No. She's not trying to manage nobody or nothing. Hell no. Because let's be clear, most good managers, after you have a bad breakup with one artist, you never want to be a manager again, unless you Coach K. Like Coach K, realistically, like if you really think about like managers that people know, who Walker of it, not really though.
A couple of them.
They all happened at the same time. Okay. Fresh Montana, Nicki Minaj, Walker, OJ. Gucci, all of that was around the same time. Okay. So you got to think about it. After all of them, including Walker, after all of that flamed out and died down, she never really she still managed people, but it wasn't to the capacity of that 5 people when she was managing them 5. Mm-hmm. Like even you got to think about it. Gucci,
I think she still got ties with Nicki now.
That's now because Nicki is trying to reform some relationships, but her and Nicki for a long time wasn't speaking. She never spoke. Nicki never spoke bad about her, and Miss Deb never really spoke bad about Nicki. But you could tell there was some friction there that they had to fix. So I feel like Nicki didn't fix that until she met with her husband, because her husband is a street nigga. So and Walker brother is a street nigga. So I'm sure realistically, whatever little miscommunication that y'all two had, let's fix that together on some street shit. So I'm 9 times out of 10, that new relationship that Nicki and Walker mom got is probably realistically because realistically, Walker mother was in the streets, even probably more than the brother. But the brother you go watch Vlad interviews. Her brother do like a lot of talking, like from all street purposes. He used to run with the Supreme team. So that's realistically, I'm sure he's the one who fixed that relationship. I'm just going out on a limb. Them 2 men probably fixed that relationship. But still, again, she's just to make my point is, what was her after that breakup? She ain't had nobody big. Only person that you could kind of sit here and say caught other somebody else, Coach K. That's it. Coach K went from Jeezy to Gucci and then the Migos. Oh. Like he may be literally the only person that I can think over the top of my head that kind of like, and I'm talking about bad breakups, because Coach K and Gucci had a bad breakup. Jeezy, Gucci and Coach K breakup probably wasn't as bad. Theirs was kind of just like Gucci kept getting locked up, and I think Coach K kind of just washed his hands with it, because that's why they still got a working relationship now when it comes to like the Migos or when it was breaking QC artists. So I mean that one is a little bit different. But him and Jeezy for a long time, it was beefing. That's why I went when Jeezy did his thing at the when he did that opera thing in Atlanta. it was big for Coach K to bring him out because for a long time, Jeezy and Coach K wasn't on good terms. So that's just my point. For most,
didn't he have an album where he was talking about that?
When he was dissing Coach K?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He dissed Coach K before a couple times. That's my point. For most big managers, we talk about managers who had successful careers as a manager, like even if it's just one artist, like Yandy with Jim Jones. Most of the time after the breakup go bad, most people feel like, damn, I put so much time. It's almost just like a bad relationship. I put so much time and invested in somebody else so much, it kind of just becomes like I don't really want to do it again. Like I heard Wayne.
Does Scooter Braun got anybody now? Because I feel like he dropped all his too, right? Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, all that.
I think he still managed Justin Bieber.
Oh, for real?
And but you got to think about, and he bought QC.
Oh, that's who.
So I think I don't necessarily know how. I don't know how his, but listen to what I'm saying. He was so big, he could kind of him going. He was such a big mega star manager. His dropping down go from like Taylor Swift to like he might manage somebody like Usher now.
Okay, gotcha.
So he might go from an A-list to like a B-list artist. He not going from, but like I said, he still got his hands in. He was buying people's catalog stuff. Like I said, he bought it. He was a partner into buying the QC brand. So you think that was for like 300 something million. They bought QC. And I don't know how that worked out, but yeah, QC kind of ain't never been the same since then. But whatever. Long story short, like I said,
I'm the same. I got paid.
Yeah, no. I ain't know. Listen, I get what you're saying, but they still had artists on that label. Their artists ain't been the same. Their impact on the culture ain't been the same.
But their artist was kind of going down before they even sold it, right?
Yeah, but nigga, they down now, and they still had fresh people. Like they had Icewear Vezel on there. They had Gloss Up on there. They had a couple of those. Were probably like the two bigger, like the kind of the Lakia girl. They had some people like on there. It was like they took that money and kind of just like fell all the way back.
I take that money.
No, I'm not. No, you're missing what I'm saying. I'm not saying not take the money, but it's still like, damn. What about the artists that you had before then? Like, cool, take the money, but still don't forget about me. Don't leave us as here to just like, damn, we just on QC and it ain't nothing else to it now. Like, I'm just here. I'm on QC. That's just it. It's just like, nah.
Okay, but when you say that, how much can I go up after that? Because I already gave how many artists I already gave you off my label?
What you mean, like Poppin artists?
Yeah. I gave you.
You probably gave me like 4.
So I don't think I can produce another 4 or even another 3.
You know what's so funny? It was a picture, right? And it was a picture. It was the City Girls, the Migos, and I want to say it may have been Lil Yachty and Cardi B in the picture, and it was P from QC in the picture in the middle. And people were saying, "Dog, this man is single-handedly broke up 2 of hip hop's biggest rap groups in the last 10 years." And I just looked at it like, damn. I ain't saying that he really did it, but it was just like when they said it, and it was that picture, and you see City Girls and you see Migos in there, and like, damn. If it ain't true, it seemed like it's true because like they was all signed to QC and they not here no more. Real quick, why? Because since we all talking about QC, it was a video that was going viral of a young dude was doing like sneaker content, but he looked like Takeoff with the glasses on. He looked like Takeoff. He had the Versace shirt like the Migos Jones, and Offset wasn't here for it. And I'm not. And you know what's so the crazy thing is, I'm not mad at him at all, nigga. It's no nigga. God forbid, God. Knock on wood, nigga. I'm not rocking for that. I would not know. I felt Offset to the core of my like no. And I seen, and you know what's so crazy? I seen people in the comment section trying to like defend the dude. Nigga, you can't defend that. You can't tell this man how to feel about somebody.
You getting.
You're trying to get you getting.
He was doing it beforehand,
and he was alive. Then cool.
But you became popular after
he passed away. Yes, I'm not rocking. And I seen people trying to put the Michael Jackson didn't get killed, dog. Michael Jackson passed away, but Michael Jackson did not get murdered, dog.
He didn't fail type. Yeah.
Like you not sitting here about dog. It's no. I felt Offset too. I listened to it. I'm saying I felt Offset. Ain't no way in hell I'm rocking for that shit. That was not. That was a dead mission.
And because it's like now you still walking around and people are like, oh, that's take. You know,
that's
like,
Takeoff. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
you
basically playing with the dead. You playing in my face. Like, yeah, I'm not going like that. I'm not going like that at all. What else was going on? Oh, it was the I don't know if y'all seen it was the dude who do. I don't necessarily know if it's the same person every time. I feel like it's different people doing the 20 I guess the 20 rappers. And they may be called different things, but the 20 it was basically one rapper versus 20 girls. Yeah, so it was Dababy. The dude paid he paid him 20 bands to do it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nigga, that is OD. And that's But you know what's so crazy and why I kind of even want to go back into that, why when we talk about academics and why I said sometimes you want to give people, you need to give him more flowers because though he do it solo dolo. He literally built his whole situation by himself. I'm not relying on no guests. I'm not relying on no rappers. I'm not relying on nothing. I'm building off of my opinion, my personality, solo, dolo. For this thing about spending 20 bands. And you're not getting, when you're spending this 20 bands, I mean, of course, at this point, he already got a built-up audience on his YouTube channel. So people want to see different rappers or your TikTok or whatever case may be. But it's still like you spending 20, you don't know how it's going to hit.
I think in that, looking at that, I feel like academics probably do spend the money, but we don't know about it. They keep retaining the information, to keeping the connections. You spending some type of money.
But
so
not
like,
20 bands. So you might be paying somebody like for some police officer or somebody to work at like TMZ do. TMZ pay people for like certain information.
Sure I'm not gonna say he paying like $100. He paying some type of money for his the information he getting. I feel like he's paying something.
Yeah, but not enough. Not 20 bands, though. He ain't.
No. You're right. 20 bands.
Because he don't be. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Because let's be. And it's not. Of course, it's not no shade to Act. He don't break stories like TMZ. TMZ breaks stories, so you can tell that like Act may sit here and give it before. He might be like the first black people who get it.
Gotcha.
But he's not like TMZ. He's not breaking the stories like TMZ is. For a fact. TMZ is cool with telling you, yeah, we got police officers on payroll, we got ambulance people on payroll, we got people that wherever in higher places, but it's TMZ though. Look at though, TMZ be on in the middle of the day on Fox, and there don't be nothing else on. It be TMZ. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's a difference between TMZ and academic. So yeah, TMZ probably pay people thousands of dollars or a couple $100 to somebody for a video for like. Think about all the leaks that TMZ get from like the Beyonce and Jay-Z thing in the elevator, the Ray Rice situation. Like nigga, they pay for them Jones. They paying real money for them jokes, or the Sweetie and Quavo joke. Like nigga, I'm sure you dropping, but academics ain't breaking no jokes like that. So yeah, he ain't spending no time. I don't think if he's spending anything, maybe a couple dollars, like maybe a pair of tennis shoes or something, but nothing crazy where nobody gonna give a hell even talk about. But like yeah, 20 racks, dog, is ridiculous.
Did you believe that story?
What story? The what was the story? I didn't really.
He was like, that was his last.
Do I believe? No, I don't believe that. I feel like he was putting extra sauce in that. So for people who don't know, he basically was trying to say that was his last 20 grand. His grandmother put up 10 and he put up 10. I don't believe that. Because this is the same dude that if this, I don't necessarily, like I say, I don't know if all of this is one channel, but if that is, nigga, them videos go viral every week. So I don't know. And then the crazy thing
maybe that's true, because ain't one on TikTok?
I think all of them on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily know, because that's even for like, think about how many of them jokes we didn't sing, we didn't share, we didn't laugh at, but they never kind of transitioned to YouTube views. And that's why I said sometimes that's the tricky thing about.
It gotta be a YouTube.
No, you missed what I'm saying. He got a YouTube channel, but think about how many times you have never. Well, no, what I'm saying is, how many times have you went to go look at it on YouTube?
No, I never.
Neither have I.
I just see whatever.
Yeah, whatever the clip it is, because it's not, to me, it's not worthy enough for me to want to go on YouTube and watch it. Like whatever the clip is, cool. I'm gonna take it for whatever that clip is, and then I really don't care, because it's not opinion almost. It's not something. It ain't a story to it. It's nothing. It's just I like, all right, whatever. Yes, no, whatever. I like, just me personally. So I don't know the business model. Obviously, it got to be a half decent business model that he had money to invest. But the baby said, I don't know what he did to the baby or said whatever, because most of the time the baby, to me,
the dude.
He said one of his men or somebody said something crazy to him, and he was like, "Oh, you lucky."
He was recording it. I think from the video I seen, it was a dude recording like from his phone, and I think he was saying something.
Yeah, he probably said something wild. 9 times out of 10, we all know the baby with his situation is 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna play with his masculinity. So it probably was something gay. You probably try to play with him with something gay, and he was just like, I'm not going for this. Y'all not about to play with me. You're not about to record. You're not even about to put me in a situation. Because to me, that's the only thing I can see him responding in that capacity, because it's like, nigga, I lost millions of dollars saying the wrong thing about the LGBTQ community. I'm not about to, you're not even about to put me in that situation for that to happen again. So I'm sure, and that's why the baby like never even went into details of what happened. He's like, nigga, you know what happened, you know what you said, and you lucky that's all that happened, that I took the 20. And guess what? I'll take this 20 bands and I'll give each girl that was there $1,000 each. Yeah. If you was there, show me proof that you was there, reach out to me, and I'll send you the $1,000. And I ain't mad at him for that, because it's just like, dog, I'm going out on a limb. I'm almost 100% positive that's what happened. It was something that had to do with that community. And the baby was like, yeah, you're not going to give me twice, dog. Sorry. Y'all got me once, but you ain't going to give me twice. There's no way in hell that one's going to happen. Let that joint load up.
Today that you were talking to some veteran players and they told you it's not the number that you go, it's the fit.
Ali Rowe.
Well, Angel, you told me players and they told you it's not the number that you go, it's the fit of the team. How does this team fit you and your style?
I'm just so excited. I get to play with Camilla. I've been playing against her since high school, so I'm excited to play with Camilla, and Teaspoon is amazing, and she's done some great things, and I'm excited to be coached by her.
The thing that I've admired about you, everywhere you've gone in your career, from high school to LSU, you win. How will you infuse that winning style and culture to Chicago?
Just coming in and being competitive, having an open mind every day to just want to work, and I'm just excited to learn from my vets.
You have helped elevate the women's basketball game. You have helped elevate the attention that we're having on this draft. What are you proud of that you've helped build in basketball right now?
Being able to leave my impact. So many different people came out today and how they can relate to me. So a kid from Baltimore not supposed to be here, and I'm just happy. And my mom is here and my brother is here, and I wouldn't be able to do it without them.
This kid from Baltimore is supposed to be here. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you.
Well, Angel Reese, the 7th overall pick of the 2024 WNBA draft, gets a big hug from her head coach, Kim Mulkey. Ali Rowe.
Of course, I had to play that one. I'm not going to lie to you. That to me is, y'all know, I'm an Angel Reese stan, so I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely going to be a Chicago Sky fan. So I just wanted to play that real quick while we was getting into something. I do want to play these clips from NLE Chopper because I get the little dance he was trying to do, but I kind of just don't. It's just weird, bro. It seemed like he trying to figure out his lane, and I think I'm gonna play this clip and then I'm gonna give my opinion because I kind of feel like he was dragging it.
I promise you, I ain't making that video because I'm offended or I feel some type of way. But man, it's funny how like back in the 70s, the 60s, men used to dance, bro, and it was like fun. It was happy. Nobody looked at them like they weren't straight, or nobody looked at them like they weren't gangsters, or nobody looked at them like they was less of a man. But you feel me? During the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, and a little bit of the 90s, a lot of people, you feel me, was dancing, and it was culture. Towards the 2000s and like 2010s, and I feel like I don't know what happened between that time period. I love for someone to come in on it and let me know what happened. But now it seems as if when men dance or when men show themselves having fun, it's less masculine, or they're not straight, or they're not certified G's, or hey man, I promise you, I ain't making all these different things. Man, my whole motive, my whole thing is bring fun back to music. You feel me? So when you see me doing whatever, that don't mean I'm less of a nigga, whoop your, or I'm less of a nigga, shoot you. That don't mean I'm less of that type, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that part of me is hidden somewhere as well. But that can come out. But you feel me? Why do we gotta bring that out when we know that these things lead to two places? Ain't this enough niggas dying now? It's enough going to jail. Y'all always want to be gangsters, and then I be the one got to pay the funerals. I be the one got to sit by the mama when they crying. Feel me? Y'all ain't tired of that. Y'all ain't ready to have some fun. Y'all ain't seeing all the turmoil they be going on.
Okay, my only thing to him will be is I hear what you're saying, and do I think dancing is cool? Yeah, but I think realistically people are watching you try too hard. I think that's the difference. And I think people, because I mean, let's be clear, like we just literally seen Lil Uzi on the Coachella stage, literally Vogue. Nobody kind of even like, all right, it's just Lil Uzi. Like you see it, all right, it's cool, it's funny. Like, all right, Lil Uzi out of pocket. Like he crazy for doing that dance. But he don't Lil Uzi, and I think that's the difference.
Really?
Huh?
Is he really?
Who?
Lil Uzi. I mean, I feel like that music or whatever, how they feel, I feel like that kind of fit.
No, but what I'm saying is Lil Uzi is so comfortable in his skin, he don't ever have to explain it. And I think that's the difference. So even when NLE Chopper started that video, he was saying, I ain't trying to explain myself because I'm in my feelings. But obviously you are, because like I said, and that's why I compared Lil Uzi, because though Lil Uzi literally on Coachella, he just got out and started voguing. Nigga literally got his head permed out like a pink, like, come on, dog. He almost got like a pink bob. So that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between somebody who don't care about what people think, somebody who's not looking for the validation or for people to credit him as street or this, that, and the third. So even for NLE Chopper to sit here and say, I'm just trying to, I'm not, that don't make me less masculine. Then if it don't, and you shouldn't even have to address it. You should still be able to just keep doing your little dance, keep doing whatever. But people can tell that you're sitting here you're trying too hard to be different. It's a difference between it just genuinely looks genuine. Like nobody could sit here and say, oh, Lil Uzi just trying to be different. No, Lil Uzi just being Lil Uzi.
But is he he's still walking a fine line?
Who?
NLE Chopper. Because he caught all that hell for the whole shit he did with Suki.
He just put out part 2 to that song. That song called Slut Me Out. He just put out the part 2, and that's my point. But people and I think that's what I'm saying again when I'm talking about people can tell when it's like when your music is organically catching on, or people organically mess with you. You organically got a fan base, and people can tell the difference between when something is forced. And I think the reason why people give an NLE Chopper pushback is because it seemed forced, because his image is all over the place. A lot of people I've seen on people's social media call him the Nickelodeon version of NBA Youngboy. Like because sometimes he want to come off and seem like he gangster and he tough, but now it's like, oh, I'm trying to bring back dance and I'm trying to do this. Like, all right, nigga, their favorite Jay-Z line, nigga, is it one Michael or is it Uchiwali? Which one is it? Because you said you all over the place like dog shit, and I think that's his biggest problem. Like, you have to find out who your identity is, and if you are comfortable with what you're doing, then just do it. You shouldn't have to explain it, because the fact that you're going out to the way to explain it, then that just let me know that it ain't really, that's not genuinely who you are. You trying to say, I'm trying to bring back fun in the music. Dog, niggas dance all day long. Nigga, the whole drill scene in New York ain't nothing but dancing. What are you talking about? People dance, but nigga, the music you making ain't dance. Like TikTok is full of people dancing.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not, I don't think dancing is the problem, but I think you are the problem. I think people can clear as day see that you are having an identity crisis. Every other day is one other different thing with you. And I think that's why they're calling it out, because realistically, people dance. Other rappers have made pop, like, nigga, look at Sexy Red and just made everybody want to sit here and start Ewing again. What are you talking about? People want to dance. It's a video going viral of a bunch of dudes in Florida with guns, literally doing all the same dances to the Get It Sexy, and they playing the song. I think a dude was doing a freestyle to it, but it was still Get It Sexy. He was freestyling. I'm 100% positive he had to be freestyling over it, because I couldn't hear it, but it sounded like he changed the words a little bit. Instead of it was Get It Sexy, it was whatever his name was. But it was to that song, and they were literally still doing all the little U's and whatever the case may be, but they was doing it. It just had like big choppers and Dracos and all these crazy guns in the video, but they in Florida. But that's my point. People still know how to have fun, but I think a lot of those people are comfortable with who they are and don't never have to explain it. For somebody like NLE Chopper, just because everything you do is kind of suspect, like nobody feel like you genuinely not yourself. So I think that's why you got to go out on the limb and explain it. And I do want, I guess we got serious out a little bit, real quick, just before I serious the pod out just a little bit. A homegirl of mine, and she was like when the Rick Ross and Drake thing, and he started calling him Cupcake and started talking about his nose and calling him white boy. She was like, this is racist. Rick Ross is taking it too far. And I said, bro, you trying to make me sound like a caveman. And I said, dog, this is why men don't be wanting women to talk about certain things. Because it was like, bro, I said, bro, you sound like somebody's mom right now. And I get it. You are somebody's mom, and that's why you sound like a mom. Like, skip this conversation. Because what Rick Ross calling him white boy is not racist, though. And Drake ain't 100% white neither. So it's like, it's not that deep. It's just funny. It's Rick Ross just being funny. I'm like, him, even though, and
but is it the females? Well, I feel like it's just everybody just too woke and sensitive. I'm not gonna just say pointed just in females, because there's a lot of niggas to be saying the same thing. Like, why you gotta take it there? You been, why you always down the black man? Like, I think it'd be. Yeah, I'm not gonna say you might be
right. I'm just bringing it to, because a woman brought that to my attention. So you might be right. It might be men and women, but I just think like, bro, this is hip hop. This nigga is joking, calling a white boy. Like, nobody thinks Drake is white, because if people thought Drake was white, then he would not be able to get off every song saying nigga 50 times. Because Drake dropped nigga in damn near every song, and niggas is cool with him saying it. So I don't think nobody feels like Drake is a white boy.
Mm-hmm.
But the BBL Drizzy, that nigga, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Nigga, that on.
That's why I be saying like just the shit they be trying to throw and put on Drake names. It's like,
But that's why you know he Teflon Don, dog. He's real
I
live.
hear you,
know,
but
he is Thanos for real.
Just as long as you ain't got no Diddy allegations and shit.
People were saying, but people were saying what was more. Which one? I don't think realistically. I don't think the BBL Drizzy gonna stay. That's probably like that was for like a day. It was trending for a day. It's not as long as no Diddy.
No, you saying
people was like which one hit harder, no Diddy or BBL Drizzy? Like
how does it do? You give Meg credit for what she said in her little
yeah, that's how niggas knew. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Even when Rick Ross is joking about him, everybody knew that was Drake because everybody already think that Drake got fake abs. Like I work out all the time. Dog, listen to what I'm saying. And that's why that even Rick Ross was like, dog, you had 20% body fat. It's no way in the hell you can have him. It sound as a man who's fat as Rick Ross, it sound like hate. But for somebody who go to the gym all the time, and if you really work out, dog, you know how hard it is to keep. Dog, I'm gonna tell you how hard it is. I follow endless personal trainers, especially for women. Dog, they will sit here and tell you the days they are bloated because they don't want you to judge that they don't got abs on this day. Because most people, it only take one dog. It take one bad meal, or for you to have too much sodium in your joint, your stomach may be bloated out more than it usually is. Because sometimes you even, I'm listening to them saying, this is somebody who follows a bunch of fitness people, and I pay attention to how they even so critique and be so hard on their body, and they will tell you, I'm bloated, I'm on my period, or I had too much. You know, you won't hear men say it as much, but you will hear women say it all the time. They'll talk about how they bloated, or they ate something too much, and they had used, and you do see your body change. Like you'll see some women like, all right, this is my body in the middle of the day, this is my body in the morning after I finish using the bathroom, or you know, flushing out all of it. And most of the time you can see the complete different in the way their stomach is. And that's why even some personal trainers, even women or men, they'll have a day where I'm just shooting content for this entire day. They may change their outfits or whatever case may be, but they eat less. They didn't shed it. They only may have been on the ward. So you can see the details in their muscles and their body way more. So that's why too, the person, if you actually work out, you could clear as day see that Drake abs was fake. And that's why most people knew, okay, when Meg shot that shot at him, she didn't have to say no names, but everybody knew that she was talking about Drake. Because everybody knew what the deal was with that situation. So like I said, man, shout out to Drake, but I guess to serious the pod out real quick. And sometimes when these moments happen, I guess you appreciate how many people, I guess, even reach out to you and you kind of get to feel the love a little bit. Because of course, for people who live in the DMV area, it was a shooting in the LA Fitness inside the basketball gym. And that, but one, I'm not going to leave rush through it. I'm going to take my time. So one of what I was saying, you feel the love because people just DM me, oh, that make sure you wasn't at this gym. I'm like, I don't go to that one. I even told Top when Top sent it to me. He's like, man, you ain't in this gym. I said, nigga, the one time when I remember one day I texted him, I was like, dog, the nigga that No Savage be beefing with, he in this gym only, and I know who he was because he had a chain on. I said, dog, I'm never coming to this gym again because I'm not going to a gym where niggas wearing a chain. Nigga, when I seen that, I'm like, you know, you're in literally in y'all. I get y'all. It seemed like y'all. I know for a fact that was hood beef. It just twinkled over into rap beef because y'all from two different neighborhoods. But nigga, I'm not going to no gym with somebody coming in here with a goddamn chain on, like a rapper chain. Like we ain't talking about just like some little small no nigga. This nigga has on a rapper chain at the gym. He in the basketball court. I'm like, oh no, it's too many hood niggas in here. I'm not going to. Listen to what I'm saying. Y'all know I'm told y'all I be mixed with the bougie and ghetto certain times, but it be certain things I don't want to be in. I don't want to feel like I'm in the hood. I'm at the gym, and in that
listen
gym,
to hill music, but I don't want to be in the hood type of shit.
No, I just don't even because a perfect example. And you got to think, and the crazy thing is, I feel for all the people who don't be inside the gym because in most of those gyms, in any LA Fitness, the younger people be in the basketball court. They don't be outside lifting weights. Mm-hmm. So for most of the people, you think about if you're an older person and you just live in that area and you got most people got headphones on in the gym because nobody like, dog, let's be clear. You are a different type of psychopath if you go to the gym without no headphones. Unless you're going, like I talked about it before, unless you're going just in there go swimming. Of course, you can't swim with headphones on. But if you actually on the floor lifting weights, or you doing the treadmill, and because let's be real, most gyms, some of them treadmills sound like they ain't had an oil change in God knows how long. So who wants to hear any of those sounds and noise? So that's why I'm saying you are a different type of psychopath if you can be in the gym without no headphones on. Even most of the people who work in there, if y'all go into the gym, you pay attention to most people, they might not have two headphones in, but they got one of their headphones in because nobody wants to hear all that shit. So going back to, like I said, I can only imagine if like, that shit was almost like life flashing before people's eyes. And I'm sure like even, and the crazy thing, I was in the sauna because it was getting late. And I didn't know until I got out of this. Matter of fact, I knew before I got into the sauna, but I didn't, of course, not thinking like who in the family watching it and mom texting me, you all right? You in the gym? I'm like, I don't go to that gym. But I text her and she telling me like, because I didn't see this. Of course, I don't take my phone into the sauna, so I seen it like 13 minutes after she texted me, and she probably having a goddamn heart attack. I'm like, bro, I don't go to that gym, and I had my phone. I was in the sauna, so I didn't know. But literally, as soon as I got out of the sauna, I seen it. I texted her, and I was like, no, I don't go to that gym. I knew because so many people didn't sent me the DM on social media, sent me the video of it. I knew what they were talking about. So, like I said, again, I know I'm kind of all over the place, but for people who don't know what's in the LA Fitness in the DMV area, there was a fight or argument during a basketball game, and we're talking about inside of the gym, inside of the basketball court. Again, this is when you're talking about people just do absolutely some of the dumbest stuff on planet Earth, bro. There's two things you got to do. One, you got to scan yourself to get in. Even if you got to bring a visitor in, they have to have an ID. So people know who. Listen to what I'm saying. You had to check in, and then you're on camera. It's cameras all in LA Fitness besides the locker room.
How stupid you think that the shit was over?
Nigga, it's probably 9 times 10 over a basketball game. And don't get it twisted. At that LA Fitness, niggas probably be betting on games or whatever case may be, but still, it's a non-professional basketball game. You literally just threw because guess what you're gonna get hit with? Nigga, you hit this person, they in critical condition. So again, thoughts and prayers to that person. So that's that's a charge on the loan. Then they're gonna charge you with charge you with attempted murder for everybody in the gym.
Open fire
in a public place. In a closed public place.
Count every person in there.
And guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? The county gonna do whatever, and 9 times 10, LA Fitness is gonna LA Fitness is a huge corporation. There's gyms all over America, nigga. They gonna have to lean even harder because guess what they had to do? Now every LA Fitness I went to for the rest of the week, the basketball court was closed.
Always fucking it up.
So guess what LA Fitness gonna have to do? Now they probably gonna have it where they had to think of like, damn, is it worth us even keeping the basketball courts open? Because now we're gonna have to figure out a way to add more security or add metal detectors or what? Because even if you add a metal detector, you're gonna have to still have somebody work it. Mm-hmm. So that means you have to pay more. Is it worth it? How much money will you lose if you sit here and close all the basketball courts? Because that's what they're gonna be asking themselves. Because you could easily turn it to something else, but would you lose a huge clientele? Yeah, a younger clientele. Because it don't be a bunch of old people in there. Like you may see a handful. If you're talking about, if let's sit here and say if it's 100 people in every gym on the basketball court waiting to play basketball, it may be 8 people over 30.
Shit, gotta be more than that.
Like I'm saying over 30. So listen to me. You're 30. Oh, let's say over 40 then.
Yeah. Okay.
But think about how many people. I'm telling you. I know the difference in the age group and even I talked about this a million times on here when I'm just talking about going to different gyms and you can see just the aura of the places, the way people look at each other, the way people talk to each other. I told you even the way the staff clean up, the way the staff even close. I told you about going to the gyms all the way out Virginia or going to the ones like in Baltimore, like on the white side of Baltimore, like how they don't rush them people out at 11 o'clock. But if the ones in closer to the hood, nigga, as soon as 11 o'clock over, they want you out of there because why is young people in there? I want you to hurry up, get about it. I'm trying to go home. And they know it's a bunch of black people. So guess what they know you're not going to do? You're not going to send no emails about them closing the gym. Because most times them jumps like the gym closed at 11, but they not cutting like some of them jumps cut the sauna off at like 10:45 because they want niggas out of there. But them white gyms and them gyms in the better neighborhood, nigga, they're not close. You don't have to get out the sauna until 11 o'clock on the nose. And some of them may not come back there. It depends on how many white people. They might not come back there until like 11:10. Because they know for a fact they can't rush them people out anyway. So you on their time anyway. So what you gonna do? So that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact they're gonna think twice about it, but it's just so I can't even imagine just crashing out like that. Like you have to like I don't even know what the story could be. Like like I said, maybe if I'm just giving you maybe hypothetical. Okay, let's say if y'all was betting a couple $1,000s on a basketball game. Okay, maybe it can go that left, but it couldn't have been. How many thousands was you betting? I'm not going to. You sit here, you can go to jail might do life in jail for like 10 bands. Let's say, and that to me, that's an OD price on a basketball game. But let's just say if that was the case. Now I'm literally about to do jail. I'm about to literally do life for 10 racks. Like, come on, dog. What are we talking about? And that be my point where sometimes it just be like, bro, people just don't be using common sense. And it was just like, and dad was asking me, he was like, oh, you think they was on drugs? I'm like, dad, they was in there playing basketball. Ain't nobody was in on drugs. No, niggas is just that stupid now. Don't care, ain't thinking twice about what's going on, and they just crashing out.
Is this still like even before when you said like when we talked about the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine when he got beat up in the gym situation, is this like, all right, I had it on me for protection, or I'm just walking around with it, or you know what I'm saying?
Like,
is it one of those two?
I think it could be two. I think it could be both. I think you can probably have it on you all the time, and then like I said, sometimes even if you're going in certain atmosphere, like if you going to that gym and you might have been in there before playing basketball, and you just felt the vibes in it. Because you can go to that jump, like I said, like I told you, the same way I can feel the vibes of positivity, you can go somewhere and feel the negative energy in a certain place.
I remember before it was one clip. It was just like in like probably like a middle school type of gym, like playing pickup. And dudes got to argue in the back and went to his book bag.
Oh, the John was in Chicago and he had like a Draco in his book bag.
Yeah.
So that's my point. But listen what I'm saying. For most, if you are old enough, if you're of a certain age, or even if you're not even of a certain age, if you come from a certain place, you can read the room and feel the energy in the facility where it's just like, it just feel negative. It just feel like niggas in here ready. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, that same day I was in that gym and I told you I seen the dude with the chain, I remember hearing two niggas argue with each other because they kept accidentally making eye contact.
What?
Nigga, I swear to God, because the nigga asked, man, what you looking at? Why you keep looking at me? But listen to what I'm saying. But the thing that was blowing me, because the one dude, nigga, you was doing tight workouts. Like, nigga, you was doing the jumps that the niggas be doing outside in New York when they be doing the little, you jumping and doing the bar pull-ups and all that. So, and you kind of making noise while you doing, niggas gonna look at you. But you and this dude just kept making eye contact. So it felt different. And that's just how dudes be. And that's why sometimes it just be like, well, you had to be
masculinity.
That's masculinity. But then sometimes you just gotta be conscious of it. Like, I don't want to keep making eye contacts with a nigga anyway, because it just do feel gay. But if you one of them niggas who just super tough, you gonna feel like a nigga trying to fight you. I don't want to keep making eye contacts with you niggas. I don't want to give you no type of mixed signals. But some dudes is just, like you said, not secure enough with their sexuality, or not secure, or they think they too tough. And it just be like that. So like I said, you just got to kind of read the room. I do feel like for that gym, don't get it twisted, some people are lazy. So they're going to just continuously go to that jump. But for some people who got the ability to move around and go to different jumps, they're not going to keep going there. Who the hell want, no, I wouldn't. No, you try to go to certain places.
But what if it's convenient? And because I heard like a lot of them don't have everything in them. Certain gyms have like, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Some gyms got more equipment than other ones. Some of the, like the Jones, I always talk about like the one out Crofton, to me, got the best back machines. So yeah, I mean, it just depends. Like if you don't have the means, you probably still gonna go there. But that, to me, I almost look at like picking the right gym as like going to the right grocery store. Mm-hmm. Like some people won't go to the grocery store, maybe closer to their house, because it just got horrible food selection, or like the food in there ain't as good as if, okay, well, I got a couple extra dollars, I can go to a Trader Joe's, or I can go to a Whole Foods, or I can go to a Wegmans or something. I don't want to sit here and go to this Giant, or I want to go to this Shoppers, or what's the other joint that start with an A, Audi. Like, people just I don't want to go there because I feel like the fruit may be stepped on a little bit more. Like, I don't know. I'm not. I know for a fact. I know the difference in the prices at different grocery stores. Mm-hmm. I don't know why it's different, but I know it's a difference. I know for a fact you go to try to get you a pack of chicken and some broccoli from Shoppers, it's going to be way cheaper than if you try to go to Trader Joe's or Wegmans or whatever the case may be. But some people are conscious enough of what they put in their body where they feel like, hey, I may drive to a better grocery store instead of going to what's right in my neighborhood. I may live in this neighborhood because it's cheaper, but I'm not about to sit here and put cheaper food in my body. So the money that I'm saving on rent, I may just drive a little bit further to go to a better grocery store. So sometimes people may think of that with the gym situation. Mm-hmm. Like, nigga, is convenience worth my life? Especially if they're not gonna make no change. If you telling me they're gonna just open the basketball court right back up and ain't gonna be no changes. Is that convenience really worth you risking? Like, because now what the thing is gonna be is, what's going to be the difference if niggas feel like, damn, it's that crazy up there? Now what's going to be the difference from every nigga bringing a gun when they come to the gym?
No, you're right. Absolutely right.
So that's why what I'm saying is they going to have to make some type of change. You can't go back to just, hey, we just about to open this basketball court back up. Because now...
Did they even have like leagues or anything in there? Like
AAU teams used to rent it out.
But they never had like their own little...
No, not like a run and shoot type of situation. No, they never did. But basketball teams have rented that joint out. Like maybe like an AAU team that like got some
Because I know it was the joint that's on 301 Sports Fit. I remember they used to have like an actual men's league in...
Yeah, they don't. The one of them joints got like a volleyball league, but not no
it's basketball.
Yeah, not no basketball joint.
Because that's the only thing I would think like that might keep it from them not shit,
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, if I had a different way, if I had a different way to make some different type of money in it, for sure. Let that John load up. No, I'm cool. I still got something from that. I meant to play this.
Hey, that I would credit you guys for doing is like helping break artists. Mm-hmm. You know,
Row.
No, that's cool. For sure. Yeah, I'm positive.
Damn.
Whatever.
Her jersey sold out already.
Caitlin Clark?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her shit different.
They said all sizes. Jesus.
Her shit on steroids. I ain't gonna hold you.
Fran.
Honestly, if you want to make it like a brand thing, then you're gonna say my mom. My mom was like, put up an email. And I'm like, what? Like put up a number, put up an email. Because people was requesting to book us for house parties or like not house parties, but like team parties. You feel me? Let me make sure I correct that. So it was team parties. We couldn't do certain events yet. You feel me? Like ain't nobody booking no fucking 16-year-olds to come check their ass. Like, no, we was literally at team parties. And then once I got like 17, 18, we started doing everywhere video shoots and shit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so my mom made it like more of a business, like, you know.
Well, salute to your moms. I mean, so obviously she was cool with what y'all was doing.
To a sense. This is what I want to like make known about that. I feel like if we didn't have a momager in the industry, we would have I don't got a cap. We would have been slutted out because it was so many, like, as a female in the industry, every man, whether it's a manager or a rapper, I mean, you do a video shoot, nigga gonna try to talk to you. Like, if you a nigga gonna try to talk at the video shoot to the baddest bitch there. You know what I'm saying? If you the main role, y'all spending the most time together. The shit come down to shit like that. So it's like, my mom was always on all the shoots with me, every shoot I went to. Like, we never, like, lacked that. Like, having parents who advisory around. So I'm just happy that my mom was there and we had a momager because I feel like people would have took more advantage of us. Like, especially like the male industry, it's dominated by males in the industry. It's not a lot of females.
The progress report. Okay, real quick. That is for people who don't know who that is. That's Miss Twerk something. She was on that's Atlanta-based podcast. It's with 3 women on there to do interview. And you know what's so crazy? I do like what they do because there is no real. I always say that, like, damn, why isn't there no real space for women in the hip hop space? Well, I'm talking about like a dominant space for like talking points. So don't get it twisted. They don't have a bunch of like huge A-list rappers that come through yet, but they still be having a lot of like I ain't even gonna say the underground because like Doughboy be on there. So like, I guess some people probably feel like Doughboy's still underground, but they be having to me, they be having the good people on it. They be having the same people like Say Cheese will have, same people that like No Jumper will have, like not the super mainstream, but like right there on the cusp of being mainstream or may have had a little bit of mainstream success. So like I said, that was Miss Twerk something for people. And the reason why I wanted to play that because it was crazy that her mom was the one who told her to put a link in it. I mean, not a link, but put an email in their bio. It's like, and they was young. Like she was saying, like they wasn't even 18 yet, and they was twerking. Like they probably was the first people.
Yeah, everybody seen them videos back then, and they was young as shit. That
But
was
but you got, you got to think about.
it.
But realistically, nigga, we was young as shit at that time. So it just same.
We wasn't that young. They was young. That's what I'm saying. No,
Hey, maybe like a couple. This is what she talking about. So let's just. The only reason why we can play another. I'm gonna play another clip so you can kind of get a time frame of it. You talking about this is like Soulja Boy, like nigga, MySpace. You was still young, nigga. I was young. MySpace. What you talking about? Like you wasn't. You was what 18, 19. You wasn't grown. And nigga, you wasn't even. You about to say you probably still in high school, nigga. I remember my first couple prom. I had a prom picture on MySpace. What are you talking about? Like nigga, that was the time she was. She ain't that young. If she younger than us, maybe 2 years, if that. Like nigga, she's young. Think about the time frame. You gotta think about the time frame. What she talking about?
That I would credit you guys for doing is like helping break artists. You know, like dancing to Soulja Boy, Don't Booty Meat, shit like that. Like what made y'all choose the songs that y'all dance to?
Shit, at some point in time, the labels start hitting us up to break artist songs. So like I guess we start being a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want your song to be viewed and seen, like labels was hitting us up to promote their artist songs. So shit, I don't really know how we really got into that. Like we started with Soulja Boy. When he started, we started. You feel me? He actually got it done. We broke it at the same time. That's when we got known. That's when he got known. So I just feel like we just knew music. Like no matter what we was doing, like we just knew music. We always got hired, whether it was T-Pain or Polo the Don. Like labels would always reach out for us to be in videos or just to break the song before it came out. You feel me?
Absolutely. Y'all got paid for that, right?
Yeah, for
okay.
Sure.
For sure. What was the first time, your first experience meeting Soulja Boy? Like, assuming y'all.
I ain't met Soulja Boy. Really? I am not one of them. Like, if I want to fuck with you, then I'm gonna fuck with you. You feel me? But I ain't never met Soulja Boy. Personally, he reached out to me on some like keep it up type shit. Like he always been like motivating. For real, like strippers be coming at us like, take that shit off, bitch, little ass kids. And then like he'd be like, man, fuck them hoes, y'all keep going. Shit like that. He used to say that's up. So like
So again, the reason why I even wanted to play that clip because we was talking about when we played that clip of that young lady earlier, and I was saying that I was agreeing with her, but talking about the Meg Thee Stallion and the Glorilla, where it's like sex appeal sometimes just not gonna be denied. It's gonna be always horny niggas. I'm gonna put myself in that situation. Just some dudes going through a drought, not getting no cheeks right now. So as soon as you get a chance to see some half naked women, you're gonna always jump for glory and it's gonna grab your attention. And if the song actually crank, you're gonna be like, oh damn. Like think about it when I talked about it a couple of weeks ago when I talked about the gym girls, because that to me is more consistent. That's easier. You feel like you can have a little bit more integrity about it, where it's like instead of me twerking, I could just do squats. Still doing the same thing, to be honest. You still got the camera angled to your butt. It depends on how big your butt is, how tight the pants is. It's gonna almost damn near look like you half naked anyway. So it's just, but you feel like I got a little bit more integrity because I'm doing a fitness workout instead of literally just shaking my butt. But it's still, those two things still go hand in hand. And just to look at how you talking, this was MySpace. So realistically, human beings on how you market and promote stuff. Only thing that realistically has changed besides the process of handing out a flyer and handing out a CD, because everything is digital and on your phone now. So realistically, to be a good promoter, you just got to figure out how to be able to still basically find out ways to pass out a flyer. Like, what's gonna be your way of passing out a flyer? I tell Top that all the time. We tell you talking about budgeting. A social media presence, like if you're spending money on marketing on promotional social media, I always compare it to like if a box of flyers costs you $150 and you can get rid of like somebody who like super promote like me, I can get rid of a box of 5,000 flyers in a week. So if my budget gonna be $150 a week on passing out flyers, why wouldn't it be $150 a week on some digital marketing? So you got to kind of look at it the same way. So that's what I'm just saying. Even just for them, it's just like it never got old. Like it's MySpace. She still. Nigga, she was the big dog. She had the biggest what's the shit called? The ceiling phone challenge. And she had the best one. You talking about you talking about damn near that's almost 4 social media platforms later. So she's still figuring out ways to keep herself relevant. Like, of course, the twerk team isn't as hot and as popular now because, of course, they older, so they may not be as aggressive. And of course, your feed, the different thing, I guess, sometimes, especially when you get older, your feed's gonna have to, because it's always gonna be a new girl. It's gonna be the Aries, it's gonna be the Jada Waders, it's always gonna be somebody new. So that's gonna kind of make it hard for your price to still be your price when you're competing with the younger girls who may not, if I don't got as many bills as you, I can come out for way less. So it's a little bit different, but I do shout out to them for just saying that and just even bringing it up. It was a clip of Jordan Lucas. I don't think nobody knew that he ever had any dealings with Ashanti. He was on the Jason Lee show. And I want to play this clip. And he was surprised that people called this pillow talking.
Dated Ashanti. How was that? It was dope. She's a really dope person. She really is. No, she's sweet. She's an amazing person. So how did that happen? Because you both are so private. She doesn't post about guys she's dated, other than, of course, Nelly now, and you don't post about the women that you date. Did the internet catch you guys? I mean, there were photos of her rubbing your hair, or you rubbing her hair. You guys show a little affection. Because you never talked about it.
Nah, I don't talk. You know what it is? I'm a private. I don't really talk about it. But what I will say is that she's an amazing person. I'm just excited. I know how much she wanted to be a mom.
How'd you know?
I mean, we had those conversations for sure. You know, and it's like,
you guys talked about having a baby together?
We talked about a lot of bro. Like you know what I mean? So,
that was your girl.
Oh,
you dated Ashanti. Were you in love with her?
Oof.
Because she's 8 years older than you. So like, do you like older women?
I do feel like there's something about older women that like I gravitate towards.
You're a Leo, so you're a lion, you want the cougar. Just a bunch of jungle sex.
So do you feel like that's pillow talking, or that's just Jason Lee just doing a good job?
No, that's pillow talking. Because you sharing information we didn't know. And then he even said, throwing that little, oh yeah, she always wanted to have baby. Like, we don't know for sure that she's pregnant. It's still not up. It's still up in the air.
Yeah, nobody hasn't, I guess, officially confirmed it. But I mean, nigga, we all got two eyes and can see.
But even if we still got two eyes and ears, like that's pillow talking. You telling us information. Like you said, y'all had conversation more than just about the baby. Like, we didn't know that. We didn't know. We never saw y'all together. So for you to sit here and share that information, you could have just not answered the question. You could be like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. You could have denied it. But the simple fact that you confirmed it and then you even added on to it, like, well, yeah, we talked about this, we talked about that. That's pillow talking. But what if Nelly ain't know about that? That's pillow talking.
Protect myself. Even when I'm using my strap on, I still put condoms on the joint because I know I got bitches that I do hit raw and you can actually curry certain shit back. I've been in them situations too.
What you mean? You been in that situation?
Man, I had a joint tell me I gave her a trick, and I was like, girl,
she told you gave her something?
Y'all blocked her, and the main joint that I was hitting said that I gave her the same thing on my mother. Got the joint tested. It had
bitch, you passing out STD. You are a nigga.
Hold on, you passed the STD on with the strap? I didn't have anything. The strap had it, and I got rid of it once I realized it was on it. It was on it, not me.
Oh, clean it?
Yeah, but you can't clean that. That's a bacteria.
Do you know who gave it to you? Who gave your strap to it?
I have no idea.
Who got your strap burning?
My brother said it was Shorty, the first one that accused me. That was her way of telling me she had it. You know what I'm saying?
So you know the crazy thing is, and that's why I get why women won't just like, if you a dude and you try to ever use toys on girls, they first of all like, if it ain't brand new, they don't want you to use it, or they want to watch you clean it. Like they like give it to me. Like, so I get that was just dirty. Like that just sound crazy. Like it just sound like you were just real live out here, just using the same strap on with every girl and never just cleaning the joint. Like that's just, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was possible, but it sound like it. I mean, it's of course it sound possible because I mean,
but you would think
the same reason why you wouldn't just go sit on the public toilet without wiping it down before you sit on it.
But it will be more believable. Like if a nigga says something like that, like, oh yeah, I got this toy and you know what I'm saying? Like I be using on the bitches and I probably, you know what I'm saying? I gave something.
Because the nigga just
a nigga don't care. They just put it in anybody.
Oh, yeah. Or not even using it as often. So of course you ain't cleaning it because you feel like, man, I probably use this junk.
But for a female, this is like, you would think she would take care of it because you dealing with females and not even your shit. Yeah.
That was kind of wild. I ain't gonna hold you. That was out of pocket.
Damn.
Man, let's go. Yeah,
hold on. Do you stop talking to a bitch? Like,
for what? Giving you a STD off of a strap on? Nigga, yeah. What you mean, nigga? That's dirty as shit. What you mean? Would you stop talking to a girl? She burnt you?
But no. But what I'm saying is just like, all right, it's not her. You know what I'm saying? It was the strap. So let's.
Yeah, but it don't mean nothing. So that mean you, nigga, that makes it even 100 times worse. Like I might almost give a regular human. Like if this was just if I was dealing with a woman and she didn't know and she just burnt me, I would probably give her a pass more than you sitting here saying like you. like let's say if you got fucking something in your mouth from eating on a fork, like dang, like I don't, that shit to me just sound like it's more dirty because it's just like, bro, this ain't even like, nigga, this shit ain't even this shit is easy to clean. Like what the fuck are we talking about? Like nigga, you sitting here like
you just being lazy.
Yeah, you just being lazy and dirty. Like nah, nigga, fuck that. You got to pack that one up. Let's play some of these K Michelle clips because K Michelle was going crazy this week. I don't even know which one to play first, but she was out of pocket.
Supposed to be gay in the Bible. You ain't supposed to be this and that. I don't believe that. Yeah, that's weird to me. I don't believe that you're not supposed to be gay in the Bible. Cut it down. I don't believe that you're not supposed to be gay or this and that. I just don't believe that. So be mad at me and this and that. People are supposed to be what they feel in the inside, and you can't tell people.
They also said, okay, that's what they said in the Bible, but they also said that no sin sends you to hell. So a lot of people.
No sin send you to hell.
But blasphemy. But that's
what is blasphemy? Tell me what that means.
I want to play that one because that's like a Bible, John. I really ain't. My Bible study skills ain't like that, so I'm gonna play this other one. This one was the one that.
Don't want men to cry because then I don't feel protected.
So my life, they keep crying.
You like it? I would like to be better about that, you know? Like, I don't want to see.
I don't mind them crying though. I think they should be able to be vulnerable.
I do. I think men should be able to cry and be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But for some.
All right, so for people who don't know, I'm like, sometimes I get irritated with some of these clips I thought playing back, and just the quality sounds stupid. She basically, K Michelle was saying that she don't like when men cry in front of her. She don't like when men be vulnerable because then that makes her feel like she got to get into her masculine bag and she got to be the man. And that kind of goes back into the conversation when Shaq had maybe like 3 months ago now when Shaq was like, you don't tell women too much. You can't open up with a woman but so much because she's going to use it against you. And I feel like these two things do kind of go hand in hand, and K Michelle was the perfect example of it. And don't get it twisted. I mean, of course, I don't necessarily know how many people would take dating advice from K Michelle because we have all seen K Michelle bounce around and be in multiple relationships, and she really didn't have no type. As long as the nigga kind of had some paper, she was dating the doctor nigga, I believe, on one of them shows, and then she was dating whatever the dude that Toya used to be married to. So it's just a lot of little different things. But I do, when you hear these talking points, it kind of be like, to me, I feel like it's true. I don't know how many women may feel like they got to be the man, but it may be a turnoff to some point, especially if you do it too much. Maybe like
but my question would be, when are you crying?
And I think,
that's what
I think realistically, that's what she said. That's why her homegirl was like, well, what if one of his family members passed or something? She's like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like if a nigga having a bad day at work and he just come in the house crying about his bad day at work.
Oh, not physically crying, but just
physically crying.
You cry. Yeah.
Yeah, think about some people get mad and they start crying. Like you get so mad and you just get to crying.
Yeah, that would be if you tell me a nigga just come in there and start crying, boo-hooing with tears because of his job, not that he getting fired or anything, like the job is stressing him out. Yeah, that's a
so even okay. So do you feel like let's just take out the literal crying? Do you think is it okay to come home and just
complain? Yeah. I mean, what you here for? You rather me go complain to somebody else?
So the physical tears is the thing that you agree with her.
I mean, because I can complain to my coworker, then that's work bad. Then you know what I'm saying? Like, who would you rather? You rather me complain to you or rather complain to another woman? But that's what I'm saying. Physical. Now, if you're saying physical tears, like he just coming in, oh my god, baby, I just hate this job, and that's a red flag. But if he just complain like, damn, motherfuckers blow me, man, dog, I'm sick of this shit. Yeah, it's just
but I just damn it, which is kind of messed up because it's like it's because you, as a man, you would have, to me, because
what if I just come in there, I don't say shit, and I'm just holding it in, my frustration. Then now, when you say something, I'm snapping on you just at the little thing.
No, of course. But I do feel like, to me, I guess as a man, sometimes I look at it like if a woman get to crying to me, I feel like she's comfortable. She's comfortable enough to let her guard down to be her most vulnerable self. Like, to me, I look at it as a man, if a woman is crying in front of me, I look at it as a badge of honor. Like, damn, all right, she really fuck with me. She is allowing to be able to break herself down and actually get to her true raw emotions.
Did you put a number on a female, how many times she can cry around you? Or you don't just...
No, but I just, to me, I mean, I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago when I sit here and say, I think you should just make a common courtesy note to, like, all right, the last 3 times I done talked to this nigga on the phone, I've been on here boohoo crying about my baby father and how I don't got no help. I got to work too much just to pay bills. Like, if you've been doing that and I've been showing up for 3 days in a row and let you get this off and just being a voice of reason and allowing you to, and you like being your amen quiet, bro, just send me some news. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't sit here and take advantage of my good shoulder to cry on. Like that'd be my only thing. Like I think sometimes like people don't like
news always solve it.
No, I swear to God, to do a nude or just like a video, a freaky video or something. Because I think sometimes where women just be feeling like that's not what I'm just supposed to do. Because most of the time you don't even have those spaces that you can do this a lot with.
It's a thank you card.
Exactly. It's a virtual thank you card. That's it. Like just because I think I meant to make a video about this, but I wrote this down before. It was like you got to be careful on like sometimes like the people you pour in, and it won't never help you pay the water bill. And that to me was like, and when I said it, I'm like, damn, that's kind of fire. Like, but just think about it though. Like, I ain't gonna have no water to pay. I'm not gonna have no way to be able to fill your cup up and be able to pour into you if I can't pay the water bill. So if I'm always there and available for you and you never chipping on the water bill, and don't let it go over your head. I don't actually mean like financially giving me some money to pay the water bill, but no, make sure that I still got water to give you. Because I'm eventually get drained. Like, damn, bro, 3 days in a row. Like, I'm like, nigga, I'm trying to be on the phone and get some sexy time. We ain't getting nothing. Like, we literally, you just complaining. Like, bro, I'm gonna tap out eventually.
And damn, I'm sitting here listening to you. I'm missing out on any other moves or
nigga. I could be watching. I could be watching the game. I could be watching a TV show. I could be creating content. I could be doing anything. But I'm listening to your problems, and you in your mind, you think this is what I'm supposed to do. No, it's not what I'm supposed to do. And 9 times out of 10, that's why you would have held in so much baggage. And that's what people got to realize. If you know for a fact, if you can't get this conversation off with 5 or 10 different other people, the person that you can get it off with, value those people more. Don't make it like you can get this conversation on. I know you can't. I'm a human. I know for a fact how many people just walking around with baggage on them all the time. And perfect example is just like, I don't even want to, I could probably look for it in a second, but I don't necessarily really don't even want to play it. But that girl who crashed out over at the with the solar eclipse thing.
Man, that shit's crazy.
Like she was popular on Twitter, whatever the case may be, for doing the horoscopes and all that. But you, again, what I'm saying is on the everyday, even going back to the gym thing, you don't realistically know the extra baggage that people are dragging with them, where they are willing to crash out to the point where there's no return, and they didn't even think about the crash out. Just think about that girl. We ain't got to go into the details, but just think about that girl that had 2 little kids. Once she let them kids, see her, especially for the little girl who lived, I think the 9-year-old girl lived. So think about what that little girl had to see. She had to see her mom kill her boyfriend, and then try to kill her and her sister. She had her sister in her arms and pushed them out on the highway. Sister got hit by a car. This little girl got to live with this for the rest of her life, dog. So that's what I'm pointing when I'm saying you just don't know how many people are mentally broken. That's why I don't mind showing up for people, but I do wish people would pay attention to how much somebody's consistently showing up for you. Because most people, they'll sit here, you'll sit here and keep complaining. I'll show up, and then eventually I'm gonna tap out, and I ain't gonna have nothing left. And then I'm just gonna be like, all right, then the conversation's gonna start getting dry. The conversation's gonna start getting boring. I'm gonna stop answering all the time. Because I'm like, nigga, I just was feeling like a fucking unpaid therapist. Yeah, no, but at least the therapist get paid for it. Yeah, I ain't getting nothing out of this.
Send me the nudes. I will appreciate you.
Yeah, so that's how that goes. That one.
Rappers with the most sold albums of all time.
So what they were saying that the Lakers should lose on purpose, so they ain't got to face them. The USA team is, I feel like they're missing something.
Is controversial.
And I know that it flies in the face of absolutely everything that the spirit of competition was born to create. And you just said, Herman Edwards, you play to win the game. The Lakers should not play tomorrow night. They should not play LeBron. They should not play AD. They do not want to be the 7 seed. You want to be the 8. I'm taking my chances in a one and done at home against either Sacramento or Golden State and go in against the very young OKC Thunder in round 1 instead of going into the buzzsaw that is Denver. I think it is worth the risk.
Everything you said is right, except for one thing. You put yourself into a one-off situation. Okay, where you lose one game, you're going home for the summer. If you lose that second night, right? This is different.
Okay, so yeah, real quick, and the reason why I wanted to play this, I do feel like we didn't. I mean, besides the WNBA stuff, we haven't had a real sports conversation. And of course, it's playoff time. It is NBA playoff time, and to me, this is probably even where, if you are a gambler, this is probably your best time to actually place bets. One, because you know coaches can't get funny with the lineups. You got to the lineups get real short. Most teams don't go deeper than maybe 9. And if you go 9, that's like a team like Denver that got a super deep team. Like every team can't go 9. Some don't go no deeper than 7 when it come playoff time. So I hear this conversation, and let's be clear, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a honest Lakers fan. I know for a fact that the Lakers do not want to play Denver, but I know for a fact I don't want to risk not making the playoffs at all. I'd rather at least give myself a puncher's chance.
Let me be the first team that don't.
Yeah, I don't want to chance that, because let's be clear, just as bad as we can't beat Denver, no, the Lakers can't beat Sacramento. And I haven't said this all year long. It's those 2 teams that own the Lakers for the last damn near 2-3 years. It's the Sacramento Kings and the Denver Nuggets. The last 8, the Lakers have lost the Nuggets the last 8 times they played with them.
And you don't want to play Golden State because you're the one that put them out
I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool with playing Golden State.
I don't feel like I get it. You cool with it, but it's that hype now.
But the crazy, yeah, I was about to say no, because the crazy thing is, what if Sacramento beat Golden State? Like you plan to lose, and then then you got to see Sacramento. So now you're trying to avoid Denver. But what if you can't beat Sacramento? You haven't beat them. They didn't lost 9 games in a row, dog. That's a bonus. Anthony Davis 9 times.
Yeah, he's spanking them.
0-9 against Sabonis. So, dog, you can't sit here and act like, cool. And let's be clear, I don't want to play Denver, but maybe I remember Nick Wright said this earlier in the season. He was saying the Lakers should probably want to play Denver first. Get it over with. You either going to beat them or you're not. The longer you wait, if you sit here and say that I see him in the Western Conference Finals, you're not going to be as healthy as you is. So if the fresher version of LeBron is going to be round 1, then why not try to see them round 1? Then you sit here and try to sit here and say, now I'm gonna skip around them and hope somebody else beat them. What if nobody else don't beat them? Then you gotta go back to the conference finals again and you lose to them again. You kind of like, sometimes I remember that question I asked before, would you rather just your team make it to the championship or lose and get it over with early? Sometimes you rather lose and get it over with early. So I'm not even necessarily mad, like get it over with, dog.
Why did Anthony Davis?
Nah, I didn't even watch no sports shows today to even figure out what they say about his about his back situation. I'm trying to figure out which one of these clips was more. I can't
remember. To put y'all on game. See, that's the number one reason why a lot of guys, when they meet y'all, they want to, let's go for a drink. The reason they want to go for a drink is they know if they get you drunk, you're going to make a bad decision. See, a lot of you ladies don't understand this. When you drunk and you got liquor in your system, you're careless with your body, you're careless with your decision making. And he's more confident when he got liquor in the system because, shit, if he's sober, he's a little bit more nervous. This is why he want to take you for drinks. This is why he want to say, one more shot. Can we do another shot? You got 6 shots in. He still ain't drunk. You know why? Because he's used to doing this. Now he's coming in for the kill because he got you right where he want to have you. You're sloppy, you're staggering outside the door. You know what I mean? He got to open the car door for you to get you inside of the car. Now he's taking you to the hotel or to the crib. Now he's knocking you down. You just caught another body. You don't know this nigga name. You don't know this nigga date of birth. You don't know nothing about this motherfucker, you dig? Yeah, I know I'm giving away the game, guys. I know I'm giving away the game. But listen, man, the reason I'm giving away the game, because some of you niggas need to step your fucking game up. You heard?
You agree? You disagree? What's your thoughts?
I agree. But I agree on both sides because I feel like even when he talked about the men's perspective, like you might not have that confidence to, or you're not as talkative.
So yeah, so the liquor help give you courage to speak. Yeah.
But then also, I don't agree with the whole, well, I'm just trying to get you loosened up. And you know what I'm saying? Like some people don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some people may not think of it like that, but
that.
let's be realistically, I'm sure it's not too many dudes out here taking women to go get drinks and not hoping he gets some cheeks at the end of the night. Unless he's just a drunk. If that's just his thing, like he's just a drinker just in general, then he may not care because he's just going like, I was going to go out for drinks anyway, so I'm just bringing you along. Some dudes may be like that. That may just be your bag. I'm sure it'd be niggas at Jasper's all day long buying girls drinks and kind of don't even, and cool with planting the seed. Like, I ain't even going to try to hit her this week. I'm just going to plant the seed. She going to remember me. I bought her whatever, and her and her friends. She going to know I got, you know what I'm saying, get her number. So some dudes are capable of playing the long game, but then I do know it is some dudes out here, realistically, they are banking it all, they betting all on getting you drunk and trying to be able to, you know, get you drunk and get you some coochie. So it's like, I mean, I do agree with you. It can be a 50-50 thing, but I do, again, that's why I'm one of them people where it's like, people be so geeked and so rushed to, like, especially now the weather breaking. You're going to see there's more women who going to apply pressure. And again, for fellas, I mean, you know, my rules, it'd be like, you don't want to date too close to the holidays. And then when the weather break now, it's like, it's daytime. You can't do one thing you can't do. You cannot text a woman what you doing when the weather is broke, dog. You got some bread you want to spend on, you might as well pack it up. That is the key to just kind of realistically how life is really kind of drawing it out at this point in time, especially now, especially when it's the fresh days. Like after a while, when it starts to get too hot, you may be able to like,
oh, it's too hot outside. I don't want to come out.
Yeah, I don't want to go out too late. But now, this time right now, when it's like the first couple of days and it's the first couple of weekends and it's super nice outside and it ain't been nice, or they've been working super hard on their summer bodies and they trying to really get, nah, dog. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to go on them dates, buddy. You better be ready. You jumping in them DMs, you better be prepared to spend some bread.
Women better if you guys left us when we wasn't treating you good.
Oh, hold on. I'm not. What? Repeat that. Because I want to take that in.
We would treat y'all better if y'all left when we wasn't treating y'all good. But y'all don't leave when we not treating y'all good. The men who are out here trying to treat y'all good, y'all not paying attention to. The bad boys always win. Nice guys finish last. When I'm the worst of, I get all the.
Because who wants a nice guy?
And it does something to y'all pussy when it feel like a nigga don't. He a little rough. He a little like. Would treat women better.
The crazy thing is, I could tie this in the BMF. I can tie this in the BMF. I can tie this in the Lucille. Lucille is, I ain't gonna lie to you. The one, I don't even know how old her character is, but of course her character look like she's damn near pushing 50. Lucille, this is the energy Lucille giving. The doctor was like, I don't want to do this in the car. Like, I don't want to treat, like the doctor was like, bro, I want to love you. I want to marry you. I don't want no booty call cheeks. I don't want this in the car. I waited this long for you. And Lucille was like, nigga, shut up. I want the moment. I've gave my whole 20s and 30s to being a mother and being a wife. I'm tired of that shit. I'm trying to have a good time, nigga. I want you to knock the fucking Sonic coins out my box. You can literally tie that. I swear to God, that was the energy that Lucille was giving on fucking BMF. And that was just, you know, so nuts. It was because it's like, I mean, of course you did. They not dead, but like, bro, this is somebody's mom. You the mom of 3 kids. And you literally out here trying to get hauled out in the car by the doctor. And your husband is at home wanting to love you and fight for you. I be feeling so. Listen, I know I'm a man, and you're not supposed to feel bad for Charles because Charles opened up this Pandora box on his own. But though I feel bad for him, I don't care. I be feeling bad for this nigga every time. I'm like, damn, dog. Like he know he messed up, and she know he messed up, and she be like, nigga, you not gonna force me to stay in this relationship. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna venture out. I'm gonna see what's going on, and if I come back to you, I come back to you.
So then just give it up then.
Because I feel like we talked about this a million times. I don't think
you playing hard to get. You playing hard to get with the dog because you really don't want to do it. You just want to feel like you want to get back. Like, and I feel like and I understand what the dog is saying. Like, dog, I'm not trying to keep wasting time. Either you gonna be with me or not. And she just like, I just want some revenge for real. I don't think she want to be with the doctor. I think she just wanted, you know, I got my lick back.
Yeah, that one's tough. I'm not gonna. That one is tough, and it's just like, damn, though, dog. It's like that shit's so out of pocket. Like she's so out of pocket. Like it's just like I felt for the. I felt bad for the doctor because the doctor really. Because you got to think about it. You just think. Matter of fact, just think about it. If it's a woman that you really like in your mind, you're like, damn, I want to wife her up, And she like, nah, I don't want to be wifed up. I wanted you to slut me out. Like, bro, that would hurt your ego because you got them with most men for some. Let's be clear, because most men ain't sitting here trying to go wife everything. So you sit here and work this super hard to become this doctor. You got financially straight, and this woman that you always felt like she got away. Now you finally got her, but she don't even want to be settled down. Like in your mind, I'm sure when he originally used to date her, she probably was like, nah, I'm not giving him the cheeks until I get married. I'm sure she was giving him some type of crazy game, and now he done got her. Okay. And she just want to get whored out. Like, what? Just let her out. Yeah, that was a little bit rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. This episode of BMF, y'all know I kind of be like, I don't be trying to be too hard on the acting, but nigga, what the hell was y'all doing? Nigga, they was all, I ain't gonna lie to you, they was all over the place like dog shit on this St. Louis situation. Y'all know I am the king.
Hey, Fifth, come on now. Dog, tell her to take that shirt off.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I was disappointed with that. Like, you know what's so crazy? Out of all the women, let's keep it a buck. Out of all the women who, besides Lala, out of all the women who have had sex scenes on all the power shows, though, how do you have Sweetie keep her shirt on, though?
Take it off. I mean, I get it. You still have an image, but you still be on the internet damn near half naked anyway. So just go ahead and take it off.
I'm not. I get it, and I mean, and of course, because Sweetie has recently complained
and she's more
about
commercial.
No, she's recently came out and complained about how her label tried to basically make her twerk more and stuff like that. She's complained about that stuff. So I kind of get it. So I understand like if she gave some pushback on keeping her shirt on, but I'm not gonna lie. If Sweetie would have had a sex scene with Meech with no shirt on, nigga, she would have set the internet on fire. That may have literally, listen to what I'm saying. That may, I was about to say that literally may have been the only thing that would have took away attention from Drake is if Sweetie would have been on BMF butt naked with Meech.
Because when
niggas would have lost their mind.
Like, damn, she sound like Sweetie. Is that Sweetie? Because I couldn't really, because
the hair probably throw you off a little bit.
Yeah, tell.
For sure.
I was like, is that Sweetie?
And I'm not gonna lie to you, she did an okay job at acting.
She did better than
Young Miami.
Sure,
Yeah. She did way better than Young Miami. She definitely did way better than Young Miami. But the huge but though, I'm just talking about the storyline, like them kidnapping the brother and chopping his finger off. I'm like, nigga, this kind of, I don't know if it's real or not because it seemed kind of it seemed kind of paid and foolish. Yeah. And I don't remember the dude from I told you I watched this dude on Vlad interview.
The brother. Like he's just the way he was reacting to this shit and the way he was playing is like, dog, you really didn't have a plan. And everybody else was like, sound legit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just kept being gung-ho and I'm gonna do this, but you really ain't had
the thing is the crazy thing is, one, how are you gonna ever get your brother to trust you again? Because your brother heard all the conversation. Your brother know for a fact you turned down the money. He was there. They was telling him like, nah, your brother ain't trying to give up the bread, so let's cut your finger off. So they know for a fact that you wasn't willing to give up no money or you wasn't willing to give up no work to get your brother back. So how do you expect for your brother to ever trust you or ever even be cool with you ever again in life? And that's why even the mom was like,
and he was some pussy niggas. These wasn't even no real niggas.
Nah, at all. And shout outs to Meech though. Meech was being a real one because Meech wasn't even trying to take all the credit for it because he could have easily did it. Like he kind of, even when the mother was like, oh, you're my superhero, and he was like, nah, it was a group effort. It was all of us, whatever the case may be. And the mother knew like, nah, nigga, my son he's too stupid. This wasn't even gonna work. Like nah. So that one was kind of like, it was just like, it just reminded me too much of Paid in Full. Like it literally just reminded me from Paid in Full. I'm not saying it didn't happen, I don't know, but it just reminded me too much of Paid in Full. The Asian police officer. What the hell is that lady's name? I can't even remember. But whatever, when she dressed up with the blonde wig, I ain't gonna lie, she definitely looked better with the blonde wig. I ain't gonna say she looked better because I kind of like her with the little streaky grays a little bit. But her and I don't know. That's just, I'm not gonna holler at you. That's a sex scene I don't want to see. I do not want to see her in the whatever. What's Henry? Yeah, like I'm cool. I don't want to see that.
That's a weird motherfucker.
Yeah, she weird. And dude, okay, I think I was listening to Joe and them, and they were saying that they feel like that character was so unnecessary. But I feel like it is. But is it really unnecessary, or do they feel like because you've seen how
she doing too much?
I get she doing too much, but you could say the same thing for Lamar. I think if I'm the BMF writers or if I'm the writers in that circle, you kind of know like for every power universe, you always need like a villain.
No. I get it. You need a villain. That's fine. But I feel like she's doing too much for that time and that era. Like even when they said about the whole blowtorch, like it was just like you taking it too far. I feel like it's not in that scene right there. You know what I'm saying? Like in that era, like you doing more stuff that, all right, there might be some, that's like that. That's something that probably be on Power. You know what I'm saying? Like a more up modern type.
So you're saying you basically feeling like some of her characters it just doesn't seem like it goes with the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can get. I don't know. I don't know when the I think the blowtorch thing was kind of like the extreme, and they kind of probably made most people watching it kind of like, all right, you kind of this ridiculous, y'all dragging it, but I mean, I don't know. I don't
and that's
know.
what I said. But just looking at her, and if you just taking characters and comparing her, you compare her to Rock, Tasha, or anybody else. It's like she don't.
Yeah, I don't compare her to them though.
But she don't fit the boss mode. Like that. That's why I feel like with her character don't fit. Like, oh, she a boss.
Yeah, but I don't compare her to them. I'm comparing her to more like the 2 bits, like just the little miscellaneous, like dumb characters that may be like just somebody that's for this season, and you kind of and just the audience end up not liking. Like I don't put her in the same categories like a Tasha or Monet or Rock or none of them. Just because
she's
a woman.
She's not running the crew type.
No, but because her crew really ain't making no noise. You got them. It's been on all of those power shows. It's been some miscellaneous crew or some miscellaneous drug dealer that's kind of like giving them a headache. Even if you was going back to like the newer power when they was going back and forth with like what's Guado and all of them, like them niggas wasn't main characters, but that was just a little crew that they was beefing with for this season or maybe a season and a half. Like it really wasn't that deep.
And that's kind of how like a main, like a main boss type. Like you can't touch her.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm saying that's how they plan it out right now. But you think that was the same way for the Gordo nigga. Before him and Drew started dating and all that. Like, at one point in time, you wasn't supposed to be able to touch them until they got touched.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure realistically, that's how it's going with this situation with Terry and the dude. Like, all right, so you ain't gonna have nothing to do, then I can't. Nah, if you're not gonna handle your daughter, there's no way we cannot continuously do no type of business, or we can't squash nothing because your daughter burnt one of my men up. And everybody else want blood, and you just want me to turn the cheek like on some Martin Luther King. I can't do it.
Is he one of those characters like you can't take him serious? You still think of him of Jamie Foxx, the father?
No, because I forgot until you just said something. He was on Jamie Foxx.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't. Jamie, like, I literally forgot.
I mean, because Jamie Foxx be coming on every day. So that's
I get that, but it's just been so long. I honestly didn't think or even look at him like that. I just until you literally just said something. I'm not gonna hold you. I definitely forgot that
he was on there.
Yeah, he was on there. What was this? Oh, this.
Past few days, we've been telling you about the murder of a 14-year-old boy shot to death at the Brooklyn Catholic University Metro Station. And a 16-year-old has now been charged in that killing.
But we have also learned the family of Avion Evans has lost 2 other sons to murder in the district. And today, we wanted to revisit that startling fact with the family. Our Bob Barnard is live in Northeast right now with more on their story. Bob?
Hey there, Angie and Shamari. This is just really hard to wrap your head around. 3 brothers murdered in the district. 2 of them shot to death. 1 of them stabbed. 2 of them at metro stations. I asked their father, John Evans, this afternoon, how do you make sense of this family's incredible loss?
I don't make sense. I have to keep moving on because I still got 3 kids. I still got grandkids. I still got daughters and sons that still love me. So I have to keep going. Regardless, I still have to save them. I still got to save my boys. I still got 2 babies. I still got a 16-year-old son that's going through hell because his little brother is gone. So, man, I'm just functioning, man. Just functioning.
John Evans has lost 3 sons to murder in the district. 3 brothers, all killed here in Northeast D.C. over the past 8 years. We asked Mayor Muriel Bowser about this family's unimaginable suffering.
I'm not going to talk about their concerns with you. I'll talk to them about it. Because obviously that's troubling to us if we have a family that has had that much loss and probably has a lot more things for us to understand about them.
John Evans says he believes the government needs to do more to protect the city's young people.
I mean, how it's not a government problem when it's a people problem, when we have young kids in D.C. that's growing up to be entrepreneurs and trying to be something one day, and they being slaughtered on their way to school or being slaughtered on their way back from school. I mean, I don't understand how that's not first priority.
Again, Mayor Bowser.
I don't think you can just point a finger at the government. You have to look at the community. You have to look at family needs. And there's a lot to look at.
About Avion's murder at the Brooklyn Metro Station last Thursday afternoon after school, John Evans says this.
I don't understand how the shooter got into there with the gun, shot my son, and then he got out of there, just walked out. And it's Metro Transit downstairs and 2 or 3 officers upstairs.
The murder of Avion's half-brother John Coleman last May on M Street Northeast, doing handyman work for a neighbor.
When he hopped on his bike to go get the tools, 7 seconds later, we heard the gunshot. So they shot him off the bike.
And 8 years ago this month, Evans' 15-year-old son Johnny was killed at the Deanwood Metro Station during a confrontation with another young person.
Johnny was stabbed in the throat. So, I don't know, brother. We need help. We need help. That's what I can say.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That one is rough, and that's a tough story. And I'm not gonna pile on and blame the parents. But the only thing I guess my only comment or advice would be sometimes for people who you're listening, and even if for some of them, and probably more for people who haven't had kids yet, like myself, sometimes you gotta ask yourself, like, do you, and this is something like me and Top had this conversation all the time. If you don't feel like you are financially able to, one, be a hands-on parent or be able to even move your kids out of certain environments to try to help them avoid certain things, or even be able to financially enough to be able to put them in enough programs to help them stay so busy that they don't even actually gain anything else. Because I'm sure for the mayor, like she's trying to sound like, all right, I'm trying to be political correct and be most respectful as I possibly can, because that's a lot. Like, you don't want to sit here and say, I don't, like, even me right now on the mic, I don't want to say nothing crazy because somebody lost 3 kids. I can't imagine, don't want to imagine how that may feel, and you don't want to point the blame at them. But I'm just only using this as an example for people. Like, sometimes just think about, like, I'm sure it's easy to have kids. I'm sure some people would say it's easy after you get used to it. It's easy to be able to take care of them. But my only question and my only advice would be to sometimes to think of, when you hear stories like this, is like, damn, what if I would have had less kids or waited to have kids until I'm financially able to be able to move my kids out a lot further, so the access to some of those things, even when I'm talking about vibes and energy. And the reason why I don't like that one gym, because it's too close to the city. All the city people, that's the first LA Fitness closest to them. So it's just certain things. It's not the shade people that live in the city or from the city, but sometimes we gotta call a spade a spade. The same way when I was talking about with the WNBA situation, when it comes to the women, like, it's just more attractive when they looking like girls than them running around looking like a bunch of studs. So sometimes you just got to be honest. And I understand people, I can't speak for people who already got kids. I'm talking about people who are on the fence, and you may be just like myself, dragging your feet on why I don't want to have kids yet, because I know I'm not financially where I want to be. I know where I want to be able to move my kids, or at least how much money I want to be able to have to be able to keep them in activities over the summertime, or keep them in whatever sporting activities or AAU or whatever the case may be. And of course, like I said, things can happen anyway. Earlier we talked about that happening in a LA Fitness in a gym. LA Fitness ain't cheap, but it's still in a gym though. So it's like, you think sometimes, even for somebody like me, I'm like, I go to the gym at nighttime and keep me safe. I don't got to be outside. I ain't got to do nothing. I'm just going to go to the gym at nighttime. That's where I'm always at. So anything can happen anywhere. But sometimes, again, where you do want to take the caution on, if I can't afford it, let me move out a little bit farther. If I can afford it, let me put my kids in different activities, or if I can afford it, and especially for this, if that's kind of like, damn, if I'm looking at it as a parent, it's like, if that train station is this continuously happening, all right, maybe I need to put my kids in a Lyft or Uber and send them to school every day. I don't know the whole backstory to it, but I just listening to it, it just sounds crazy. It sounds sad. I can only imagine wanting to be a parent, not wanting to be a parent and have to deal with that, and still got to worry about, like you said, I still got 3 other kids I got to raise, and grandkids or whatever. That shit just sounds sad. It sounds like a lot, but the only thing I can sit here and say, and I would try to recommend anybody who don't have kids already, I'm not talking to people who already have kids, y'all circumstances is your circumstances, but for ones who on the fence and you dragging your feet, or you only got one right now, think about it. Hey, this one, how hard it may be for me. Do I eventually want to save up the older my kid get to kind of try to move them away from some of the extra stuff? Sometimes you got to think about that shit, dog, because you can be the best parent you want to be, but you can't. It's hard. It's easy when you can go outside. I always sit here and say that my parents will get us whatever we want to even keep us in the house more. Buy a basketball court, hey, put it right in front of the house so you ain't got to go down the street outside and pick up and get into it and meet the neighborhood kids, because the neighborhood you live in ain't the greatest. So for a fact, the more your kids play outside and wander off a little bit, they going to pick up some of the bad behaviors. So it's certain shit that you kind of can't avoid, but again, if you can, try your best to avoid it. Try your best to sit here and be like, hey, let me think about it sometimes. When you hear stories like this should be just like, that shit is heartbreaking, and it kind of just be like, how do you learn from that?
But I kind of get the angles, and I hear the conversation, and even when he's saying like the government, but you also got to take in consideration, if you had more activities or even more stuff going on where kids could go to or kids could attend, that could be a factor too.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's why I go back to what I'm talking about, finances, because it's not no free stuff. It's plenty of stuff you can pay for.
But that's what I'm saying. But even in finance, when you say that, it's just like, all right, you say move out further, but then it's like, all right, I move out further, then my kids don't have nobody to play with, don't have nobody to interact. So now you're just out here. And then this is also just like now the way some of these houses are built, or even shit, they don't even have no backyard to play in because their house is so close together. You don't really have nothing to do or even go outside.
I get it, but Marcus, but we live in a day and age. How many kids is really going outside anyway?
No, I understand that, and that's why I say when even though the whole, the government or even the whole situation is just like, all right, you think about it around here, you public schools out here, you got buses that but in DC they don't have school buses like that. So that's another thing.
So listen to what I'm saying. Going back to all the keywords of what I was saying is, I hear everything you're saying, and all of those things you're absolutely right. DC don't have school buses, but again, that's why I'm sitting here. Why I said keyword or saving up your bread so you can move out and avoid some of those things. Because dog, I wouldn't want to put my kid on public transportation. Listen to what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. You're absolutely right. They don't have no school bus, so they don't have no other choice. You're absolutely right. Do they have free programs like you wish it was some free basketball clinic you could just drop your kids off? Absolutely. They don't have none of that shit is free. The transportation you got to pay for, you got to do all of those things. So again, that's why my biggest thing of what I'm saying is, and that's why I said I'm talking to people who don't have kids yet. If you are thinking about it, start to think about some of those small things that we talk about financially wise, where you can kind of try to avoid some of those situations where it's like, okay, I got extra money to be able to send my kid and keep my kid in the AU. Or if my kid don't want to play sports at all, let me have enough money I can buy the systems, buy my kids these headphones, and they can sit their ass in here, play video games until they fucking fall asleep. Because most kids, that's what they're doing anyway. They're gonna put their headset on and they're gonna go crazy. They're not going outside. So yeah, sometimes you can. I don't have to even live in the biggest house with the backyard and all that. I can just live in a nice neighborhood and it can just be in a fucking apartment or a smaller townhouse. I don't need the fucking the backyard, because guess what? Most of the time the kids don't want to go outside anyway. After you get hooked into the video games, it's just the video games. It is what it is.
But that's why I say I just feel like even with that situation, either way, any of you's like, all right, well, I move them out to the nice neighborhoods. Then they hang out with these white kids. They doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Like either way you look at it, you could be in a situation where stuff shit happens.
I get it, and you can't avoid it. But if you asking me which one would I rather have if I had an option as a parent, would I rather my kids had to pick up some bad habits from Billy and Susie, or deal with Lil Tata? I'd rather deal with Bobby and Susie. I don't want my kid to have no drug addiction, but if that's the option that I have to battle, I kind of rather battle that one than you sitting here saying like that shit is crazy. Like on your way to school, dog. That's heartbreaking. Let that John load up. Oh, and it's Michael Porter Jr. Oh, Summer Walker. I can't. Oh,
I think that's the shit that just be throwing me off about some of these the WNBA. They just got feet on them.
Man, look how tall they are.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's just kind of like when you see them dressed up, it's just like, damn, these bitches got big feet.
I didn't know what I was going to do. Obviously coming back would have been amazing for me, but I wanted more for myself. I wanted to start over. I feel like I had been in a high since the national championship, and I want to hit rock bottom. I want to be a rookie again. I want to be knocked down by vets, and I want to be able to get up and grow and be a sponge. So I'm just super excited to play with the amazing players and against amazing players. And this league is really competitive, and I'm a competitive player, so I want to play against a lot of players.
I need to really look at that Sky roster. Both of them other coming out the game and be starters.
Mm-hmm.
Fetishes because they can't get off to normal things anymore. I've met guys who being peed on, who buy cookies with poop in them off the internet and watch
And this happens in the NBA. Like I hear pretty wild stories about some of these dudes, but like you said,
Trust me.
be a straight man, but they've done so much stuff with so many pretty girls and have so much access to pretty girls that, now they're over here messing with trannies. So.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, Michael Porter Jr. You probably you were lucky that you not as popular because you ain't supposed to let that T word fly like that. I'm so like I don't know how that's going up under the radar, and it literally it has to be just because this wasn't a popular podcast, and a lot of the sports pages ain't pick it up. He lucky that he said this in the middle of the season, and it's not a slow sports jump right now because. I can't believe that's on spiritual world, but it ain't. I didn't see nobody else pick that up though. He is lucky as hell. I promise you, nigga, he is extremely lucky because it ain't no way in the hell he was supposed to be able to get away and use that word and pose it and let that ride. But anyway, real quick, he just need to stop doing podcasts. Every time he do a podcast, he say something crazy that almost realistically, if he was popular, they would have been canceled him. But anyway, going into oh yeah, I want to talk about Summer Walker. Summer Walker got her a new boo, and she was posting them, shouting him out for his happy on his birthday. And I'm not gonna lie, this may be the perfect example of sometimes why I understand why people like private life is a happy life. Because Summer Walker posted this dude, and I swear to God, like 20 different women opened the floodgates on telling all different types of stories and experiences that they had with this dude, dating him, or not even dating him. I guess he was supposed to be like a content manager, OnlyFans manager, some of these girls' content. So one of the girls, it sounded like him and her was, they was sleeping together, they was doing whatever the case may be, and she was trying to put the story on blast. And then there was a bunch of other girls who was just like, oh yeah, he hacked into my Joan, he was a stalker, he's this, that, and the third. I can't believe. And most of the girls made it feel, and I think that's why sometimes girls be like, they don't want to date certain dudes that it makes them feel like other girls is on the same level as them. Because Summer Walker is Summer Walker, and a lot of these girls were just random nobodies. And now they probably feel like, damn, this who's someone, because like one of the girl who was basically saying her and the dude got like sex videos together and all that, she was like, damn, this who's someone gone off of, and was like, they've been talking to each other for a minute, and she pressed over him like, bro, the shit wasn't even hitting on nothing. And I'm like, damn, one, that's kind of crazy. Is like, it sounds like you just telling the story for clout, but at the same time, you kind of making it seem like, damn, Summer Walker just out here settling, because she was just basically saying, even when she was explaining the story, the girl was like, nigga, this not even pause, no diddy. This is like, so she was like, this is not some meat that I would settle for. And I'm not Summer Walker. And you out here, you got the choice of whoever you want to be with, and you just running to settle for this is crazy.
But do she got the choice of anybody just to deal with her? I mean, you also said she'd have been in how many relationships, got 2 different baby fathers
and 3
got
kids,
3 kids.
yeah.
You don't have pick of the litter.
I still
and
feel
then
like,
at the end of the day, if he got you, I'm pretty sure it's some type of charm and some type of whatever attracted you to him. So if he can attract her,
no, but okay,
you
but
can't say you on the same.
No. Let's be clear. For some of those girls, you got to think about it. Just, I mean, I think I'm sure people, if you know girls who done modeling back, especially in the day when every girl was trying to be like a video vixen. No, most of those dudes who was like, they be horny, dog. The dudes who do the photography work, that's why they be trying to get girls to do the most sexiest, outlandish poses, half naked. Them niggas be horny, dog. Let's keep it a buck. So I can only imagine you someone to do who managing, because let's be clear. Everybody don't know marketing. So all it takes is one dude to sit here and say, I managed this, or because he may know one homegirl who already kind of popular, and she allowed him to manage her OnlyFans content. Because most of the dudes, when they say manage it, they be the ones who be. That's why some of y'all, if y'all got on, the girls be sending you them automatic DMs. Sometimes it be a dude, Matt, like back there texting you. So you say, oh, I want you to do more, daddy, and it's a dude texting you back instead of the actual girl, because they got managers who manage those pages, and those dudes are the manager. So he back here holding conversations with you all day, or he's telling you, oh, let me post this on Twitter because you be sleeping this time. So let me run these accounts and help you get your fan base up. Oh, let me put it in. And let's be clear. I'm not saying that some of these dudes don't know what they're doing, because obviously they do, because they got one. All you need is one big client. If you got one big client, or you got one regular girl and you got her content popping, like she actually making money and you can show it, now everybody else gonna flock to you. So I understand how it can happen. These niggas be horny, these girls be desperate, so y'all sit here and run. So I'm like, for Summer Walker, like, you not in that business, so why are you dealing with this type of dude? I understand for the girls who ain't got nothing going and trying to get some motion, but you already her.
Right, but you don't know how she bumped into him or how they became associates. I don't feel like she came associated with him because off of content, or I need a manager. So you could have met him anywhere and he could have just been Joe Blow to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing. I just feel like when you say, oh, she's settling, but you don't know how they met or whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, he moved up. Now, whether her did him, because who was the last nigga that she had the twins with? We don't know who he is. So you can't sit here and say
So go ahead and say what you about to say.
So you can't sit here and say she's settling. If she got her taste, or that's the type of nigga that she can pull, then that's what she can pull.
But that's still a form of settling. If people, and let's be clear, it's settling.
That's like, okay,
it's settling, and it's people pushing their expectations for who you should be dating or giving the cheeks to because who you are at a higher level. So you're absolutely right. The dude that she had the twins with, nobody don't know who he is and don't even care who he is. Ain't looking for him now that he ain't dating Summer Walker. But the whole point of it is, and that's why even I remember when Joe was clowning her for like, nigga, who is Larry? Why you even dating this cornball? So it's just sometimes you're absolutely right. People just look at it differently. Like she doesn't see herself, or she don't value herself where everybody else see her and value her at. And I think that's why the girls was looking at her kind of funny, like, damn, this is who you booed up. Like, you booed up to the point you posted this nigga. This ain't like some people just accidentally caught y'all out in public. No, you actually posted him on your whole real live social media page. That's why people are judging her, and that's why people are piling on with the stories, and people are like, damn, girl, you just be out here doing anything.
And you still out here doing the same thing.
They ain't Summer Walker, nigga. They don't got a classic R&B album. They ain't got no hit records. What's the difference? Me as just somebody on social media trying to get lit, and you are actually in real life lit. It's completely different. Ain't nobody buying no tickets to see me come out on tour.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Just heard them speaking on it. It's just like, that's kind of just crazy. It's just like, all right, well, you talking down on me, but you had him. You had him. You didn't.
But Marcus, you trying to compare apples and oranges. Like, nigga, I'm talking down on you because I'm nobody and you somebody and you sleeping with a nobody. Yes, I'm talking down on you, girl. Pick up. What they say in the comments, nigga, pick yourself up. Stand up for yourself. The fuck are you talking about? Yes, I'm you. Listen to what you're trying to do. You're trying to give her a pass for dating a nobody. Nigga, no, it ain't no pass for that. Nigga, if you want to sit here and be in the pen, what they call it in the pig pens, slanging fucking mud, then you might as well hang your career up then. This is who you giving up the cheeks to. If you becoming a celebrity just to give your fucking coochie away to some poo-pus, you might as well just stay the regular stripper in Atlanta then. And you could have did that shit on anybody's time. But bringing a poo-put to your social media platform, yes, people are going to drag you. Yes, people are going to judge you. Because ain't nobody else with common sense doing that. Ain't no man going to do that. Ain't no woman going to do that. Nah, niggas ain't doing that. Sorry, it ain't going to happen, Jack.
Rappers with the most sold albums of all time. Kanye West. I feel good about this. Kanye West is number 5. Eminem. 27.5 million. Eminem is number 1, 61.5 million. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is not on the list.
Oh, of course he's not. I knew it.
Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is number 6, 25 million albums. Drake. Drake is number 4, 33.5 million albums. Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's not on the list.
Of course he's not.
Of course he's not.
Throwing it back.
Of course he's not on the list.
Why am I throwing it back?
Who's number 2 and 3?
Yeah, number 2 and 3.
Tupac. Tupac is number 2, 36.5.
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls is number 10 with 21 million albums sold.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's number 3, 33.5, tied with Drake, actually. Then you need 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
7 did not eat 9.
No, we didn't.
You need 7, 8, 9.
Is someone random on there? Are they
I feel like all 3 of them are semi-random.
Yeah?
Why haven't followed us?
Nelly?
Nelly's number 9.
Nice.
23 million albums sold. Number 7 and 8 are both groups. Duos.
Oh,
Or not
Run
duos.
DMC?
No, groups.
Oh, Outkast?
Outkast is number 8. Nice job. And number 7 is another group. 3 white dudes.
3 white dudes?
Few white dudes.
The Lonely Island?
What?
That's Andy Samberg's group.
Oh, yeah, that's the highest. You want me to tell you?
It's the Beastie Boys. But anyway, huh?
Where's Nicki?
She don't got enough albums. Nigga, you
got that hip hop.
Yeah, you got to think about it. Nigga, 50 Cent wasn't even on it. I'm surprised Nelly was on it. Nelly did that damn near for 2 albums, dog.
So did Biggie.
Ah, yeah, but Biggie was number 10.
And Nelly was what, 7?
Yeah. Nigga, that's impressive, though. You
So
tripping.
no,
So
it
you gotta think
is
about it,
impressive. No, I'm saying
because
it is
Biggie people.
impressive.
Listen, to what I'm saying. And the reason why I'm saying you got to give Nelly, out of all of those people, why you got to give Nelly more credit? Because most of those people are on people's top 5 of all times.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe outside of the Beastie Boys, but everybody else is on somebody's top 5.
So now you got to give him credit for what he said earlier about how hard it was in that era. When he was like, when he said coming in that era.
But then to make you almost question, was it really that hard? The nigga, you number 7 on the all-time rap album selling list, and you realistically, and most of that came off of 2 albums?
Yeah.
No, think about the people he was on there with. Like, everybody besides Nelly is on somebody's top 5 list.
And the Beastie Boys.
Nigga, 2 of them is on my top 5. Nigga, I mean, with 3 of them, I even put Jay-Z for my miscellaneous 5. But like, nigga, nah.
Nigga, some people top 5 is there.
Their whole top 5. That's what I'm saying.
You had Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Drake, Lil Wayne,
Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah. Nigga, that's crazy. That's a crazy list. I ain't gonna lie. That's what you gotta kind of give Nelly a different level of respect. A lot of people be kind of like playing with Nelly, sneezing on Nelly, and not trying to.
Speaking of Nelly, that video ain't look too good for them.
But people were saying that was sound check. I seen people saying the real video was on Twitter, and that wasn't the whole joint. That was sound check. I ain't gonna lie. That looked nuts. I don't. I'm gonna tell you for people who don't know
when he went on stage.
But that's why I knew it had to be sound check. Because I'm gonna tell you a reason why. Though, as a promoter, I would have canceled the show. Because who the hell want to give him the back end for that? Because you got them. One, this is at a concert venue, so you already know what the ticket sales is looking at. Me as a promoter, somebody who has thrown thousands of shows, no way in hell my ticket sales would have been that low, and I would have sit here and allowed that show to still go. I would have canceled the show, and everybody, you just would have kept your back end.
But it's out of my.
I mean, you would have kept your front end.
You would have gave that tweet out. It's out of my control.
Yeah, you would have made up some. Yeah, whatever. We would send people money back, whatever case may be, and never would have sent them their money back. But I'm not. Hell no. Yeah, shit, with that little bit of people, you could have sent them their money back.
Yeah, that shit look nuts.
But yeah, that wasn't real though. But did you see that video inside? I sent you the people in the Atlanta club, and the French Montana was in there, and they were literally everybody was just standing around.
Yeah, I didn't click. I just saw the picture of it.
Man,
that's how clubs are.
Nigga, that shit was it was so disrespectful, and I kind of felt I ain't gonna say I felt bad for French Montana. I'm like, damn.
But why would you feel bad for if he's just in the spot? I feel bad for the DJ.
It was just regular, random, weak junks right beside him, like, and nobody even cared. Like, I would be like, it's a difference. Like, if I was in there with all baddies and they wasn't paying me no attention, but like, damn, French. Like,
but if you just in the club, I don't think you control who coming in, because if you just went in there off the solo, it's not like you was hosting that. If you saying I was hosting it and that's all I brought out there was them, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Before we get out of here, damn, I almost put it. I even made the cover OJ Simpson. I don't know how the hell we supposed to get out of here without talking about OJ Simpson. First, before we get into OJ Simpson, rest in peace to name Rico Wade. Rico Wade is one of the founding members of the Dungeon family. People don't know what the Dungeon family is. Of course, that's Outkast, Goody Mob, Killer Mike, and that's Future's older cousin. So if you've ever seen, Future don't got done a lot of interviews, but for all the handful of interviews Future has done, he's always spoke highly on his cousin Rico Wade, how he allowed him to just sit in the studio and kind of just be a sponge and really learn from him, and just actually just like he was in the studio for years. They used to call him Applause No Diddy. They used to call him Meatball, and that was Future name his cousin gave him, and they used to be in the studio all the time. So like I said, rest in peace to Rico Wade. He a huge part in Atlanta. Like I'm sure if you follow any Atlanta people, especially anybody.
Did he make any songs with Future?
He produced, like, so even that, I want to say he produced the Grammy, the joint they just won a Grammy for, Killer Mike, Andre 3000, and Killer Mike, Killer Mike, Andre 3000 in the Future. That's on they just that science. What is it, scientists and whatever the course. I want to say, I want to say he got some type of executive producing on there. I'm almost 100% positive. I can't. I'm trying to remember. I'm remembering this Killer Mike telling the story. I want to say he had something to do with that song. Mm-hmm. I'm almost 100% positive he had something to do with that song.
But he don't have no like Future hits.
No. I don't think he ever actually like produced for Future. Like, no, when I say produce, maybe I'm not talking about like a beat. Like he's too old to have like a fucking a producer tag. So like he might be one of those producers where it's more like a actual like mixing and mastering, actually moving beats around. So I guess for people, and it's still, you probably got to actually be listening to other people talk. But it's a dude for Kanye. His name is Mike Dean, and he do the same thing. Like he may play like chords or something. Like, I forgot what song they said he did on one of Future jumps.
That was the dude that was at Scarface Tiny Desk.
Yeah, that was the dude. The dude was at Scarface Tiny Desk. Yeah, so he play like, some people can play the chords and certain stuff. So they like, realistically, if you're not really into music, you won't know, because like I said, and that's why even when Drake told Metro Boomin to shut up and go play some drums, because sometimes people be like, that's all Metro Boomin do. He played the drums on the song. Like, Metro Boomin might not actually play the chords. Like Zaytoven play the chords.
Dang.
So
yeah, I didn't get that part.
Yeah, so he basically saying he just played the drums. That's why he's like, shut up and go play some drums.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that is the difference. So again, rest in peace to Rico Wade, an Atlanta legend, a music legend, but especially an Atlanta hip hop legend.
Y'all, some of y'all got to stop this shit.
What?
Because what's name just posted him, Diddy. And, of course, everybody in the comments. I don't know why Diddy even turned his comments on, but people just now you speaking. What's going on? Talking about his, I guess, putting his shit, like he posted the dude Rico was and everybody.
Diddy must have thought the sad thing about it,
and that's what somebody said, like, nigga, you're close enough. You know, you're not clear out of it. It's,
Yeah,
it's
because listen what you was about to say though. He probably thought most people got enough decor about themselves that you would sit here and show somebody some respect in their comments on a rest in peace post. Like you about to say, but again, that we can slide that right on into the OJ Simpson situation. Of course, rest in peace to OJ Simpson. He died fighting cancer. I believe he was like 75 or 75, 76, something like that, I believe, around that age group. And he died fighting cancer. And of course, most recently, for people, I mean, if y'all are fans of Mason Cam podcast, he was a frequent guest on their show. He popped up maybe like once a week or something. The case maybe he was on there. He was on there quite a bit, giving different little takes on whatever his opinions was on certain sports topics that was going on in the world. So again, him passing though, you seen like the first person that came out was what's the father Kardashian nigga
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce. But what's his Caitlyn now? He's Caitlyn now. So he was the first person to come out. He tweeted good riddance. And people dragged him to hell. People was like, nigga, you got the nerve to say good riddance, and you know he killed somebody in a car accident. So, of course, for their family and that whole situation, it may be, of course, it hit a little bit differently. But the sad thing is, like, people kept bringing up, like, the death and the trial and this, that, and the third, and was like nobody. And don't get it twisted. Other people was going. People went on Stephen A. Smith, and people on ESPN was like, "Damn, y'all didn't even get this man. Like, y'all didn't even recognize. Like, this nigga was a Heisman Trophy winner. He rushed for 2,000 yards. Like, you didn't acknowledge none of his amazing accomplishments. You went straight to the negative stuff.
They remember what you did last.
But that ain't what he did last.
It ain't what you, but that's what you probably most known for. If you didn't see highlights of him, you never seen him football wise. You never seen him play. You only know him for the white Bronco.
Yeah, but even just think about let's be honest. For people who only know him for, let's say for people who only know him for the white Bronco, most of us is damn near almost pushing 40. Or you older. So you either you knocking on the door at 40, or you are over 40 if you even remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So for the average person, okay, if that's cool, but if for the people who are even older, like Stephen A. Smith is old enough to remember OJ Simpson actually playing football.
Okay.
So that's my only point, where it's like, damn, dog, like get this man some type of grace, like, you know, like y'all. If all I'm just sitting here saying is, if you had that type of animosity towards that man, he was running around doing interviews before he landed on just doing Cam and Mace Jones. Like he was doing other interviews. He had a book. He was doing book tours. He was out around like shaking and moving and like literally out here. If you had that type of, that's my only thing is like, nigga, keep that same energy for somebody when they alive. Don't sit here and shoot crazy at me after I'm dead. Like that's corny.
But I think that Bruce Jenner, I think that was more so.
I mean, it's personal. Of course, it's personal. It's personal, but it's still like keep it off of social media, dog.
I don't think he can.
It's
no, it is, but I don't think he can. I don't think he can, because I feel like deep down inside.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I say. I understand it's something personal, because to that family that was close, that whole scenario with the father and OJ and whatever the dating rumors with the Kardashian mother, and then that woman was a close friend of theirs. So listen to what I'm saying. I understand how it can be personal, and that personally may how you really honestly have felt about him, because some people really feel like OJ did it, even though he never got convicted for doing it. He beat the trial, whatever the case may be. That's cool. And let's be clear. I was young enough to never, like, I understood why people were excited. Of course, I was old enough to understand it, but I wasn't still old enough to actually comprehend it until I got older. And then when you kind of really get to see, like, oh shit, I remember this and the third. Like, I remember to me, I just remember because at that point in time, the Knicks and the Rockets was in the NBA Finals, and you got to think about at that time, it was no NBA TV, it was no other channels. Like that was it. That's why people always sit here and say that, like, even TMZ got to give credit to OJ, because TMZ built their career off of the OJ Simpson trial. Because people were looking for the 24-hour news cycle. That trial was so big. I think I heard somebody say when they for his verdict, over 100 million people watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But at that same time, it allowed people to realize that people have an appetite for news 24/7. People always want to know, and that's why sometimes, even like again when I talk about when women would be like, "Oh, you so sassy if you reporting on current events," but when you cut on the news, most of the time is a man on it giving you the news. For most of your life, if you over a certain age, it might have been a woman anchor, but most of the time, at one point in time, it was just a man and maybe a woman co-host, or it was just two men, and the only time the woman was on it was the weather woman. I mean, and that might not even, and that I feel like that's kind of a new thing. So that's why I'm just saying like sometimes I just laugh when people give their opinions on certain things. I'm just like
doing traffic.
Maybe, I don't know. But just the whole point of like, just to stay on topic with the OJ situation, it was just like, I just don't like that people only highlighted
the negative
stuff, and they didn't give him no credit for. Like I said, I'm too young to give him credit for his sports stuff. Like I only can say it over stuff I've heard somebody else say, because I didn't never see OJ Simpson play. I think I probably picked OJ maybe like on Madden when you had like the little when you can unlock the codes and the cheat, and he was one of them running backs you could pick, and you could run to the other end zone and run all the way back up to the next one. But like that's all I know about OJ Simpson. I don't know too much about him, but I just felt like, damn, like when you die, like who, like damn, you just stomping on the man's grave. Like he got family, he got kids. His kids ain't had nothing to do with that stuff. So I mean, yeah, I guess it is what it is. I feel like we kind of knocked out on each, and like I said, rest in peace to OJ Simpson. I ain't want to. Because we did talk about Young Thug. Young Thug is still on trial, and a couple of those. Oh, and we ain't talk about Donald Trump yet before we get out of here. Shout out to Donald Trump. Donald Trump went to a Chick-fil-A and bought like 30 milkshakes and some fries and chicken for people. And people were mad because it were black people on there saying how much they love Donald Trump. Like, oh, we love you, President Trump, and this, that, and the third. And a homegirl of mine was upset. And I was like, bro, I always tell her, I'm like, bro, sometimes, and I understand because like your personal life, you may feel like you exhausted, you tired, you working too much, you need like a break or something, but you still speak from a very elitist place because there's so many people that was mad, like, damn, look what we would do for a milkshake and a sandwich or some fries or something. But I'd be like, dog, have you ever asked yourself, like, damn, what if this person
was my last meal?
Exactly.
I ain't had nothing to eat in God knows how long.
That's exactly what I said. Or I'm struggling that much that I haven't even been able to treat myself to a goddamn milkshake in God knows how long because I can't afford it. Like, I think some people don't understand how many people out here real live really living paycheck to paycheck and they can barely eat anything besides oodles and noodles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why when so many people just get so upset when people, I'm like, dog, why do y'all feel like all black people have to get in line on this I'm not voting for Trump thing? Like that to me, I don't, and of course I'm not no super politician. I don't know politics like that, but I'm not gonna lie to you. That one thing to me, when I see how people treat black people just because they like Donald Trump or they say they want to vote for him, I'm not a fan of that, dog. Like that shit is so corny to me because there's so many other things that people can sit here and say the same shit about. Like I could be like, oh, if you ain't a number, like just imagine if every time somebody be like, oh, what's your you don't like Jeezy? Oh, you ain't a Lil Wayne fan? You a fucking idiot. Like that's basically what you saying every time somebody say something about Trump. Like, bro, you don't know people's. Most people don't even. One, especially if you that tapped on some money and like you got to keep working, you probably realistically don't even care about politics. Like you just know Donald Trump because you know his name because endless rappers then put it in his name before he became the president. Dog, endless rappers use him as verse. Jeezy's one of my favorite rappers, nigga. What did the nigga say? I'm in a white t-shirt. What did he say? I'm in a white tee. What was the line? Hold on. I'm Donald Trump in a white tee and some white ones. Like, what are we talking about? Like, nigga, it's endless niggas. Jay-Z got endless Donald Trump lines. Fucking Mac Miller got sued. I think Donald Trump sued Mac Miller before his Donald Trump song. Like, what are we talking about? Like, so that's just my only thing with like, but still what I'm saying is it's so many people who really are just like financially broke. I can't even focus on politics. I barely can watch TV at all. So the little 10 or 20 minutes I got to that I can watch TV maybe a week, you think I'm going to sit here and put my time into saying, oh, I'm about to watch this president debate or I'm about to watch the news? Hell no. If I only got 20 minutes or maybe an hour a week to watch TV, do you absolutely think I'm going to spend my time watching the news? No. And there's some people who work life is that bad and still barely can pay no bills, dog. Like, I think sometimes a lot of people speak from a very privileged place. And in your mind, you may not feel like you're privileged because you feel like you could do more or you want more out of life, but it's still people out here who live worse than you.
And shit, it's no different from when you taking these, turkeys and whatever from these rappers. Like, what's the difference between them and Donald Trump?
Because they look at it like if you support Donald Trump, you don't like your own people or you're going against your own people. I don't believe in that shit. I feel like, dog, you can't tell somebody how to feel. Like, I can't tell you how to feel about anything. I can't tell you what religion to be. Like, y'all think about it. I talk about the pastors that I like, but I still always come on here and give Muslims their props on their level of discipline, on how many times they pray. Because, dog, I can't sit here and tell you, oh, you should only like, nah, dog, it don't work like that. I'm definitely not a fan of that. I do be thinking people be dragging it too much. But I meant to speak on Young Thug. One of the co-founders of YSL was on trial today, and of course he asked, and his name is DK. And one of the lawyers asked him what the Young Thug stand for. And of course he repeated the United Under. He gave him like two different answers. And basically was just still trying to throw him off. Like I said, this Young Thug trial gonna go for a long time. But because you asked me and said, do people forget about it? So every time I see just like some little miscellaneous stuff, I just feel like, hey, let's just mention it real quick to kind of remind people that Young Thug still is on trial. He still He gonna be there for a minute. I think Gunna talked about putting out his album. Did we talk about the young lady? I want to say she was from Detroit or from Chicago. I can't remember, but she called up. She might have been from Chicago, and she called Young Miami out for stealing her song. Young Miami put out a new song that was some complete, oh my God, doo-doo. It was her and Skilla Baby, and everybody gonna be on Skilla Baby dick because he found a way to finesse the women with that little white tips, whatever his little song is he got. So Young Miami went and did a song with him. That song was trash, but a girl basically, Young Miami did steal the whole junk. Young Miami swore down she never heard this girl's song before. She never heard the lines, but it's literally like verbatim, word for word. And the girl called Young Miami out and tell her like, "Oh, we can scrap." And Young Miami kind of like, "Cop, please, like, bro, I never heard this song, but this not the way you go about it. You could have just DM me and we could have figured something out." Whatever, blah, blah, blah. My thing is, if you never heard her song and you actually genuinely mean that, you know, what she need to DM you for? Let her keep that energy on the timeline, and you pay her no mind. But I felt like that was kind of like your guilty conscience, or you kind of just trying to like, nah, I ain't never here, but we could figure something out. You going about this the wrong way. What the hell is it to go? Whatever way do you want to figure this out if you saying that you never heard this girl's song? The song was trash, though. The song was pure doo-doo. I'm not going to lie, Young Man. I mean, it's about to look crazy for you out here. If JT still pushing along, I seen JT throw her little shot, said, she threw her shot, said Glorilla from the stage. She had a show and it looked like it was a packed joint. I don't know where it was at, but she was like, ain't none of these backyard barbecues ain't been sold out yet. She threw her shots. I'm not mad at her. Get your shit off, JT. But I mean, you ain't fucking with Big Glow though.
Is what's name going to catch slack for that? You heard about the Sexy Reds joint, the Pound Town, the original song?
That wasn't real, nigga. That was AI.
Oh, that was AI?
Hell no, that wasn't real.
I thought that was real.
Man, nigga, hell no. You told me that nigga, that shit was like in the hell no, that wasn't no real song.
Damn,
Hell
it got me.
No, nigga, that shit wasn't real. Hell no.
That shit, that's some shit.
And Tootsie made a video. He was mad because, of course, for people who don't know who Tootsie is, we talked about that song. He had that song and Future was on a remix. It was called My Favorite Song. Basically, he was complaining that the Charlotte Hornets don't never show him no. The same thing Boosie was doing, complaining, saying the Charlotte Hornets won't never show him no love at the basketball games. Won't give him no decent prices on no tickets or nothing.
The baby, and somebody else I heard. I want to say Cam.
About Charlotte?
Yeah. They don't want to bring the culture or even give them.
Oh, you niggas just not famous enough. How about that? I mean, like, what we talking about? Maybe Dababy, but I'm sorry, Tootsie, you not famous enough. Yeah, Atlanta and LA may be a little bit different because nigga, that's their culture. That's what Atlanta be having Boosie there damn near every game now. So I don't think like comparing Atlanta to the Hornets, like, nah, nigga. And I'm sure the Charlotte don't want none of that bullshit there. I'm sure they don't. I'm not mad at them for not wanting it. Like, nigga, yeah, I'm cool on you. What are you talking about? Like, this is not like, yeah, this not Atlanta, this not LA. Because I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mike was running it.
And guess what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is how I hate even social media sometimes. Like, no, they was trying to drag when D'Angelo Russell fell into Meg Thee Stallion. Let me tell y'all something. Hate to break the news to you. D'Angelo Russell like white women. I'm a D-Lo guy, but I guess what I know for a fact. Pause. He ain't checking for Meg Thee Stallion. Oh yeah, damn, pause. That sounds crazy as shit. No Diddy. Yeah, that shit sound crazy. Yeah, D'Angelo Russell. Not even call him D-Lo. D'Angelo Russell. That nigga likes white women. His baby moms is a white woman. He is not thinking about Meg Thee Stallion. Hate to break y'all the bad news.
She look good in that outfit.
Oh yeah, no, Meg looked good as shit at that game, but then we lost that game too anyway. Yeah, so I mean, each and every Tuesday we here. I'll let y'all next Tuesday.